trying to stop me, but I'm too legit. Showing up with a brand new bag of tricks. I'm at the top, y'all know me, y'all never slip. New grip on life, I live it right. Getting everything I said in my sight, I shine bright. Nobody understand what it took for me to lead. I woke up feeling like I reached a new speed. Clock ticking, I strive with no limits. Making waves without a blemish on my image. And people listen when I speak another sentence. I'm on go while you trying to replenish. We gon' run it. We gon' run it. Yeah. Push it to the limit with my heart is up. We gon' run the road till we take it home. Turn the lights on and put on the show. Ain't nobody better, yeah, I got the glow. Pull up on the scene, do my thing and go. We gon' run the road till we take it home. Turn the lights on and put on the show. Ain't nobody better, yeah, I got the glow. Pull up on the scene, do my thing and go. We gon' run the road. I'm in control. Where you wanna go? Push it to the limit with my heart is up. We gon' run the road. I'm in control. Push it to the limit with my heart is up. We gon' run the road till we take it home. Turn the lights on and put on the show. Ain't nobody better, yeah, I got the glow. Pull up on the scene, do my thing and go. We gon' run the road till we take it home. Turn the lights on and put on the show. Ain't nobody better, yeah, I got the glow. Pull up on the scene, do my thing and go.
An update is required.
Financial system updating.
System updated.
We will dance to get.
The future of money is here. Feels good.
Hunter in the dark. Master of night shots. Oppo Find X8 series. Powerful camera, powerful AI.
Alright guys, I just landed in China. Let's go.
Play the local way, pay your way. Play the local way. Hey your way.
Then face your death, cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets, cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here, ain't stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here. Wait up, we gon' always win. Promise that that's not a promise, yeah, that is a threat. You know that I promise to bring the team commas. When the whole team win, that's when you flex. Win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again.
What a car. Living the dream, huh?
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to?
Okay. I get it now.
Sweet dreams are made of this.
Get summer ready at Verizon. All new and existing customers get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. Yep, iPhone 16 Pro on us. Only with Verizon.
had to fail so I could rise. Had to break to feel alive. I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive.
Something is coming. It's building, rising from within. It fuels the determination to battle against impossible odds. The fire within.
Let me throw it down to the ground, make them turn around. I'ma look at you from the top, howling like a hound.
It's not gonna happen, but it's back huge! He's just too strong!
It awakens here.
Massive kill coming in!
It awakens now.
It was just cinema!
Welcome to MSI!
Welcome everyone to MSI 2020. 2025, live from Vancouver, Canada. It is the very last day of the first stage of the bracket stage, and today we have 2 best of 5s for you, not one. We see BLG here. They are going to take on one of the, I don't want to say last hope because G2 is still here, but a big hope for Europe in Movistar KOI. And of course, the long-awaited Faker Day is also here. We have CFO versus T1 later. But we're going to start off with Movistar KOI with Elyoya you see here. But maybe most importantly today, Jojo Pune. Hello.
Oh, he's back.
He's back. I'm
Canada.
shocked. Joined by Raz and Kobe. Definitely so. Are you jealous that we got him?
A little bit. We're going to stop him at the border. He's not leaving again.
So I was actually really proud to send him off. You know, our North American export, and he's done so well for himself. It's actually worked out for both of us. So you know what? Okay, I can take that. I can take that.
Nice. Okay, I like it. Let's take a look at the bracket because why did I say it's kind of an important one for Europe? Because this is a very difficult matchup, BLG versus MKOI, but we do want one team to stay in the upper bracket if possible. But of course, if you missed it yesterday, the 4th of July, Raz, what will we have?
North America versus Europe, baby. It's back again and a perfect date. I cannot wait for that.
It's crazy. I don't even know how that happened. The script is too good.
It really is. The script writers are working overtime.
They are. Let's see what they do today, though. And yeah, it's Movistar KOI on the international stage.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
I feel like, is the curse back? Is this? I feel like I've seen this
Good
team
morning,
before.
people of the chat. Where's my audio?
Listen.
Whoa.
I know
Well,
you
why do
remember
I have
the
no
Mad
audio?
Lions era, but this is different, okay? This is a new team.
with
They
my
are
audio?
Movistar KOI now. Remember the
Where's
name. This is how
my
it's supposed to be
audio?
said.
Good job. Understood.
Yes,
Where is
and
it?
what I think is really important here is
keep
that
changing to
in
that?
this new era with Elyoya at the helm,
I got it.
Elyoya who, I mean, we tried
in.
to discuss yesterday, like how we see Elyoya.
Good
It's not
morning.
music inspired.
Good
That is
morning.
who Elyoya is
Oh my
for
God.
us. It's
What do you mean
absolutely
deafened?
insane.
Oh, they're a bit loud,
you know,
are
from
they?
spring champion to rookie of the
They're a bit
split,
loud.
going to every single international
Yo, what up?
tournament.
What up?
He's a boss, and he took the responsibility in this roster to say this can
Where the
be
camera?
something that I work
Sorry,
on
chat.
as a captain. I'm
Bit
going to
of
be
a-
a leader. I'm going to
bit
make
of
it
a
happen.
slow-
And hey,
bit of
they
a
won
slow
spring.
morning.
And I
Bit of a
love how
slow morning.
proactive he is. You know, he's not scared
Bit
of
of a
like
slow
skipping
morning.
camps to go for ganks, doing the level 3s. So really excited to see him on stage here.
That's
especially
me.
with how
Hi.
he and
I was
Alvaro
low.
Have just performed incredibly well. I still
hello,
remember in
can
my
you
mind,
go?
Game 2 versus G2.
3 a.m.
Alvaro,
from
like,
USA.
having an insane
Big.
rel ulti. I feel like he has been
Chat's
really
pleasure
good
to
for the
see you.
team. Same with, of course,
Double
Captain
best of
Always
5
say,
today.
if you see him locking
Remember, no
people around
spoilers.
on
Straight from the
Baron
get-go.
Tribal,
Babkus is
baby.
here
That's at least
to
what I'm
put an
hoping
iron
today.
hot
But they're
poker.
up versus BLG, who we already saw in the play-ins, and Kobe
And Hannah's
was
controlling the
6-0
dog
for
from
them.
barking at
Yes,
horses.
BLG absolutely dominated the plans. They were a step
Right, this
above
dog,
every
she's playing Kingdom
single
Come
other
Deliverance
team
2,
there,
right?
including
And there's horses in the
G2.
game, and the dog
you
looks at the
looking at
TV, and she's like, "Oh,
No
cool, that's
But
that's
look at some
animal."
of the stats that they racked up.
she
you
goes
know,
for it.
First blood percentage, Drake
Excited?
control, hero control.
Okay.
The blessings there, that is the feat upgrade. So
Koi
the boot upgrade
versus
every
BLG.
single game, as well as Otacon. Yes,
So-
BLG definitely favorite.
I have a feeling it's
yeah, I know, I
BLG
saw
3-1.
that
I'm gonna be
match versus
boring.
G2
I'm
as well.
boring because I
gonna
use
need
my
some
brain.
copium because
I got
they
you.
might not
I
be
think
the first
BLG
team
BLG
out of
warmed up and
AFL,
like
but
It looked like they
they're
were playing with their
good.
food.
group stage. They were the
I
best
love
team. Group stage, the
underdogs,
best team
and there
easily.
are angles because BLG did show some mistakes,
So-
even in the games that they were winning versus GAM particularly. I thought GAM did a very good job, especially early game. They got into a lot of good
Are you
positions.
completely
Levi,
spoiler
very
free?
proactive jungler.
No.
Maybe, you
I'm
know, Elyoya
completely
also can
spoiler
do that.
free.
But let's pull
I
up this
do.
clip here,
I
because
at
this one
9
doesn't even
o'clock.
have to do with some of the
So
early
I'll just
game.
quickly pause it. Chat at 9 o'clock. I go into. I go to. I don't go to bed. I get off Caedrel's stream. I don't even see draft. I see some of the pre-show maybe, but like I go in. I have absolutely no idea how the games go. I do not look at social media in the morning. Okay, I look at my bloody finance. That's what I do. Because I see myself, I'm like, I'm going to go to Twitter. I'm going to go to Instagram. Actually, I don't use Instagram. I'm going to go to social media. I'm going to go on YouTube. I'm like, no, I do none of that. I have no idea how the games go, and I never will.
This is just
I had this massive FOMO every night when the game started at 9, and I know that everyone, you know that Pedro Pascal meme where he's sitting on the park bench or whatever, and he's sitting there waiting, and everyone else is watching MSI, I know, and then I'm, you know...
is something that sometimes we
You
see
look,
from
you
BLG,
stay, yep.
where GAM have actually grouped up, and they're going to make a strong
You've
play
got to
to the bottom
instantly...
side of the map,
Yo,
so
Air
just
Jordan,
Sonic-
stop checking the results. Just watch them with me, bro.
Wash my hands, don't you worry about it. So, but one of the most important and
I
think
do not
coolest
check it.
matchups we're going to have today is, of course, that Canada native Jojo Pune
Yo.
versus Knight in the mid lane.
Raz, what is Raz? Okay, tell me.
Featured matchup presented by
Tell me, Azalea.
Mercedes-Benz. It's Jojo Pyun versus Knight. Last year's finalists are looking back in form as Knight and BLG dominated the play-in stage, taking apart both GAM and G2 in a perfect 6-0 run. Now Knight needs to bring down another European team to advance to round 2, but he won't be facing another EU mid. Jojo Pyun, the LEC's first ever NA import, has led MKOI to the #1 seed. Not only did he take down
That smile,
G2
bro.
Esports in a final, he's done something even harder, uniting the fans of both regions. The Canadian mid laner finds himself with a difficult first half, a showdown with one of the best mid laners in the world
what it is.
on home soil. Will Jojo Pyun help MKOI overcome their international demons? Or will Knight start marching towards his 3rd straight MSI final?
Holy. Chat, I fixed the internet for today as well, by the way.
That's why this matchup
I
I'm
hope I
looking
did.
forward to the most.
I
because
contacted their
both these guys
support.
are so
I turned off like
damn
all these
good.
settings of like
Knight's,
sleeping
solo
or
kills
like
per game
Windows
is
ability
off
to
the
control
charts, and he
Ethernet.
even kind of continued that in play and being able to get a solo kill on Caps as well.
Yeah, and one
I
of the
turned it off on the modem side.
I gotta have to.
One of the things I want to point out on this graphic is that
Holy.
K plus A at 14 for Knight, the 2.7, is the highest among all mid laners coming to this tournament. You have to be
Holy.
very careful if you're fighting early skirmishes around Knight. I might even, warn
Right,
MKOI,
Knight.
like, maybe
And that's
go
kind of
gank the side
insane.
lanes instead.
Hard to have a damage profile in BLG though.
Look it on, or go gank bin
When
like
you have
Levi did.
when you've been an
because
elk.
it can be dangerous
It
there.
can,
So that
but I
makes
feel
sense.
like in the first game, maybe they're like, we're up to the challenge. We got to try.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about Jojo Pune a little bit because you have
This
the
episode's the
experience
first time
of
I
him
can
in
watch
NA,
an
and I think
international that wasn't
it
at
took a
4
little
a.m.
while for him
True.
to find his form again. And it is no wonder. You step into a team where you have all Spanish speakers. Of course,
Bro,
they
I can't
speak
believe
English with
Jojo
him,
won
but
a
you're trying
title.
to adjust to
I'm
everything.
still in
A new
disbelief that
city,
Koi. I
and
mean,
he
G2 looks
he's
sloppy,
my most
but like.
improved player in Europe
Yep.
for coming into the spring split out of winter, and I'm really curious to see how he can show that on the international.
Yeah, watching
Dude,
from
this
North
guy went
America has
from-
been really
this guy
fun
went
to
from
see the growth of JoJo over there, because in NA,
like
he
bottom
was
three
always
mid
mechanically gifted. He was always a playmaker,
Yeah.
and so
to
seeing the synergy kind of build with MKOI
clapping
and
caps.
really
That was
blossoming in
crazy.
spring and taking over playoffs has been super fun to watch. I mean, even in
Yeah,
some
I
like
love
games that
it.
they're
Yo,
losing,
Albanian
he's
Pope, he's
looking
up
for the
anyway.
angles, he's finding some plays.
Did you see his build?
I hate
also?
having to watch streams at 4 a.m., but I'm gonna watch the
I wanna see
rerun at
that,
4
like,
a.m.
Because he
Attaboy.
had that like
Attaboy,
really
that's
strong
my
in
mod
lane.
for you,
He was
baby.
always
That's
an
my mod.
incredible laner. Then when the winter split hit in LEC, I was like, please bring it back.
It's cold.
It's just a little cold now, but he's bringing it back. He's a lot harder coming into the spring split.
Yeah, you see.
Bro,
he
Raz's
just
shirt goes hard. You see the
accustomed
patterns
to
are
the
like
team
really
and they're
mild,
working
but they're
together.
cool.
They have also Melsat at the helm, who is a fantastic coach for them, hoping to figure out the drafts today. But for JoJo, it really is.
It's cool that
all
Chox is
eyes
representative
on
for
him
EU.
today, and I'd love to hear from him ahead of the match today in the Verizon Game Day interview.
Chat, it's a bit of a shame we don't have any EU
Jojo,
analysts
thank you for
there
joining
outside
me
of
ahead
videos.
of today's series. How do you feel today? You've been getting ready for this, playing against
Bro, is
BLG.
JoJo tall?
What's the mood like?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's pretty confident. Scrims have been going pretty well, but we can't get too overexcited, and we can't do what every Western team is doing, where we win one game and then we get too excited and we drop the rest. So
Oh, true.
we just have to keep on the momentum going and not get too excited if we win. And
He stopped
yeah,
trash
just not
talking. If you haven't seen
disrespect them,
JoJo
but at
in
the same
EU
time,
yet,
don't take
he
them
stopped
so
trash talking
serious, like
in
they're too
LEC.
good or something, you know?
We
He
had
did a
enough
little bit.
Game 1 Andy so far,
But he hasn't
yeah,
really-
hopefully not you guys today.
But he's a good interviewer.
Playing
He's
at home,
really good.
obviously,
He's
I
really
feel
well
like it's gonna
PR
be
trained.
extra exciting for you. How
That's
do
what
you
I
feel
like.
about that?
Yeah, I mean, it feels amazing to be here. It's been the first international in Canada since, I don't know how long. 2017, a long time. So I don't even remember what I was doing in 2017, but I'm very glad to be here. I don't know if we're going to get the home buff. I think I'm going to get the home buff, but I hope my team will get the home buff. I mean, they're a European team, but they have me, so I guess that's how it works, right? So I for sure think we're going to get much more confidence and just excitement from playing here. So
I
I'm
mean,
very excited to be
G2
here.
Hilly,
You were
shut up.
telling me that you've played in front of your family before. Obviously, international event hits different. Do you have a message for them as they're going to be in the
G2
audience today?
Yeah, just don't embarrass me too much if you guys do the interviews. And I mean, I hope you enjoy to watch me play. So.
Jojo, thank you so much. Best of luck today.
Dude, he's humble. He's cool. Bro, he's a good interviewer. Interviewee.
Embarrass him. Don't listen to him. I love watching all these interviews with JoJo.
Where the
He's smiling
family's
so
coming
much
out.
and
It's so
he's clearly
cute.
enjoying his time
Canada's
over there
more
so much. And
Australian
I
than
remember
it is
even when they
American,
first
I'm
announced
telling
that
you.
he was going over, he was pulling up Duolingo
You Canadians,
on
you're
his
part of the
stream
Commonwealth.
every
You guys
single
say
time, and he was
sorry.
practicing Spanish
You
and
don't really have
getting into
guns.
it.
Habla español.
Good
but
for
yeah,
you.
he's awesome. We're really happy to have him, and we're looking
Oh,
forward to
you
how
know.
he can do here in his hometown. But
Yeah,
I
my
do
wife
think
used to
we need,
live in
like,
Canada.
More of an edge, you know? It's
How
not
crazy
going
is that?
too well for Europe
She used to live in
and NA. Is there
Newfoundland.
anything that I can
Bro, Bro, that place is in the boonies. It's like saying you lived in Alice Springs.
The top lane champion pool. We're going straight to the top.
Okay, show me. Show me. What's the champ pool?
This is Bin.
We're missing on the right.
This is Cher.
All right,
and
but we're
then-
missing something. We're missing something.
Hang on.
But
We
no
have
one's
a
got
few
some
champions
spice,
here.
right?
Oh, hang on.
They have
Maybe
some
there's
accents
some
over there.
Merlin spice.
True, I've heard.
Oh, you missed.
What
What
the-
do you throw? We're missing. Focus with the Aurora. We're slapping with the Aurora. We got the
Gragas.
cannon, all right? Why
What
not?
the hell?
We got the Nico in there. If
What
you have
did
a
we
few more.
try?
Where's the virus top?
The Pontiac.
Where's the virus top? There it is, Raz.
Oh, we have an
The
important
Annie?
one. GX might needed have known this one. We got the Vex.
The
so
Vex
we'll throw
top.
the Vex in there as well.
This one might
The Nidalee.
be.
Oh, Nidalee, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, but
Nico, by the
Nidalee
way,
top
could be
is
an AD Nico.
mega
I like the
nerf.
AP beat Nico.
Chat, the grass nerf means that Jace priority went down as
actually,
well.
my favorite one isn't even on here because it was last year, all the way back in winter. The Fiddlesticks top. that he
True,
used
good on
versus
you.
Giant X,
Kobe loves
because
Fiddle,
I want
eh?
to see some like Fiddlesticks Nocturne compositions. You're getting that fear synergy, you're getting the extra move speed.
This
turning
is
out
such
the
a good
lights,
desk.
some
This is such a
really,
good
really
desk, chat. I
spicy
love it.
stuff. I hope that we get to see the most fun.
We're supposed to do
Oh,
this.
we
I don't
got-
know
there
where
we
the big
go.
one is. It's okay. We get the picture. So let's see
Oh,
if that
good
gives
stuff,
us an
good
edge
stuff.
or not. And
Gotta love
also,
it.
let's see how the fans have voted at MasterCard GG on
Your
X.
ramen,
They
miracle,
what?
Canatorius.
Okay.
Let's go!
Okay, allegedly,
Where's the lower
they
third?
are calling the match.
How come I've got
For
T1
Movistar
fans here?
That's what I'm talking about.
What?
61.1% of the votes.
MKOI
What
over
are they
BLG?
upping? I want some.
Spanish fans,
It's the
holy.
truth. That's what they're upping. It's
Bro,
just
T1 fans.
That's crazy. The fans track record is 80%.
T1 fans
correct. So you can put
everywhere.
every day
Okay,
on
they're
Origin, yeah,
generic.
good luck,
Those
every
stats.
That's
I'm a fan of
crazy.
it.
Guys.
You know what?
I really love Canadian
Where's the
fans.
M?
Have I
Where's
said
the
that
MKOI
before?
jerseys?
No, but you know what? You're an honorary Canadian today. You're straight
Absolute
from Saskatchewan,
Binema.
and I appreciate it. I came into this one thinking that it was going to be like
Absolute
BLG taking
Binema.
this one 3-2.
Good one. Good one.
You guys have inspired me. I'm changing that one straight to MKOI. We
Really?
flopped before the games even began.
He self-reported a flop. He didn't even have to say that.
Yeah, I did it.
He could have just said his prediction the whole time was going to be BLG. Well, Raz is flopping. I am not going to flop. I am going to keep mine as a 3-1 for BLG. I hope. Well, I'm kind of considering like that one game is going to be the first game, and it's going to go.
Oh God, no, no.
happened. We
like
talked
all
to them
the other ones.
We talked
but
to them in the
JoJo
changing
was
room.
aware of that. He's aware of the
Dog's
first
barking at the
game
horse
trap.
again.
There you go.
Yeah, MKOI 3-2. Why
we go.
not?
Oh,
Listen,
good on you, Shock.
if you
Yeah,
don't
yeah, that's
believe,
based.
why are you
That's
even
based.
here,
That's
right?
biased.
And
That's based.
We really need that win. Let's see. We can
Show
believe
us.
in our boys. We always have to. So let's see how they do. I'm super excited. It does. There is something in the air about this probably or hopefully being close. Hopefully being a 5-gamer because we've been left wanting a little bit.
Oh,
after
Koi,
those game
please
ones.
give us
Just looking
something
for
amazing.
What you had to show us, Professor Kobe, just like the
I'm worried about
holes in
JoJo
BLG's
versus
armor.
Knight.
There were a few
I don't
points
think
that
I'm
I
worried
noted
about
too,
Mew
like
and
there were a few
Bin.
solo kills happened from Kiaya.
I don't
Kiaya's
think I'm
incredibly
worried about Mew and
solid,
Bin,
so
chat.
I just want to see if BLG's
Slugging
coming
what
in
arba.
strong, if they learned any
Yep.
lessons coming in
I don't think
today.
I'm worried about
But they
Mew and
haven't
Bin.
seen what the MKOI boys have
What am I
done.
actually worried
Mirwin
about?
can do. What a fun matchup. I hope we get some trash talk back and forth as well. BLG,
Mid.
of course,
Mid is the biggest
already
issue.
warmed up already.
Elkin
Close to
on
the stage here in
versus Super
Vancouver.
Alvaro.
And that's the
Oh
thing.
wait, hang on.
G2 didn't
Okay,
even
maybe
win
I'm
the
worried.
first
Yeah.
game, and they still lost the series.
Genius
Like,
mid
how
later.
do you
So he's versus
overcome
Palafaker. What is
Patio
Knight?
this curse?
With the power of Canada for JoJo Pyun, it's time for MKOI versus BLG.
Big. Okay, chat, let me in. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I avoid spoilers every single day. To me, this is like a fresh taste of what I believe a lot of people have seen. 90% of the league community has seen, but the other 10 with me are just going to experience for the first time. All I want is Koi to pull up a game at least. Give me a game at least, and then I'll start to believe. Then I'll flip over and take away from 3-1 BLG. 3-1 BLG today, T1 3-0. I think T1 are going to spank them. Look, LCP fans, sorry, it's in the bin. I'm sorry. Look, that region, there's not enough competition. There is not enough.
Vancouver.
It's so, like,
Please
top
welcome
heavy.
today's teams to
It's
the
not like
stage.
LPL
The
and LCK,
champions
the
of
depth of
LEC,
talent.
Movistar
Even, I mean, LEC has a similar problem, right?
And the world's 2024
Except our top four was
finalists,
pretty good.
The LPL's Billy Gaming.
Holy Mirwin, Bin. Bin didn't bow. He wanted to bow, but there was no bow from Mirwin.
Welcome everyone
Oh, you're
to
H1.
another day
There's the
of
bow.
MSI
Come on, give him a little
2025.
bow.
I am
JoJo will bow.
happy to be
Watch this.
joined here by
Watch this.
Vedius.
He did a head
I
nod.
think
Close
it's gonna
enough.
be
I'll
a
take
really
it. What's your
fun
prediction? You
series.
got it?
I hope so. I hope
In
so.
your head.
I know that it's starting a little earlier in
The head
Europe,
nod.
so I know my EU
Go, come on, we're gonna do
brothers
it.
and sisters will
Alvaro.
be eager
Alvaro.
and excited to see this matchup.
Lock
And of
in
course,
today, yeah? Lock in today.
We've heard some
On can be a
skepticism
filthy
around
inter,
BLG. We've
but he
seen
has
some
been
of the
pretty
weaknesses,
insane
but
this
the
split.
reality is, Azale, they just
Bin on
dominated
top.
in the play-in stage.
No, Bin's just
They
top,
were
not on.
looking really, really good in play-ins. They won all 6 games. They got feats in all 6 games. They barely lost any dragons. They were getting every first tower except for 1. Yes, this team is looking really, really strong.
Okay.
That being said,
Why is
there
it
were some
BLG
holes,
and not
I will say,
BBG?
you know, in the gameplay, they did drop some early game advantages.
Maybe
So
negative-
they
I don't
almost
know,
lost that one
Billy
game to
Gaming?
G2. We saw some really kind of openings, I think,
The
in the game series,
BBG, bro. I don't know
especially,
why
where we
I
saw
think
the
that
game bot
sounds
lane
so
be able to get
dirty.
2v2 kills, create
BBG.
advantages.
Yeah, we're BBG,
But
bruh.
then BLG shows up.
Okay,
and
no
they
staring.
Smack you in a team fight, and it
I'm
feels
ready.
like the game ends. So we have to see. Is
Chat's a
MKOI
big day.
going to be
Double
able to
best of
bring a higher
5.
level
Back
if
to
they
back.
create those
No
advantages? Will they be
pauses.
able to match
No
BLG in the
pauses
team
unless
fight?
it's high
Will they be able
production
to
value
have
getting
better
back to a
objective
replay
setups
for you
to
in
really
case we don't have
hammer
one.
home any
That's
advantages they
my
get and
ode
turn
to
those
you.
into wins?
We go back to back, we sit here, we break down, we give you everything you want out of a co-streamer and more. Plus I have a nice shirt on. It's a nice shirt. It didn't cost much, but it's a nice shirt. Oh, it's good, isn't it, Hannah?
They really
Nice
did come
shirt.
together
Nice
in
shirt,
playoffs.
isn't it?
They really
Like my shirt?
demonstrated how good their
She likes my
preparation
shirt.
was.
It's a
And
win.
that, for me, is the thing
If she
that
likes
I'm
my
most
shirt, it's a
looking
win.
forward to. We've got a lot
Baby
of footage
girl.
of BLG. We've seen nothing
Billy Lily
of
Gaming.
MKOI
Okay,
coming into
right.
this tournament, so that
You know
is
what?
a big
You're
advantage
not
that they're
wrong.
gonna have coming into
But I
this
can't
best of
answer it
5.
for you. I don't
And
work
I'm
for them.
looking forward
Used to
what
cast for
they've
the
prepared
LPL.
for
He
us
should
today.
know.
As we jump into our champion
Bro, I
select
don't know.
presented by
I
Omen
even
and
used to. I used to have my agency for 2 years was Billy Gaming. That was for the sake of visa
if he
stuff,
can create
but
a big
like
advantage over
anyway.
Beishuan. You know,
We
Beishuan
don't talk about that.
obviously you know,
Okay,
is
let's
a
go.
strong jungler, but
Series
LUA
one,
has been
begin.
incredible for them in the LEC. You know,
Now,
he
Twisted
was
Fate, we
the
know.
finals
Permaban,
MVP.
not a
This
good
guy
pick. I
has
think Twisted
been
Fate is the
playing
bait
at
pick
that
so far of the
really, really
tournament.
high level
I think
for such a
Vi's
long
also been a
time.
bit of a bait,
And people
but I
are
have a
counting on him
feeling
to really be
EU
able
will
to
still
step
play
up
it.
at the
But
international
Koi
level to
also play
prove
things like
his worth
Maokai
at
Sedge
this
jungle.
stage.
El
I also have
Yoya,
to say, you know, I was
his
so
champ
impressed
pool,
by the development of Supa
he
and
plays
how good
quite a
he was
lot.
looking in playoffs. Him and Alvaro were, I think, really, really impressive.
Certainly will, and we'll see how they are set up in game 1 as Annie
Copy
going to be taken
Talia.
away from Knight. The Talia
Yeah, okay.
respect gonna come through
Ari
from
game 1.
BLG.
Jojo loves
It is
Ari.
one of Jojo's
Are we gonna
go-to
Ari one?
preferences in the mid lane. When we think of Jojo domestically, the Talia and Ari have often
Is Jojo
been
just
the
going to
two
get
big
permabanned out? That's the
That
question.
means that things like Vi, Xin Zhao
That's the big
should be
question.
junglers
Are
that
we
we're
just gonna
looking
get
at in
permabanned
this
out?
game 1 to set up for Elyoya and Jojo to
With the
have
Jax
that
ban,
synergy.
maybe they're going to play
Gauge
Xin.
supports for Alvaro,
Maybe they're
things
just like,
the
hey,
Rao, the
Xin in
Leon,
general is a little bit
Rakan.
rough.
We'll see how high they are. And the Vi, as we
No,
were just talking
it's a
about, going to be
horse.
taken away.
It's
I wonder
just
if
a
that does
TV.
lean towards
It's
a
a TV.
Xin Zhao priority, or maybe even an Ari
She
early
stood there
pick to
barking.
take it away from
Horse.
Knight.
There's
now
a
that the
horse on the
Annie's been taken
TV.
off the
She's
board.
like,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, you know, with the Vi off the table, you know, are you willing to just blind the
okay,
Ari
Vi
into
ban, it
someone
makes sense.
like Knight? You know,
Vi ban
obviously
makes sense
Annie is
against
gone,
Eluya.
so it's
Let's
gonna
get
be
Xin.
very difficult
We're
to play
going
into.
Yone
But instead,
B1.
it is gonna be the
Okay, we're
Yone.
Jojo
This is
champ
obviously
pool
a big
already.
pick for
But
Jojo,
we're going to lose
especially
Ari.
his time
We're going to
in
lose
NA. He's
Knight's
always
Ari, and they're going to
known
get Zin's
as
out
a
or
melee
Pantheon.
mid laner,
Pantheon's
you know, a
up.
guy who really
Wait,
is a
Pantheon
specialist
is
on
just
the
up.
Talis, the Akali, the Yone
We're going to
really
get
can
H1
excel
Pantheon
on
with
those
an Ari
champions.
pairing.
This is a champion that has been consistently banned out through all of MSI.
Rumble?
I think
Do we go
Koi
Ari or do we
also
go
wanted
Pant?
Gwen. It's one of Muin's
Because they know that they're
personal
probably, yeah, they
favorites.
go
He didn't
Pant.
have the best performances
Do
on
you
it
still
in
go
the
Sejuani
playoffs,
here?
But throughout his career,
Now that
it's
they're
been
not gonna
something
pick
that he's
Trundle.
always lent towards. I wonder if Koi are now thinking about a Sejuani Gwen topside,
Yeah.
something that synergizes well.
Oh, I
It
like
is
the
obviously
Gwen.
very
I like the
short
Gwen
range,
call.
but it's very powerful in
I like
terms
the
of
Gwen
the early
call.
skirmishes. As BLG have gone for the
Mewin
Rumble on
can
the
also
top
just go
side.
Galio
I
here.
think
What about
Bin-
Sedge Galio?
It seems a lot
Sedge
to pundits
Galio,
have
really
mixed
nice.
opinions on Bin's Rumble, but at the very least so far at this
I
tournament,
also
he's
really
been
like
stellar
Galio
on the
into
champion.
comps that
His
have to
Rumble
commit.
is
Like
used
things things
the
like
Rumble
Pantheon
ultimates
play
have been
dive.
very impactful.
Galio's really nice.
Ooh, but the Galio responds instead. So they're not gonna
Galio
go for the
Sedge
Gwen,
is
even
really
though it
good.
was left
Dude,
open.
Galio
Instead, they wanna
Sedge,
have
and
that
we have a
Galio
basis for a solid
Galio,
foundation
standard answer here for the
competition.
Rumble. I do also
That's
really
it.
like it as a pairing with the Yone because the Yone can fly in with
Varus,
the
but we're
ultimate,
gonna lose
and then
Sedge.
Galio comes in over the
We
top,
care more about
really
80
allows
carry
you to put
pro,
pressure
which is
on
fair,
that
which is
back
fair.
line here.
Varus is still a really
A lot
strong
of power
pick.
picks here for MKOI in the first
If
game,
they
being able to
go
get the Galio
Aurora,
answer, being able to get that
that's a
Varus,
horrible
the most
laning
highly
phase for the
prized
Yone.
AD carry in the patch these days.
Okay.
It is going to be the Aurora answer.
BLG
though,
focus on
from
the solo
Knight,
lanes.
and
That
we'll see
makes
how
sense.
he
They
looks
always
on it
do.
because
But it does mean here in this game, we can start banning away 80 carries.
Gotten themselves a very comfortable top side. It's a very nice transition from the early.
Galio support Yone mid, Varus top. Oh my god, you're right. Shut up.
Go for a bit more of a scaling
Mob,
shut insurance, but also this is a type of composition that gives them a lot of proactivity in the
I don't think you're going to run Yone into Rumble, though. You're not going to run Yone into Rumble. But you can... Vedius, tell me about Varus top. This can be Varus top.
Aurora in the mid lane. So I think BLG have started off strong. They're going to remove the Xin
This
Zhao
can be
away
Varus
from the
top.
ball.
You're right. This actually can be Varus top. It's a good matchup into Rumble.
We consider them kind of EU classics, the kind of safe defaults that just provide a lot of.
Wait, actually, you're right. It could also be Galio mid, Yone bot, or leave Yone mid, keep him in bad matchup. Support. You're right. You're right. Okay. Chat, we're cooking. Banning Jhin.
Really well.
It kind of indicates the Varus lane, but I think that it's fake. I think they're just getting rid of it.
Of course, I think the champion that he is most well known for. But
if we're running Varus top, I want a really good
so
skirmishing jungler, but we don't have any left.
Instead, it is going to be that Ezreal ban, so they are really just trying to take away comfort here from Elk.
Bro, they haven't mentioned it. Vedius, you know this. Vedius, I know you know this.
It feels like you have so
it could be Varus top.
They may look to try and grab an early rail if they want a little bit more engaged to also deny that away from Koi.
Yeah, but Koi can go Alistar here.
Open, but we discussed the MF just provides you with a lot of
what about Leona versus comp? Match
a
bit of range setup with range setup. Leona, I love here. I love Leona versus Misfortune. I love Leona versus Rumble. I love when these champions want to pull back and set up with their ultis.
And once you get your
Kill.
Bloodthirster, you get that one.
Leona would be good here. Leona.
Play poke or if he is going to play on hit, but you can shrug off.
Is it going to be Varus top? Is game one of Koi going to be Varus top?
Bloodthirster. And Aurora sets up really well.
Maokai doesn't show anything. Maokai's going to go jungle. He used to love Maokai jungle.
And being able to actually set that up with the bullet time. You have the Pantheon ult, you have the Rumble ult. The only thing they really need to
okay, it's Varus, but chat, sorry, no cooking.
Like that rel, and I think that's why we
no
see
cooking, standard
kind of
2v2. Varus Alistar will lose level 1. BLG will kind of win the 2v2 early. I'm assuming a couple levels with Varus, it's fine.
Nico here would really help out for the 2v2, so if they really want to put priority on that 2v2, I think it makes sense, but they are fairly AP
BLG could go Leona.
And they don't have really much of a
Rakan
front line,
also
so
could follow
like
up.
a more traditional hard engage support makes sense to me, and Rakan definitely
Chat, I'm going to run ads. I'm going to tell you why I don't like BLG's comp in a second. I'm going to tell you why I don't like BLG's comp in a second. I'm going to tell you why I like Koi's. Very standard, and I think there's a lot of good options. Yo, chat, thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate every single day that you guys are rocking up in the chat, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, I apologize. I turned the chat off because I don't want any spoilers. I don't want anyone with spoilers, and it's not modded. Anyone in Twitch, remember, no spoilers here. I'm watching this for the first time. Both series, back-to-back, best of 5, no pauses. We go. Yo, I appreciate everyone being here. Big kiss. I run them now. Twitch Prime, Tier 1, get you out of it. Berlin, Sirens. All they're good. There's 2 of them.
Domestically, the Varus also just a very strong laner, but I feel like BLG responded well. They've gotten good matchups kind of across the board, and I do feel like that.
Can you hear them, chat? Can you hear them in the mic? Are they that loud? Can you hear them?
I want to see BLG be proactive in the early games.
Yo, everyone else, can I ask you, audio good? We good with audio? Before I start talking, we good with audio? Casting audio should be nice. Casting audio, hysterics.
Yeah,
are we good?
You know, we could see
is it beautiful? Is it a beautiful synergy? Do I sound like I'm there? Look, I'm the TriCast. I'm there with Azael and Vedius. To be fair, have I done a TriCast with Azael Vedius? I've done a few casts with Azael. I've done Chronicler Dagda. I've done Kobe Vedius, I think. I've done Vedius.
To see how MKOI is going
I don't know if I've done Azael
Vedius.
Vedius.
#1, both G2 and FlyQuest were able to come out hot in their series,
now listen.
take down that first game, and then it was
Here's why I don't like the draft.
Sweep, 3 straight games going
Here's why I don't like the draft.
Way. So we'll see if it is going to be
Rakan is good follow-up engage. Rakan is not reliable stick-on engage, right? Because he's so squishy. Because Rakan as well has charm, he has knock-up, it's cool. It is a form of engage, don't get me wrong.
I'm just really excited to see
But with Misfortune, I love what I would call a lock-in-place engage. Leona, Rel, snap engage, it's hard to react that Leona can layer, that Knight can layer, that Bing can layer. Maybe because they have more zone control with things like Bin's ult and Knight's ult, that makes it a little bit easier for them to layer things, and that's where On comes in. But I would have preferred something that's a little bit harder in engage, where you have Alistar, Alistar's in, Alistar has a bit of sticking power.
At the beginning of this year,
He's also
we
a
saw
bit
the
snap
introduction
engagey,
of
right? He's
JoJo,
instant.
while their winter
It's
split
very
was
hard to react
the
to
strongest
Alistar
performance coming into spring.
like
They were
a
really
flash
competing
Q
at the
or
top of
like
the table.
a
And
W
then coming into
W
playoffs as
reposition
the
Q
third
flash.
seed, they had a very impressive run.
The
They
first
took down
LEC
winter
NA
champions
import.
KC in an intense 5-game
That's him.
series,
That's
even
him,
though
man.
they did lose in the
All right,
first
NA,
round
for years,
to,
you've been
G2,
sapping
they
our
made it back
talent.
through the lower bracket,
Now
defeated
it's
Koi
time that we sap
again, and
yours.
then ultimately
That's right, I
defeated
said we.
G2 in the
Been in this
finals.
region for 2
The one
years,
thing that they
and I
were
say
ultimately praised
we.
for was their very good preparation and just the fact that a lot of the individuals stood out. You talked about how Super developed a
I
lot,
say we.
but we really saw the impact of the Alvaro
We.
synergy that I think really brought them into the first seed here coming into this tournament.
Y'all didn't want them? Y'all? Did you say y'all? Holy already. It's going to be a horror matchup mid. Top will just neutralize. In fact, actually, I think the Galio wins it out of there. I've just seen so many Gallios come ahead with a bit of a lane lead in the first couple of levels.
Still putting on pressure, being very efficient with his play and with his ganks, and when he is able to group up with Alvaro.
And then the 2v2, Alistar doesn't do anything early, so 2v2 will win for BLG, at least for the first couple of levels. I don't know what happens after that. I assume Varus outranges.
JoJo is going to be playing Fleet, second wind, as well as D-Shield.
He needs it, bro.
So
He's going to get cooked.
as much damage as possible,
Oh my god, if that Q hit, it would have been a horror. It is still already a horror, but...
Incredibly well. It's a really tough
Level
matchup,
2.
as you are
Alvaro just hit
highlighting,
2. Can we do anything?
JoJo not
No.
doing too bad of a job. Beishwan
Okay, Beishwan's just walking bot. He wants to invade. Oh my god. Elyoya Q smite. Do we have smite? He's got smite. You need to smite this, bro. You need to smite this now.
Elyoya does have his smite and is
Nice.
going to have to
Nice.
use. He will lose the one little chicken.
One chicken.
But then, Will just heading down
Good
towards
sapling.
The Krugs. You can
On
see
gets the
On
roam though
with the
because
push
they're
that
pushed
they
in. The
had
bot
in
pressure
bot lane
really
is
hurts. The
here
bot pressure
and
really hurts
helping
Koi.
Beishwan. They want to put the pressure on. They have the push in bot. They have the push in
Alvaro
mid. They're gonna
flashed
flash
on.
forward. Great reaction there though from Alvaro.
Yeah.
Able to trade his flash out, not take much damage off the back of that. Now Supa is coming over here. They spot
Can they
out
do
Elk,
anything in the
but
3v3? I mean, it's
is
Maokai
already
versus
stolen.
the
We'll see how many
Pantheon
little
with
ones
Misfortune
Elyoya
Rakan.
can get. Looks like just
They
the
can't do
one,
anything.
so
This is
BLG
really well played from
definitely effective on
BLG.
the invade, utilizing
Beishwan might
the
double
early
back
power
and
that
go
they
red,
drafted
but
for,
the waves kind
and
of
getting in the
equalize, so
face of
maybe
this
not.
Maokai.
Just love the
He's got
use
his
of the
full
early
bot side
routes. Exactly
camp
what
to
we wanted
clear.
to see from BLG.
He took
The fact that they
Krugs.
had the push in bot, they have full control over mid, and it means that the rest of Koi can't
Oh
really
my
do
God.
much to help their jungler out.
Aurora.
Will lose out a little bit.
Aurora
but
lane
thanks to the
versus
Sandlot,
melee.
He was able to get quite a few
Give me
of
some
the
more
small
fleet, please.
Krugs. It's likely that he's going to get double scuttled though. So in terms
Dude,
of early experience,
JoJo's going to lose. Oh my god, this lane is such a horror.
JoJo, he's really starting to feel the hurt now as more
This
levels
lane is such a
are
horror.
secured by Knights.
Here comes Elyoya.
He's fishing.
No jungler here because jungler has to do his bot side clear.
Try to escape. We'll see if
We're going to
Elyoya
flash
wants
this,
to
aren't we?
hit the
Flash this, yep. Nice.
Gonna have to actually
Mid flash
get that out
gone.
for Knight. So
Let's
Knight's definitely
repeat
getting
that.
nervous there
Let's come
about
back next
potential
time.
engage. Felt
Next
like he
year,
got
we do a
locked out.
revisit,
Would've
yep.
gone down, but this is
Good.
great.
You're purely welcome.
Relief of pressure there for JoJo.
Oh, yo, yo,
Means
yo,
he
yo,
will be
yo,
able to
yo,
push this
yo,
in,
yo.
and Elyoya will make sure
Knight
that it
does not have
flash.
enough for a
JoJo
W.
will get a good
If he
base
had
off here,
flash, I
despite the
guarantee
fact that
you
he was
Knight
low on
flash
health, he was
W's
getting
there.
pushed in. It doesn't matter because he kept his farm up. He's getting the base
Okay,
off. No
Elyoya
problem
going for
here.
the invade, but your
Now
bot is
Elyoya
weak.
has
Sorry,
to
your
be a
mid
bit
is weak.
careful. Beishwan, no flash available.
You have TP?
Of course,
He does.
Doesn't want to over.
What does he get? A longsword, a dagger, boots.
Comes through from
No
Elyoya.
magic
He
mantle.
will
Yeah,
secure
that's nice.
that top side crab. So even though Beishwan does have a bit of
Okay,
a
so
hand
mid
for
is the
now,
biggest issue right now.
Swap
Everything
will come
else,
through
whatever it'll
from
get through. I
Koi.
mean,
So
Super
they're
just
giving
got like, there was
out
like a
the rough
semi
matchup on
dive.
the bot side
The
of the
Krug
map.
take was big
They're
for the
gonna be looking to
2v2.
put a bit of
They're going to
pressure
mismatch
onto
lanes, but BLG wants standard lanes, so I guarantee they'll reset now bot, as you can see, come up. But Bin's a little bit late. He didn't get the push in. Good punish.
Feels like he's kind of accepting his fate.
He's gonna
here
wait.
a little bit. Alpha going to go in. The combo will come through. He's
No.
rooted up. Bin still
Oh yeah,
holding
Bin
on,
just
gonna be
accepted it.
stunned
He
up
just
and
doesn't
knocked
flash.
down. Super
I guess he
claims
thinks
first blood
I'm
on
up
the
in
top
10
side.
seconds. Look
It's
at
an
bot wave.
easy
Bot
first
got pushed
blood
in. He's just going to
picked
TP.
up by Koi. As you highlighted,
But it's
Bin,
nice.
It felt like that there was
Nice
an
first blood.
opportunity for him to flash.
Oncoming
but I
mid.
felt the positioning
JoJo,
of
careful.
Alvaro meant that he was going to flash in response.
Step
JoJo
up.
in a
Step
bit
up.
of danger,
Okay, don't
will
need to.
take
Good, 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 good.
A chunk of damage.
He couldn't flash
Again,
W.
the deficit that he's in, he's kind of held for now. About 5 CS, about a wave is what he's lost overall, which at the end of the day, considering the matchup,
Totally
is yeah, as you rightly said, completely fine. Elk
Flash W is the movement ability. Do I mean E?
Spot, but on his
Do I mean
way
E for a
to help
Warba?
secure this wave for Elk, and now
Ah,
he should
ora.
be completely completely fine. So BLG not wanting to put.
Do I mean the E? Is the E the? Is the E the Hadouken?
Lane matchups.
No. Q is
early Vamp Scepter here, going to be struggling
Q
off
is
a lot of the
little
folks that they're
sperm.
looking for. Knight is
E
just
is
going to let the
that's
ulti go here
Hadouken.
as in comes Basewan. Jojo trying to get back to the tower. Will
Okay,
be able
Jojo's
to
out.
avoid the rest of
This
that damage
mid,
coming
this
through from
oh,
Basewan.
it's a
Spirit in the back, but Jojo
level
trades
6 at
himself,
least
does
now.
get out.
Nice from
Nice
Mewin.
trade here onto Bin. Bin overheats, but can't get
He didn't go
much
phase
done
rush.
off
He
the
went
back of
after
that.
shock. So it's just a full tank. I don't know why I'm expecting phase rush. It's like I'm watching Battles. I think I'm watching Bouse. Yeah, he's going to play Phase Rush. Bro, with AP lanes, Bouse just plays Phase Rush, gets the trade, walks away.
He's also going to grab the bot crab, and I think he convert this into the dragon as well. They know
Okay.
that Elioya
Yeah,
has
ease
to
the
path
pullback.
back towards the top
Okay.
side of the map. And so there's not going to really be any
The 2v2's matched again.
So, as we expected, BLG with that early
I wonder
game
if Koi
control, even though they conceded
just say,
first
we're going to
blood,
lose
they
Grubs.
still
No, they're
hold
not, because they just
a lot
lost
of
Dragon.
control and advantages
Oh,
with the
these
pressure
lanes
they
are
have,
really rough.
on, well,
And you
in the
can't do
2v2
anything
and
with
in the
what I
mid-lane
would
matchup.
call like a winning or an equal top lane, can you? He's got ulti. Oh, dear lord.
You see the weirding connecting there on a JoJo.
The
down
weirding.
Quite low. We'll have to go back to base. You know,
Oh,
Ben
that's
even
that's
used
bad for
equalizer on the
JoJo.
wave to make sure the
Oh,
ball
he
was
doesn't have
pushed in so he
TP.
could rotate over towards that dragon.
I
help
think
out
we're going to lose
H1.
everything early, chat. I think the problem with this game is going to be that BLG in the first 15 minutes are going to get everything on the map. And Koi is just going to pick up scraps. Counter ganks, big plays from Elioya. That's all it's going to take. That's all we need. Like, the play on top was good, but Bin knew that he had TP. He didn't have to flash. He might look for kill threat. Like, he keeps flash for maybe the upcoming Grub fight. Maybe it's worth him not flashing there. Maybe it was like a big brain play.
Grubs is going to be spawning in about 40 seconds. The bot lanes are already on the top side of the map. It's going to be a bit awkward for Elioya.
I'm worried. 52 CS though.
But he needs to be on the top
Super's
side of the map
caught
ready
up.
to
Super's
contest his
with the
objective.
kill as
Early
well.
base is gonna
Super's
come through from
he's not that
Super
far
to make
behind.
sure they can spend what they can ahead of the fight that's going to be coming soon.
It's really nice.
JoJo with the Zerka's Greaves. I will say that for Koi, I don't know if they want to fight early. It might be
Yeah.
better for them to concede. Obviously, giving away
I don't
all
think
of
so.
the Grubs is not ideal.
Because I didn't really
With this
talk about
composition,
comps, but I
don't
think
that it
scaling would be in
spikes
Koi's
super hard
favor.
this
Like, it's a
early.
very
In contrast to
simple
what BLG have, like
baseline
Pantheon,
draft
only
analysis.
90
I would tell you that
It's a very tough
Koi
opponent
should
to
win this
skirmish
game
against the
if they
Aurora,
can
but the
chill
amount
out.
of burst that she has
They have
available,
lethality
it's a
virus.
scary
They've got a lot
fight
of
that
space.
Koi
They've got
have to be
great
cautious about
engage,
how they
reliable
approach.
all in.
Absolutely.
Alistar
BLG
layers up
down
with
top side.
Galio.
No one was in range
You
to
can also
actually
pivot
get
with
it.
Elioya.
So it
Like,
looked like that
it's
gold was
there's
just
good
kinda
engage tools in this comp.
thrown out into the ether.
They also have things
JoJo
to keep Super like
is still under
really
a little
safe.
bit of pressure
Alistar's
here,
really
but because it is
versatile.
double AP solo,
Elioya,
there's things like Wits End, things
AoE
like
ultimate,
Maw becoming
stops BLG
extremely
from
effective
approaching.
here. You know, he is just sitting on the null magic
They have
mantle
good
for
commitment.
now, but I think JoJo is going to become a problem in this side
Like,
lane for BLG later on. As
it
long as
just
he does
matters
not
about
fall
mid
behind,
jungle.
but they're gonna
Sorry.
look for a play here. JoJo,
Mid bot.
great buffer out on
Okay.
the Q3. As
Yeah.
that was Beishwan's flash.
Oh,
in
it
for
was
the
actually
stun,
again.
but
Beitron no
JoJo is
flash.
ready and
We do anything
equal
with that
to
with
the
Grubs.
task.
Koya on
Something
Grubs.
often see BLG do is
Beitron
try
just
and
used flash.
fight you ahead of the
JoJo
objective
didn't
very
use his
early.
ulti either. Beitron's going to ulti in. All Super's caught. All Super's caught. Oh, bullet time flash. Disengages nice, but can they do anything? Oh, JoJo missed ulti. Super just caught out in the middle. In the middle, and Elioya is dead. Fuck. Oh, Knight is gigantic. Knight is actually like, bro, I thought that guy was a squire, you know, but no. This guy's old-fashioned
just
Knight.
love to skirmish, and the fact that Knight picks up both kills
Oh,
is
dear
massive for
God,
BLG.
JoJo's lane not
Like,
going to feel
really
any
being
better.
set up for success
Get
now.
me
He's
out of it,
already
put me
winning
into a
out on
side lane,
1v1
please.
now.
Can I
That
match
matchup is
Bin,
gonna get
sir?
much,
Can I
much
match
harder.
Bin?
The good news for Koi is they at the
I'll
very
go
least
Wits End
do
first, I
deny
promise.
one grub,
Can I match
but that
Bin?
feat of warfare is
I
still
don't know
gonna
if
be
Bin's going
secured
to be
by
any better
BLG.
that late. Dude, he has no escape.
So we look back, the initial engage, the
Albanian
flash that
Poby,
was
I'm
used
sorry,
in the
bro.
mid lane, it
Ow.
means that with the Pantheon ultimate, they can turn their attention towards the river, and they just
Yo,
turn
Haley,
their
what up?
attention
Good
onto
morning,
Super.
pup.
He very quickly
What happens?
flashes. Unfortunately,
Super's
he's still
in the
being
middle
collapsed from
of a
both
BLG
sides, so
collapse.
even though he flashes into the arms of Knight, making it an easy pickup. Elioya does still have the flash, but he feels like if he flashes early, he's not going to get away to safety. But then Elk flashes in to secure that extra bit of damage needed.
On.
Nice indeed.
Nicer.
Fortunate setup there for
Bro, they're
MKOI.
calm.
They get over. They want to try to force on these grubs.
I'm telling you, I think I
Super
put
just got
BLG to win this
surrounded
matchup, chat. I'm
immediately,
sorry.
wasn't really
I
able to
believe
get
in
helped
Koi,
out.
but
This
I'm
is
just
the
also.
tape for Knight
I just think
versus
BLG
JoJo.
have warmed
Knight
up
obviously
and
with
BLG are back again. I
massive
put
amount of
BLG above
experience,
AL in the
both in
tournament.
T1 as well
And
as
to be fair, after
internationally,
what I've seen,
has been
I think that's
incredible
fair.
for the team for such a long time, and now getting out to that early advantage is going to be a problem.
Certainly is.
He was tweaking.
Knight is a player
Oh,
that
he's
you
tweaking.
really cannot afford to
No
underestimate.
Gamba.
Incredibly talented, still having a very strong split.
Yo,
overall. The
was no
finals were the
Gamba
best
because people
performance.
can. We are anti-spoilers all the way. We try everything we can not to spoil. Everything.
In the mid lane as JoJo goes 2v1
I've been
on
off
the bot side
social
of the
media.
map to try
I
and
just
out
stay off
the
social
matchup.
media.
This means that
And
Koi
you know
can
what?
put
It's
a
been
little bit
good,
more
chat.
pressure onto
Fuck
the
social
Aurora,
media.
who's sitting on the
Do it
double
with me.
fronting guys,
Anyone
but
who's like,
we're seeing a lot more.
no, who was it? Air
Koi
Jordan who's like, I need to check the scores in the morning. Bro, stop doing that.
Oh, this could be problems here for
Bro, get off social media. It's so worth. Social media is trash. I use Twitch now after a stream to just upload the shorts to the 3 social media platforms that use shorts.
A lot of MR built up.
Oh, I didn't stop it.
Jojo unable to stop the recall there from Allen. Of course, the passive shielding.
It feels good.
So that you are not
Maybe you should use this experience to get off social media, chat.
It will not interrupt your recall.
I mean, I don't like using Twitter anyway. Like, I hate that sometimes I want to scroll it and I go, bro, it's built for that. They pay people. They pay people in the back end to make it as addictive as possible. Now you enjoy restreams much more. Good. Bing. Bing. Big. Also known as Big.
Just because he can stay in the extended fight.
Second Dragon BLG getting everything early. Their comp allows, doesn't it?
I think KOI, they're just not in a position to contest
they're
right
not.
now.
Even though it's only double mask from mid after the big early game. I can't do anything. Get rid of the overlay. We don't need it. Get rid of the overlay. We don't need it.
BLG just
Observe it. We don't need it. I want to continue item track. I want to see.
Two early dragons here.
Why? Maybe it's a spoiler from them. Are we fighting? Where's the damage? I missed damage. Remember when there was damage? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Super caught out twice now. You're not safe when Pantheon's MIA. H1's Pantheon is clean. Also a mistake to leave up this champ. I think Pantheon's like the strongest jungler of the tournament so far.
Getting some good chip damage down.
Oh, good dodge. Okay.
Is here. I don't think they're going to try to go
really good coverage from Alvaro as well. They can't do anything. No one's nearby. Galio's top as well. They need to start using this Galio ult for defensive players. I think Mia will need to start sacking waves and just playing for defense on mid or bot. I don't know. He's got a push move. Push move. I think Galio needs to just sack in this game.
Constantly moving in,
keeping Bin under control is not going to change the game because Knight is running the game. You know?
I love how Beishuan is playing.
Nice, nice. Oh, Knight's tanking. Oh, the flash though. Oh, he just cleaned us. And he just took a turret shot on the exit. Oh my god. Nice try. Nice try. Chat, we clap those. We clap those. Alvaro, nice try. Really good punish. Need more like that. Confidence plays like that. That's what we need. Like this. Let's go. Elk. Elk. His cleanse. His cleanse is down. The super have ulti. He doesn't. Super Q. Oh, Super Yushi! Super Yushi! That's my guy! Yeah, we'll return. Return of the King. Return of the King. Yo, Deft could never do that. Deft could never do that.
Find a good play on the bot side.
Never.
Find the flash in mid and
Shut up.
secure themselves a kill.
If anyone says DRX or 2022, never. Oh my god, you made me breakfast. You're the best wife. I give you a big kiss. You want a big kiss? Come here. Big kiss. Chat, it's got a big plate of breakfast.
That's what they're looking for. Time. They know in the team fights later into the game, they will have ways
British
to turn
breakfast.
This game around. They just have to weather the storm. Herald going to be spawning in a minute's time.
Oh my god.
As we look back at this play, Elk, he just steps up a little too far.
I need to take my medicine, chat.
Look at the vision coverage on the minimap, and he feels very safe. But a nice commitment from Alioya. Commits the flash W first.
Yeah, I know. I just haven't taken my medicine. I'm about to take.
From the ulti still has value. And then Super finds
putting
the
Guma over
snipe onto
Super.
Elk.
No way.
There's not much that he can do to sidestep that. Bit of frustration from the side.
Easy hoons, like.
For BLG.
That was me.
Okay, chat. I gotta take medicine. Hang on. I said no pauses. I didn't like. I didn't like. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm here.
But they still hold on to the lead for now.
They do. Elk still had those blight stacks from the Varus, so of course the piercing arrow going to do a ton of damage if it did connect.
I get acid reflux. I've had it for years.
Happy to collect his second kill here of the game.
It looks good.
The gold lead, I don't think that much of a concern to me. You know, the real concern is going to be the dragon stacking because there's not going to be a lot of time here for MKOI to scale up, to sit back. It is 2 minutes until that third dragon, and I'm not sure you want to give BLG the opportunity to just have a free soul point here. Because that is going to be looming over you for the rest of the game.
Very good breakfast, and now a good game one. Let's go. Let's join them.
Very close to that completed play.
Chat, let's join them.
With the Herald being spawned and the Prio that BLG still have, they've been utilizing it
Herald.
all game. We've been talking extensively about it. Their bot lane plus their mid laner pushing in these waves, giving Beishuan so much control.
We need Galio there. We're losing every objective right now.
Fight for KOI, especially given they can't really get.
They don't have first item on Yone.
Oh,
they don't have first item. They don't have first item on Yone.
see BLG. It looks
TP
like
up,
they have this in a really good
Bin's
position.
moving.
I think if MKOI go in,
It's
it
just
will
gone.
just be to die. So
We're
MKOI
just soft contesting, but we're not really
decide
soft
to just
contesting.
back
Like,
it up.
we
I mean,
bring
JoJo's
3
locked under
people.
his
We don't
tower,
get
doesn't
anything
have his
mid.
First item. I think it would have been an ill-advised fight.
Yeah, but
I
the
really
contest,
think we
these
need
like
to see
these
MKOI,
contests
though,
at the
get
back
to
of the
dragon
fight.
early, be the
Alvaro,
ones
don't
there
do it.
first, get saplings in the brushes, make them walk through this AP Maokai and his poke, as well as the Varus
don't
poke.
like-
That
what's
is
for
the way
breakfast?
you get that
Did you not
recipe for
see?
success here for
What Hannah
MKOI.
made me.
If they are the ones having to face check into
Yo,
a
it's
BLG that's already
bacon,
set up, I think it's going to be so
beans,
hard.
Eggs. It's a British breakfast, isn't it?
To complete his Blade of the Ruin King ahead of the Dragon spawning in 45 seconds. It's a really nice item for him to pick up. Of course, the Leandries and the Horning guys being finished for Knight puts him in a very powerful position.
Right, I can't
as
eat the
well.
bread.
And we've
I
just
don't. I
reached
can't
that
eat
point
bread.
in the game where it's that one item spike
So,
that we were talking
black
about. And you're
pudding.
right. The Dragon is
White
an
pudding,
important
black
one,
pudding,
because
goated.
if Koi concede this, then it will be sole point, and they won't have a choice but to fight that one. So if they can
Oh.
find a fight here with the gap,
When I was in
too
Dublin
significant,
for
it will
LPL
ease
for
their
a
pressure
little bit for like a
moving forward
finals
in
or something,
the
can't
game.
remember.
But
was there.
BLG, they're ready to fight. They're looking for one.
They absolutely are, and they haven't allowed MKOI to get any wards in over by that
Oh
dragon.
my God.
They just have one over the wall, but their
Jesus,
approach
damage.
is going to be difficult as a
The
result.
breakfast
And
there, they
gets a
did like
little bit
UK
of poke
breakfast
here,
there,
only
which
5
is similar,
seconds
right?
now until that dragon does
They did
spawn,
black
so Super's
pudding,
not going to have an opportunity to
lots
go
of
back to
beans.
base.
Back then I was
See,
eating
Elk was
bread, just had
happy
lots
to
of
trade
toast.
constantly with that completed Bloodthirster.
Oh, you can
he
smell
wants
it.
any fight you will give him.
Frozen
because he's gonna
pizza
fuel it
back-to-back
right
nights.
up,
Can
and
you
they
make
will
yourself
drop the
some food,
Herald to
please?
your mid to make sure that MKOI has to respond to their pressure
The one
here.
that's out is not ripe. I leave it out.
BLG,
So the one any in the fridge is ripe.
He's gonna
Oh,
look here. Merwin
oh,
on
the
side
smite was
is gonna
good.
be Beishuan in a lot of trouble. He is
Oh, the
locked
CC
down.
chain.
He
Can we get the
might be
CC
knocked down.
chain?
Try to
Keep
take
it,
one
keep
with
it, keep
him.
it. Nice,
Not gonna
nice,
be able
nice,
to do it.
nice.
It's a shutdown
Good
there
punish
for
on the Herald.
Supa.
BLG
As on
mega
Elk
greedy with that. They didn't
will
have setup for that.
retreat. Great pick on
And
the
Koi
BLG
with group.
jungler
Koi
here.
just
Knight,
sacked.
though,
This is
on the
good.
side,
The Galio's
threatening with
sacking
the weird. He
waves.
does
This
get
is
about
what I
half
care
of
about.
Alvaro's
Yeah,
HP
Bin's
off.
going to get a bit
And
of
JoJo
resources,
being
but we
already
need
over
Galio
on the
there.
Dragon.
We need the
Bin is
position
just
to
gonna push
ult.
topside.
Stopping
Looks like
Dragon
BLG
Sack is
aren't
big
sure
as
if they
well.
wanna
They've got
fight.
smite
I know
advantage.
their 3 members are coming, and now they're
They're
going
gonna
to commit the
TP.
teleport in here
But
from
Galio
Bin. He's
needs to
level
be in
12. He
range.
has the equalizer,
Alvaro
but
starts
they are
zone
gonna be
controlling
late,
now.
so they can
Oh
only
my
really
God, thank you
look
so
for
much
the
for the
fight if
avocado as well.
anything. The
Mewin.
Galio could be a target.
It's alright.
It is
It's alright.
trying to
It's alright.
back it
The
up
team's
here.
coming.
Bin overheating.
They're
Elk
attacking the
putting
one
some
source.
damage in.
Bin
Bin is
flash.
actually going to flash out. BLG out
On
of
stepping
sorts
up.
over by this dragon.
They
This was
are.
not a good setup whatsoever, but they are going to go back in. They're looking for
Okay.
Alvaro. Do force
BLG a
out
little
the
bit,
ultimate.
little bit
Not
dice.
getting some poke down
Good
for
equalizer.
across multiple members here as On is looking for the engage. Finds
Okay,
it
good
now.
defensive
On
ult.
to
On went back in. That was. Oh my God. Oh no. Holy Knight. Oh my God. Knight. He's got flash. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my God.
Is going to grab him the kill, and now Beishuan flashing forward into the MKOI base. They're diving the inhibitor towers here at only 18 minutes into the game. They keep them interested. They wait for the Pantheon. He respawns. They get the
They're
kill.
so fucking
and
good.
The tier 2
They're-
tower.
I'm amazed that BLG made that fight work.
How did they
This
make
was
that
a
work?
4v5. It felt like that they
On
just
looked like he
watched
was
the dragon go
inting.
down,
They're
but
hitting
you
an
nailed
Alistar
it in that they kept
in and
Koi
out.
interested.
They
You
got
could see that
Alistar
Koi
ulti.
wanted to base, but they
Jojo
kinda
had to
kept
ulti out.
trading
This is the
back and
problem.
forth.
Koi's
And so
tools
they
to
stayed a
re-engage
little too
and just
long
group
on the
and
map.
fight and
That
smack
meant
with the
that the poke
Galio
that was
weren't
coming
there.
through from
So
BLG was
defensive,
sticking.
they get
They
on,
were chipping
but
away at the
Knight
HP bars of Koi
is
until they committed
insane.
a little bit too hard, and then the turnaround engage
Oh
comes
my
through.
God,
A
the
nice
spacing from
ulti
Mewin as well.
Elk, followed up by the damage from Knight and the Pantheon ultimate to close things out. BLG converted that play into a massive goal
Bro,
advantage.
that guy is
Knight
crazy
getting the
good.
resets here,
Knight
just
is
hopping
playing well.
forward, knew the exact limits
I
of
don't-
his champion. They're able to kill off Supa through the barrier.
They stopped dragon
Finishes
stacking,
him
but
just barely. Beishuan arrives,
BLG
flashes
just
in,
kept
they get
forcing them.
another kill. That
BLG just kept
mid-jungle
pushing,
advantage
pushing the
massive
buttons.
now
Keep
here
going.
For BLG as they are
Like,
nearly
what team does
5,000
that?
gold
What
ahead.
team
Only good
loses
news for
jungler
MKOI. At least
and then
they
looks
did
for a
get the
4
dragon.
versus
At least they
5?
were able to
A
stave
team that
off
has
Soul
Knight.
Point. But they're going to need some individual outplays here if they're going to try to get anything done. JoJo
Bro,
connecting
He's
on pretty much
huge. He's got like a
everything,
2K gold lead.
Knight really just not bothered by it whatsoever. Stays around and takes down that tier 1 top.
Those 2 early kills have just done wonders for Knight in terms of his position in this game. He's continued to keep the pressure in the mid lane. He's played the fights very patiently and very well. And again, we go back to that Dragon. My concern for BLG is sometimes they just commit to these fights that just don't really make sense. We saw it in the LPL playoffs, and I thought that we were seeing it again here, trying to force a 4v5 when there's no objective on the map. This doesn't make sense, but they played it patiently,
Bro,
they
Fortnite
bought enough
is good.
time, and
Well
now
said.
they have such a significant lead.
Like-
It's just red at the bottom of your screen with the gold advantages aplenty. Another Haunting Guys picked up for Knight, stacking up that extra damage. The Artican becoming the point of focus for BLG now. As Koi, they're going to be looking for a fight. The scaling is starting to come through.
Bloodlet
But
is
again, a lot of
gonna
responsibility
shred,
falls
like-
onto Super and JoJo.
You know the problem with this
It's
game
very difficult for Super to play out these fights, given this Pantheon is just
is,
sending in
although
every opportunity.
that Galio is one of the main AP sources with Maokai, I think they needed a tank. I think they need a hard tank early. I don't like the fact that he's going into Riftmaker second. I'm assuming Riftmaker.
No, you're going to have to come fight us now. While JoJo's just sitting on components. Well, your Galio doesn't have his second item. You know, the only person with that second item is going to be
This is a hard
Super,
Atacon
obviously,
fight
with
as
that
well.
cheaper build here on
JoJo
the
needs to land
him having
ulti,
picked up
but
4
look, he's on
kills.
Wolves right now.
Put a lot of pressure on him to try
They're
to be
trying
able
to buy
find
time. He
something.
can do Wolves.
MKOI, though, doing a good
Walk
job
down.
just maintaining some
Catch
control
mid-wave.
here of
Now it's
vision
going to back
in
in
the area so
TP.
they can check in
Atacon
and
could
make
be a
sure
throw
they
for
have
BLG.
eyes on if
Atacon
BLG
throws
is
for many
starting
teams,
this up,
chat.
and now they will get the
Atacon
news
throws
that they are.
consistently.
JoJo over in the middle lane.
But they do it
Is
so
TP
quick.
cutting down.
Yo, Koi.
Teleport coming
We don't
in
have time for the
from
wave.
Knight.
Koi, we don't
He
have
is
time.
looking
It's
to
a 5K.
force this MKOI in the area. The TP coming
JoJo's
in from
tipping
JoJo.
in. Steal.
We can see Galio, he has to
Steal.
go for it. Is he
Steal.
gonna be able to steal it? It's a flip, and
No,
it's gonna be
okay.
taken there by Beishuan.
Good engage.
The re-engage comes
Good
in from
setup.
Alvaro. JoJo goes
Really
for
nice.
the
JoJo,
flank.
Alvaro
He's gonna be able to
together.
grab the first kill.
And Super hits his ulti. Knight's in. Oh, JoJo flashes. Doesn't hit Knight. It looks sketchy. Bullet time. Oh, no, it's happening again. Triple. Oh my god, it's a penta. 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 No.
And we'll see if he can actually catch up to Supa. Does
No, he
have the
can't.
strut for the move speed, but Supa will be able to get out to safety. BLG, though, coming up clutch in that fight. Beishuan secures the Atacon, and it's a quadra as well for Elk.
BLG with the controlled aggression. They do such a good job of forcing Koi into these fights that they're just not in a position to take.
Right.
The wallet difference
Aussie's
is
fair
too
well
big.
comes up
We see
tomorrow.
the Maokai ultimate come through. The equalizer does a lot of damage initially.
What do you mean Aussie's
stopping
farewell
Koi
concert?
from
You mean
really getting
Aussie
a good
Osborne?
follow-up. Then it looks like the engage is good, but look at the positioning of Elk. Very safe on the back line. Knight does a huge amount of damage as well. Throws out the ultimate to get onto the back line, onto JoJo.
Aussie's farewell
playing around
concert.
with Super, who's now in an awkward spot, and then Elk holds onto the ultimate until just the right
Right.
amount of time. Connects onto 3.
BLG's fights,
absolutely melts the MKOI members, and he secures himself the quadra.
No, I will not. I didn't even know he's going.
Well, and now BLG right back out on the map. They're going to be able to move to Soul Point here. 8,000
The
the
dog is
gold lead
barking
here.
in horses.
Look at Elk in that last team fight.
He did 6k
Doubling
damage.
everyone pretty much here. Over 6,000 damage poured out in that one fight.
Joey.
BLG have demonstrated so well why, when you give this much control in the early game, how difficult it can be to play against. Beishuan played with zero hesitation. He was constantly playing in Elyoya's jungle. He was stealing a lot of
He's
his
a bloody
camps. He
horse.
was building up
Thinking
good
of playing Red Dead
advantages.
Redemption 2.
And BLG have played the fights very well, constantly forcing Koi into these unfavorable situations where they can't really get the fight that they're looking for. You look at how strong
Chad, I think
Knight
this game is
compared
done.
to JoJo,
I'm
and
going to be
even
real
though
with
JoJo
you.
landed a
Their
nice
5v5
ultimate
is really
before,
strong.
It just wasn't
but
significant enough.
But like
Koi
BLG
definitely
setup
find
is
themselves
just,
on the back foot, and
bro,
they're
it
gonna need
shouldn't
a
be this
crazy outplay
clean.
to turn this game around.
Oh, BLG are
just
going to be
the
a top
crazy
2 team
thing
again,
is
aren't they?
how fast they're
Like,
actually
I put
pushing the pace of the
BLG,
game.
guys,
It's
if
not
you saw
even
my
like
power
JoJo
rankings,
has-
I put
has no
BLG
farm
above
rate. He's
AL,
not
and people
that
said I was
far
silly.
below 10 CS per minute. He's not chain feeding or anything. It's just that Knight has grabbed a bunch of kills.
I
They're
think
constantly
G2
forcing objectives. They're knocking down
are going to beat
towers.
FlyQuest
They're
as well.
accumulating gold from all sources so
Maybe
fast.
my tier list
MKOI
is
has
actually
not
good.
been able to keep up so far in this game number 1, and on now looking for an angle, trying to see if he can find a flank
You're
here.
going to get
He's gonna go
Alvaro's
back in
ulti, aren't
onto
they?
the Alistar
Alvaro's
and
ulti
will
comes out.
commit the ultimate here.
He might
Alvaro
still die in
trying to
ulti
get out
though.
of
He
it.
flashes,
Down,
turns it into
flashes
engage.
back
Nice,
in,
nice,
tries to
nice.
turn the fight around,
Really
but he's
nice.
been knocked down first.
Alvaro
Galio
is
looking now, Knight on
he's
the
having
side
a
here,
good
could
game.
look for
He's having a
re-engage on,
really good
clearly
game.
hunting for one. Elk is on the side. It does have
Alvaro
the ball time
is
ready.
making
For now,
magic
though, it is
out of
1 for
mints.
0 here for MKOI.
And I have to say,
off guard.
this support,
BLG trying to
as
gain
long as he
control
hasn't
of the top side,
engaged,
getting ready to
Koi
set
are
for
never
the
really
Baron.
out, are they?
But
They
Koi
found a pick, but the health
punishing.
bars are bad. Alvaro doesn't have ult. He's going to Hex Flash. JoJo wants set up. He wants to start it. He can't really. Knight is just always too far. He's always that little bit too far, isn't he?
Knight is very clean. So Koi, they alleviate
You think
some of
Fly
the
are pretty
pressure.
good?
They get
Okay.
some vision control back on their
I'm
top
just saying,
side.
remember
And
me.
a pick definitely slows
when I'm
BLG
right.
down, but I imagine BLG is still going to try and force this Baron the moment that it becomes an option for them. We've already seen them do it so many times this game. They know they have the item advantage. I mean, you can see that Muramana isn't even fully stacked for Super. That's how far behind they are. They've really been struggling to keep up with the pace of the game. And now the TP comes through.
When was the last time EU beat
Without
NA?
any hesitation, yeah,
In 2
BLG
days from
will
now, I
force
think.
the issue
That's the
once
last
more.
time.
Yep, they're going to start it right here, right now. Bin just
In
picked
2
up
days'
the
time, I
Seekers.
think
He is
that
ready
was
to
the
go.
last time.
Alvaro trying to create
Okay,
some
Baron
space.
flip.
Remember, he
Let's
has
flip
no
the game.
ultimate, neither
7.5k
does the
gold.
Galio. So those
BLG
key
are pulling
tools
off.
will
They're
be
taking a
missing
bit of
for
damage.
BLG, tanking that Baron. It's only 25 minutes into the game. It still hurts quite a lot. They have to be
It
respectful of
does.
that. And we'll
If
just
BLG
back
time it
off,
with Dragon, we're in a lot of
allowing
trouble.
MKOI to
We're in a
reclaim
lot of
position
trouble. We're
in
going to
the
have to
area
play over Soul.
and
They get
buying some
Baron. They
time
don't
for
care.
JoJo head down towards
But
that
if we
bot
can
lane,
somehow look
eventually
for a flip,
go for one of
if
these
BLG want to
towers
throw the
and
game a bit, that'd
maybe
be
claim the
nice.
first tower, maybe claim
They
a
do need
bounty.
mid. They need mid so they can get deep vision, so they can look for these kind of picks with Maokai, with Galio.
Yeah, they really haven't just.
They're getting a bit of control vision over Baron. Look at it. Look, this is nice. This is nice. This buys us time, but we don't care about time. Look, top left. Top left, chat. That's a problem.
Just wait for the Dragon.
Your Hydra, are you looking top left for me or not?
To overextend, like 3 items finished on Elk. We can see that Baseron with a 3-level lead over
Okay.
his jungle opponent.
Before you
2
dismiss
levels now,
G2,
but- and
just
10
remember,
stacks on the Magi. I mean,
in 2
Knight,
days'
he loves
time,
his
they beat
Magi.
FlyQuest, okay? Or whenever it is. So just chill.
I've never seen a bad Magi's game.
He is a very confident player, and he has every right to be, especially given a scoreline of 3-0 and 7, but involved in 10 of the team's 11 kills.
I will say it's definitely a concern as well, because Galio obviously had to build some early MR, wants to go into the Riftmaker to be able to have a little bit of extra damage here, but LDR is done for Elk. The only armor on the entire team is the cloth armor in the Ninja Tabbies. That's it. So this MF, if Elk is able to get a good bullet time, it is going to be curtains here
Today's
for
YouTube
MKOI.
live.
They've got to be
Okay. Well,
really
tomorrow
on
then.
point about being in position to either avoid it or
When
interrupt
we-
it immediately when it
when
does
we
go off
restream
there.
tomorrow?
Is JoJo going to be the target now?
Okay.
We'll have
Good
the
ulti
three
out.
ultis here with Beishuan. Gets himself out to safety. Beishuan, no flash to follow. JoJo just
JoJo is
tries to get his
strong.
farm in. Does
He's
have
actually
that
quite
second item
strong.
with the
For being that
completed
far
shield
behind,
bow.
he's quite strong.
But it is going to be
I don't blame him.
difficult here.
The lane was
Definitely
impossible.
Wants to get in towards the third, fourth item. Try to catch up. Try to get a
Knight,
little bit more.
Knight put on a
even
clinic
keel
in
here
that
with
lane.
BLG, but
Knight's
BLG
lane is,
only 50
that's a real
seconds
big
until
issue. We need to
potential
neutralize
soul. They're
Knight.
just not willing to sit
Bin,
back. They
chill in the
never wanna
matchup.
give MKOI any
Mirwin, I
time.
think, did his job.
The
He could have
timing
maybe
of this
he could have
is
maybe
fantastic
hovered a
as
little
well,
bit more over
because
some of
you'll
these
notice
lanes
the base
early
comes
and
through
sacked,
from
but
both
then you
Knight
could
and
argue
Elk
that
at
maybe
exactly
Bin would
the
be
same
stronger.
time.
Bin
The
would get
Pantheon
solo
ultimate
turret.
was just
Bin
used,
would probably do the same thing that Knight's
It's
doing right
likely
now.
going to be unavailable for the Dragon fight, but that's
But
okay.
Elk has been so
because
patient on
the
his
waves
ults,
had already
like-
been pushed in. They come back out onto the map.
It's like the
Knight now
last thing to
grouped up with
pull
his team,
every
just kind
team
of
fight. The
abandoning
last thing
the
that
top
comes out is
side,
Elk's
but JoJo,
ulti.
He's too afraid to play
It comes
that
out with
deep on the
Knight's
top
ult.
side of
It
the
comes
map.
out after
So
Bin's
BLG
ulted. It
continue
comes
to
out
have full
after
control.
On's
They
even
have a
set up an
huge
ult. They
experience
just don't
advantage.
expect it. They're like, yeah, the one thing that's just
Now they're
still up
setting
is
for
Elk's
the Dragon.
ulti.
TP gonna
Always.
come through. It's going to be spotted out. Knight's going to try and punish this.
Oh, doesn't have the timing
Missed
right
timing.
there.
Okay, good for
Weird
Koi.
again, the two-fold
Come on,
X.
you're a fish.
Thankfully
Start
for
fucking
JoJo,
swimming.
because that would have been his teleport, and that would have been potentially 30, 40, 50% of
Okay,
his
we want to
HP.
fight. That's
Could have
fair.
been
That's
very
fair. I get it. The
difficult fight.
5v5. As
They
long
would
as
have been
Mirwin
looking
doesn't
at
get
Bin
caught
there.
out, he has an
Level
ult
16
angle.
now
Knight
has
doesn't hit burst.
the equalizer ready here, and is going to be
This is Soul for
terrifying
BLG.
if
They
he
have to
can
fight it.
and
There's
get
no Baron
Not quite
contention.
level
It's fine.
16.
Oh, in the
Wants to go
choke, though. We're in the
he's
choke.
looking
We're in the
for
choke.
engage.
Bullet time cancelled. Alvaro, nice. Alvaro, nice.
Alvaro,
Oh,
down
dear God, that was our
already here.
Maokai.
He's gonna try to run away. It's actually Elioya who did fall. Beishuan going for it. Is going to be able to get
Can
the
someone
second
take
kill.
care of
It's
Knight,
BLG running over the
please?
fight. It's Super has to flash out to safety. Elk
Nice,
trying to
Jojo,
survive,
nice,
but not going to be able to do it as JoJo Pian knocks him down. Knight and Bin on the other side are winning the fight, but Beishuan and On trying to survive here against Alvaro and JoJo Pian. It's really up to JoJo now to try to make something happen.
Alvaro, I
On
get it,
running
I
for
get
it.
it, bro.
Alvaro has no way out, and
Bro,
Bin and Knight
Alvaro-
are rejoining with the team
Alvaro,
here.
my
BLG winning
SVP.
another fight,
My second
knocking
VP.
MKOI back,
My big P.
and are going to be able to claim the soul
Bro,
as a result.
BLG
Alvaro-
is just so fast with how quickly they engage.
Alvaro
You'll
really
notice that
trying.
The moment Koi was in
Alvaro
that
is
choke point
pulling the
was
weight.
opportunity that they needed.
His
to
engages
force
and his
the
cancel
issue.
on that ult was really nice,
Looking
JoJo
for a
said.
collapse onto JoJo.
Oh,
Knight here as well.
Knight.
Oh,
JoJo's
good
in
dodge.
trouble, trying to dodge
JoJo.
as much damage as he possibly
Respect,
can, but the
respect,
Seekers
respect.
Is there,
Chat,
and
chat,
that's
this game
all
one's
Bin
over.
needs.
This game one's over.
JoJo gets cooked
Knight, we
up
can
as
not give
BLG
Knight a
take
champion
the
to
kill,
lane.
Take the soul and take everything in this game.
We're going to look back at the
You know how to use the door now.
MasterCard priceless moment of what was
Where's your dumpling?
the soul fight in favor of BLG. So again, Koi, they get position in the river, but then they kind of get funneled into this choke point, and Bin doesn't hesitate. He just drops the Rumble Ultimate down. On is right there to follow up. Alvaro, good target selection, trying to keep Elk preoccupied, but Knight is just hitting whatever target he can, and he is dishing out serious damage. He goes on
Chains
to
were
the
good
backline,
for
he
Super,
gets his ulti off, he turns
but then,
his
bro,
attention onto
he's just
Super,
isolated.
forcing him to flash away. Knight then chases the issue, and even though Elk goes down, down, the fight is
Knight
already
is
so
gigantic.
BLG favored. Very well executed fight from BLG.
You can see the frustration there on Yoya's face, as he knows this game going to be almost impossible to come back in now. BLG have controlled the pace the entire game long.
Wow,
They
okay.
even have an incredible advantage just from the pedals. The
I think
adaptive
game two.
force is
We need a
equivalent to
crazy meal win draft.
443 gold advantage per player from
Let's
Petals.
play
So
for
another
top.
2,200 gold worth of stats on
Put
top
Jojo
of
on
the
Ari.
on top of the 11.5
Strong mid jungle
gold
pairing.
lead here as
Give
well.
Meerwin something to
So
carry.
really,
Play
you're
solo
looking
lanes.
at,
Put
you know,
Super
above a
Alvaro on a neutral
16,000
2v2.
gold lead as far as the stats are concerned here for BLG. Nearly impossible for MKOI to come back. We'll see if they can find some
Dog has a
heroics,
little
some
squeaky
sort of a
dumpling.
pick
Give
before
him
the
a Z.
fight starts. Might be the only way they could try to even up the game here a little bit.
I mean, I will say that this level of aggression is something that Koi is likely not used to on the domestic level. In Europe, you don't get punished like this. With these type of pushing waves, the amount of aggression that we're seeing in the jungle, the way that BLG just seamlessly move from
Bro,
objective to
BLG
objective
have
and
not
just
only
constantly
leveled up,
force Koi into these fights,
like,
that speed of play
they're
is not
returning
something
to
you
what
see
I
a lot
remember of like
domestically.
BLG last
Something
year.
that BLG is very well known for.
Like Beichuan is
And they've
filling
done a
in.
fantastic
All they said in the
job
interviews,
in
remember
game one
on no,
of
who
this
was
series.
it?
They've
Was
set
it
their
Ben
sights
who was
now on
like?
the tier 3 turrets of Koi's base.
Who's the interview and they
But it
said like
feels
they
a
just want to give
foregone
Beichuan a bit of
conclusion.
airtime, you know?
Can Alvaro find an engage?
They're trying. Oh my
Jojo Pion, though,
god!
who is getting sent packing there. Poked down incredibly low. The shield bow did proc as well. Knight working on this mid lane inhibitor tower as Galio trying desperately to clear out the wave. Not going to be able to do it. They're going to drop the equalizer here. Supa is in trouble. Beichuan finding the back line already. Alvaro trying to turn around. Supa's going to be targeted. And Supa's trying to stand. He's trying to fight. He does get a kill here. And now BLG potentially in some trouble.
Oh no.
Knight, great stasis. The
Here we go.
Not going to be able to connect as a result. Alvaro, though, interrupts the
Wait.
Beichuan going back in.
Oh, it
Galio
was
coming
close.
through. The bullet time buying space for the
Really
team to get
close.
out. They are able to escape. Knight stays alive, as does Beichuan. Close fight there from MKOI.
It's close
Really
for a 13k gold disadvantage,
but
bro.
still, BLG continue the push here. Elk is healthy, has so much lifesteal. Elyoya is out of mana at this point.
Yeah, today's
Knight is
game.
pushing in for that
Bro,
mid
they're
lane
doing
hit,
double
but
best of
BLG gonna
fives.
keep
Chat,
the
there's no
pressure
more
rolling
breaks.
in. Overheats as Jojo
There's
gets
no
hit,
more
chunk
days
down
off, I don't
onto
think.
him.
I think it's
Knight
back to
looking,
back
Galio
until the
now
end of
back
MSI
full
now.
base here.
They had one
Looking
day
to
off.
get involved in the action,
Bro,
but
I don't
BLG
remember
too low
MSI being
will
this packed.
decide to make the call to just
Do you remember
back
MSI
off.
being
MKOI
back-to-back this
actually
much
against the odds,
for
keeping
19
both of
days
their
or something?
inhibitors alive.
I think Koi did a good job of utilizing the
It's been
tower
19 how many
to
days
make
has
the
it
fight
been?
harder for BLG.
19 best of
BLG
fives.
naturally, I mean, with the gold
Trying to
that they
pack it
have,
into like
should
14.
feel confident at trying to force this dive,
19
but I think they went
series.
a
There's
little
19
too deep and
series.
their
It's like
execution
13
wasn't quite
days
there.
straight.
This gave
14.
Koi a very small
It's
window
compacted
to turn
because
the
yeah,
fight
EWC
around,
is
and it
afterwards.
ends up just being a 1-for-1. But when you're at this kind of deficit, you'll take any advantage that you can get. They've been able to
So
store for now, but those
EWC is
towers
a
are gone.
day.
Inhibitors
It
are
begins a
exposed.
day after
BLG, they're
MSI
on
begins,
the
right?
Elyoya gonna be spotted
Sorry,
out. Will
ends.
have to flash
So
out
if
of
you're in the
there as
finals
they
and you go to
keep the
EWC, you're gonna be
grand entrance
fried.
on. Gonna be able to get that summoner very quickly. Jojo does have his Infinity Edge completed now, so he's going to be putting out some real hurt in these team fights. Unfortunately
chat
for
this
him,
game,
both Bin and Knight have completed their Zonias. So the Seekers was broken, but they have that upgraded item through. On, going to take a big chunk of damage there from Supa, Jojo, and Elyoya, down to about half HP. With the rest of BLG still in the area, trying to get these waves pushing in their favor and maintaining vision control here. Even if BLG can't close out during these next couple minutes, they will have their eyes on this Elder, and that is going to be so tough for MKOI to get out and contest.
Exactly.
I'm nourished.
It's an easy solution in that BLG can say, okay, fine. It's a little dangerous for us to just walk into your base.
It's not about
Why don't we
working 10
instead
hours
just
shift.
force you out of your
Knight
base?
is
Ooh.
hunting, going to go between worlds, does connect on the two-fold hex. He just takes him down. It's a solo in the face of Merwin. Can't do anything to help
with
him
an
out.
auto attack.
He knows if he sticks around
Dude,
to fight,
Aurora
BLG are going to
passive,
be able to
dude.
come
This is
in
so
and just
bad.
finish off the game. Jojo Pion was still pushing top lane here.
Chat, who
so
do you think
BLG
MVP game
now
one?
will get him back
I
in
think
the
it's
base,
Knight.
knock down these inhibitors that MKOI was
Knight
able
gets
to
MVP game
defend.
1 easily. Knight,
They're likely just going to reset
absolutely
and try to
horizon
prepare
gap.
for this Elder Dragon, but Elk
Like,
is
have you guys ever been on a
basically
different
on
planet
the way. They're
and you
to
know
stay
how the
around. They
sun
didn't
looks
even have
different?
the waves until just
And
now.
sometimes
This
the
mini wave
sun
gonna be
might
coming
set
in
backwards
through
or something
bot
in some
lane. It is
sci-fi
not a
movie.
super minion wave. It is
That's
not
what the
barred up, so it
horizon-
could
that's
be
the
wave
horizon
cleared
gap.
by MKOI. That
Get
is
it?
going to be the goal here. As Alvaro takes a lot of poke there on the side, is going to have to go back to the fountain and try to heal up. They're trying to buy time here for Elyoya. 10 seconds until he responds.
Is it a for fun
going to get
tournament?
dropped onto Jojo Pion. Locket
I mean,
comes
I
out
don't
from
know.
Alvaro. Is
I don't know
able
how
to
people are
avoid
gonna- I don't know how
most of
teams are
that
gonna see it.
damage. And they will finally
If
now
they're
back
losing,
off.
Super
They just
is my
don't have the
MVP.
minions to actually close the game.
Super
Maokai
getting caught out a
respawns,
couple of
and
times
MKOI
was
will live to fight another day.
unfortunate.
They will. I mean, I felt like
He has to position really
Knight
well.
had
He's the
just
only
said,
one in this
okay,
team
game's
who,
gone
if he
long
gets
enough,
caught
I'll
out,
take matters into my own
I mean,
hands.
Jojo the same, right? But Jojo has
Beautiful solo
escapes.
kill from him.
Super has to
25
position
stacks on the
perfectly in this
Magi.
game, and it's rough.
He's full buff. The Zhonya's is now finished. Knight is extremely difficult to take out of this game.
Bro, guys, have you ever had a
6-0
dog that
and
watches
10, a
TV?
flawless scoreline.
This dog is just
They're
watching
doing their best to
Hannah
be in a
walk
position
over
to
fields of
challenge
grass
this Elder, but with 2 inhibitors
and just
down,
like
BLG can
mesmerized.
just buy
She's
their
just
time, they
watching
can
the
wait.
TV. Hannah's
Wait for
shooting an
that
arrow
wave
now.
to
Her
start
ears go
knocking
up
on
a
the
bit.
door.
She's watching the arrow. She's watching Hannah's movement with controller. And now Koi are going to lose. Wait.
They're going to grab a second as well. MKOI roar to life here. As
No, they don't.
BLG can just buy.
They're 13.5K
time.
gold
Wait.
down.
Wait for that bot wave to start knocking
Oh,
on
it's
the doors.
Elk. Oh, Alvaro again. Jojo this time finally. Layering. What?
They're going to grab a second as well. MKOI
What?
to life here as Knight gets a
Knight
big
doesn't have
chunk
TP.
down
Bin
on
does.
the Jojo
Bin
Pion.
can TP into the
they
base
force the
depending on
hand
way.
of
Beitron can
BLG?
get pushed.
They need to get the
Jojo,
elder,
they
and need to get the
used a
elder
lot.
right now. They can't allow
What?
BLG to have time for the respawns.
It's an
BLG,
elder.
they have both their solo laners
It's an
available,
elder.
and they have their jungler.
Beitron's going to ulti in. Ulting in early. Maybe it doesn't matter. Jojo misses though. They need to kill Beitron. Sopa did damage. Super. Oh, Beitron dead? No. Oh, Knight's just so strong. Knight is just 1v9ing. Knight is just 1v9ing. Oh.
They don't care about the numbers. They've got the quality.
Oh my god, it was so close. Chat, the pick was big. The pick at 13.5K gold down was huge. And I think that's the comp for you. That's the comp for you. He's just going to get burnt. GG. Nothing left in the tank.
They put on the full court press all game long. Relentless aggression.
Bro, Knight is insane. Can we please change mid? He's smiling. They're smiling at Bin. Oh dear lord, they think it's fun. Oh dear lord, BLG think it's fun. Can we get a happy game? Can we get a happy game from BLG? Get Koi in the series a bit.
Jojo thinks he can like try and cover him, but then they look for him. He has to ulti out. Also, the
oh, this was a horror fight.
So after all of
Look
this,
at Knight in this fight. Look at Knight in this fight.
To walk on in, okay, just circle in on him.
Cinema.
So he can then start to get the resets here. He gets El Yoya, he gets the reset on that one. He zooms in and focuses on Supa. That one makes it easier, of course, because he now gets the reset to W back in. And all of this was because they a little bit.
Knight's insane. Chad, do we get damage? Or are they going to do it after break kind of thing?
So, maybe
okay, Koi, chill. It's only game one. It's only game one.
Doing so well throughout the just start.
Yeah, but I mean, this comp, it was really hard to be like, oh yeah, they get all their objectives. Their comp allowed for it. They had a Rumble, Aurora Misfortune, and Pantheon. Their comp allowed for early objectives. Koi drafted 2 losing lanes and 1 lane that just like ran face into a Galio.
Strong.
Okay.
Being pathway.
Different for us.
I think the problem is LPL, this is what we need to remember for the rest of the tournament. LPL loves picks like Misfortune. They love lane picks. That's why we're going to see more Kalista from them. And they're going to get in trouble in the West when like we try to play. I mean, Varus is lane dominant, right? But if we don't get pairings with support that work really well, that can really like abuse the lane, then I think we're just going to lose 2v2s. Because the East 2v2s are just better. Bro, look at the players. They're like, oh yeah, we can beat Ruler. Oh yeah, we can beat Elk.
Swinging.
Oh yeah, Guma Suzy for sure. The MVP of T1's reignition. Yep. Let's lose our 2v2.
The exact same.
Okay, chat. Pick ban. I told you, no pauses here. I just had to get my medicine before, so I apologize.
I wonder if
is Dagda in here? Why did you send me XDD Dagda? Oh, because in the voiceover, in the highlight, in the trailer for MSI, they used my casting and they called me Dagda. They said the subtitle said Dagda. I never knew Dagda had such good play-by-play. Whatever. Your nap time, Wubai, lock in now. Ari ban from Koi. Why? They get rid of Ari as well because they want Azir.
Direction. So Jojo going to be picking his next most played champion. We are going down the list.
The thing is, BLG don't care about this. Knight does not play Azir. Knight doesn't play Azir.
You generally want to ban away. Okay, the man
I'm going to show you his career stats. I'm going to show you his career stats.
And the fact that Koi have just handed it over for him, they're going to have a good matchup.
Jin Zhao, Gwen.
Going on the Jax.
That's his Azir. 50-50, and you're like, oh yeah, he does play Azir, Bro, he tried playing it in like 2023 or something. He tried to learn it. His Azir is not it.
We'll see if he does
so it's not really a takeaway chat. This is just more about comfort for Koi. El Yo-Yo on something proactive, good, but we need to wait till 6 against Xin Zhao. It's good armor pair. It's armor pairing, you know what I mean? It's good armor against Xin. Rel.
Unfortunately, it was in a loss.
A lot of all in. They're playing team fighting comps again. It makes sense. Koi are a team that just want to send it. They want to play a bit quick early. They want to send skirmishes. They want to send fights. It makes sense that they always play 5v5s or skirmishing comps. This comp can do a bit of both, but I think it's more about the team
this
fighting.
Is such a throwback. This was the champion that really made me initially learn most about Knight.
Oh my God, no.
Was
Knight on
Victor for so
Victor.
many years. Instead, it is going to be the Victor, so he will.
Peter and Gwed is a bit
Victor
munker.
here is going to be going towards one of those
but I
control
think-
mages. People do generally like this matchup.
What do we have for it? I mean, Jax is not banned. Maybe BLG banned Jax. Because Miwa can go Jax here. I don't know how comfortable he feels on it.
You can lose out to Prio. The Azir has slightly faster wave clear because of the long cooldowns.
You play,
You're
what about
completely
Vex,
Once
chat?
you get that upgraded E, those
What are you
wave-
picking to
tho-
Gwen?
those
Vex.
waves just
Vex top in this comp.
evaporate,
Dive.
by the Victor wave.
I'm going to sneeze.
And it's going to be interesting to see
Hold.
if MKOI can put
Hold.
pressure on that mid lane. Because generally speaking,
Hold.
in this matchup, once Azir gets 6, you want to have your jungler support come, go
Hold.
with the ultimate, force out the flash
It's
from
gone.
the Victor, and then rinse and repeat
It
for a
passed
kill.
and
That's
went.
the kind
What
of
do you mean do a
play
quiet
you are
sneeze?
looking for. So we'll see if
I'm never
MKOI
doing a
can
quiet sneeze,
find a
ever.
way to put on that aggression.
Volley bear
They
into
clearly
Gwen.
are not so worried about the Jax, more concerned about some of these other niche picks. That Mirwin is so well known for. The
No one plays volley.
going to draw a ban here.
Kennen's good.
So very atypical. BLG
You just range
clearly
Mega
doing
and
some
Gwen has to
homework
put W on repeat.
Trying to pay that respect to Mirwin with a targeted ban.
But Kennen can space Gwen. Anyone who can space Gwen.
What stuff? We don't know.
Aatrox would work
Truthfully,
well in
we've
this
only
comp,
got-
but I don't know about Mirwin's Aatrox.
That man has a very deep solo queue history.
He
and,
might just play something
you
like
never really
Cassante,
know
but I
what he's
don't want him
got
to
prepared
lose
for
lane that
Gwen, but
hard.
against
I think he
Vince
needs to
Gwen,
play
you've
winning
gotta be
lanes. I
ready.
think
So we'll see
Jojo
if he
needs
goes for something unique or if
a bit
it
of
instead goes for more of a
I mean,
team
like
play. They could just go for something.
Mirwin
tanky,
wins lane.
look to try and
Mirwin can
eliminate
affect the
swap,
map.
put pressure on
I
being
think
that
Jojo
way.
really needs that.
With the Senna being
I think
taken
Jojo
away,
needs
they're gonna
Mirwin. Like
lose
how they
Super's
won
ability
finals,
to
I feel like
scale.
Mirwin won
Israel
most of
could
his
be something
lanes,
that they think about,
and the
but
pressure that he
Brawl
provided
taken
was huge.
away, I do wonder if that's the direction that they do
That's
head
my
towards.
memory.
It is
I don't know if I'm wrong,
Super's
but
most played from
Cinnabon.
spring.
Maybe they play Kai'Sa.
want
Maybe
to go.
BLG gonna play Kai'Sa here.
It's going to be
They go Leona into the Rel. Alistar's already
You can
banned away.
Also, just wait, lock in your AD, and then
Okay.
look to see what the full bot
BLG's
lane picture
comp is very
going
well
to be,
rounded
but
so far.
definitely
Really
wanna have
well
the
rounded.
answering pick, it looks like here.
If they get a
So Falcons
Kai'Sa
and
here,
Leona would make sense.
they
There
have
are
great
really
scaling.
five
They have
of those
insane
priority
scaling.
engaged supports. Two of
They
them
have a
played
lot
the
of
first
dive
game, two of them
tools
played the
with
second game.
Xin,
Nautilus kind of
Kai'Sa,
the last
Gwen.
one now up
I
and
think
available,
Mirwin
and
needs
they're going to leave that
Jax.
counterpick really here for
Mirwin Jax
Try to
here.
make sure that they do have
LEC
that
has just been
winning
picking
2v2.
Jax and
Already saw
repair.
the
I don't know about
support
other
Alvarez
regions,
gonna be
but
playing,
Gwen gets
so
picked. Okay,
Vaughn
yeah,
had
well,
his
Jax is
pick
up.
of the litter. Now Supa is going to have to complete
If
that
they go
bot lane,
Jax,
and we
they still
will
have an
find
AP
out
threat
what
through
the
mid.
answer in the top lane is going
You're
to
not
be
super
here for
worried
Mirwin.
about overloading damage. It's not like they have hard tanks to
Jax,
do it either.
honestly, is a
Really?
pretty good matchup into
Super takes
the Gwen.
Kai'Sa.
Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be looking towards playing.
Jax is
it,
also
but
really good into
I do think
Xin
it
Zhao.
makes some sense. Kai'Sa definitely does feel like it fits.
Jax is also
within
really
the
good into Xin
composition.
Zhao. I think
Rel,
Jax
Wukong
is a
flying down the
no-brainer.
backline.
They've
And
also taken
alongside
Kai'Sa
that,
away.
I do think
Oh
Jax
my
will
god,
work,
it's a
but
Kali
instead
top.
It's going to be a Kali
It's a
here.
Kali top.
It's a Kali top.
Very spicy. I wonder
And
if he's
Corki, the
gonna
last AD
do
carry, really
maybe an
open.
ITP
I guess one of
and really
the
go for it.
S to A tiers.
People do like this matchup quite a lot. Often
Plus
you
with
can see
Leona, that's a really
within
good
this
2v2.
round
So we
against the
lose
Gwen,
2v2 again.
be able to
Koi
get
are
in the
just
face,
not...
hit your shuriken,
With Rel Kai'Sa
really
chat,
go
I mean, it's a
aggressive
scaling
in
lane,
this
right? Corki's a good
1v1.
lane bully. I think that
That's
2v2
gonna be
wins
an
for them.
exciting one for
Azir
Mirwin here.
will get
Strong bot lane matchup, though, for
outranged
BLG.
early,
Corki,
and the
Leona.
damage from Victor, I'm sure, and the isolated 1v1 is pretty good.
School matchup, but one
Top
in the
lane
modern
is
day
the
works
focus.
very
El Yoya, I
effectively.
want you to
Powerful
safeguard
level 6
Mirwin. Let's
especially
snowball
gives you
top.
push in
That's
the
what they're
early matchup
saying.
as well, because Kai'Sa really can't contest
Oh,
the
we're
ball
cooking
straight
with
back,
Mirwin. Okay, chat,
which
let's hope
means
it's
the
better. Yo,
BLG
everyone,
once
thank you
again
for being here. I'm going to run
leverage
ads now.
to play
Twitch
through
Prime
that
Tier
bot
1
side
gets you
over
out of them
now.
for the whole of
This
MSI.
Xin
My
Zhao, we'll see how well
restreams
he
cover
works with
all
bot lane
best of
once
fives
more.
played at
The
MSI.
good news for
The
Corey
reason I'm
is
doing
that
it is because I don't want to
expect
stay
Knight
up
to be
late.
less
I
of
want
a
to ruin
roving
sleep
style
schedule
this
of both my
game,
pregnant wife and
and
myself.
continue
I
to trade
appreciate
a
you all.
little bit more
You're
of
going
a
to get a big
scaling
kiss
matchup. That
after
top
the
side
ad.
is the volatile
After this
area
time.
of the map.
If
And
you
I
sit through
wonder
them,
if
give
the
it after.
junglers will pay
Thank you
much
for all the
attention
follows,
to
all the
Quantum,
people on
because you're right.
YouTube
There's
and
that
Twitch
fine
combined.
line for Akali where
I
if she
love it.
actually puts her outside of
Okay?
the shroud, that he
I
actually
love
will
it.
miss.
I love you guys. Thank you.
But you're completely right that usually the Akali
Let's
plays
win.
within that shroud can be a very good matchup.
Let's win.
And we've
Koi.
seen Akalis get solo kills multiple times in this matchup, especially
We
if
need,
they do choose to,
in
as
this
you were
comp,
saying, run that Ignite TP.
we
It
need
does
the
leave
map
you
to be
very
stable.
vulnerable. You have to be extremely careful.
But I
in
want
the
to see
matchup.
Akali get ahead.
But,
Akali
yeah,
can
we
run
said
this
that
game.
Mewin has these special picks, and I
Akali
love
can
that
run
he's
this game
playing with
against
confidence
Zin, against
BIM.
Gwen,
International stage, you have to believe
against
that you're
Victor.
The best, and I love the confidence that we see from Mewin as he's
This
going
is
to
a good
have a
Akali
little more
game.
impact here in game 2 than he could on his Galio from game 1.
I like the Akali angle.
Even if, you know, the Ignite is more risky than just playing Flash TV
I like
or
the
something
Akali
like
angle.
That. If you think it is good for the matchup, I want to see him lock it in. Because
Come on,
you
Mirwin.
don't want to play
Mirwin,
scale
smoke
alongside
bin.
of Gwen. Gwen is going to
I
get
think you
way
had an
more
okay
out of
game
that.
one.
You need to be
Your
able
job
to
was
put the
very
pressure on.
different.
You need to be able to
Now
put him
it
in
is
difficult
all about the
position.
lane.
Also going to be interested
It's
to
all
see
about the
what
lane.
build Supa goes.
He's a guess.
I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fan of the
There you
full AD Kai'Sa, but they are quite heavy.
Is it
in
ARAM
PvP,
tech?
so
No, it's
I
not
think that
tank
they probably
Akali.
will be looking towards
Do you call the
that.
Fitz?
But it's something
Did you
we're
call the
gonna have to
Fitzbox
find out.
people?
And you talked about
I
Leona
call, no,
Corki,
yeah, I
obviously can
talked
be
to them
quite
online
difficult for
support.
the
I
Kai'Sa
went
early
through
on.
so many things
You get
yesterday.
stunned up,
I spent a
Phosphon
couple
is
of
going
hours
to
on
hit,
it.
and that thing
I turned
hurts.
off
The
all the
all-ins can also
snooze
be
buttons
really powerful.
that like the
You know,
box
if you get
has.
that stun and
So
closes
like
down,
sometimes it
you
might be like,
flash, you Valk
oh,
on
the
their
PC
head,
can
you
change
put that damage down.
when this
Corki
thing
can
when
look
your
for these
Ethernet
really
connection goes
aggressive
snoozing.
all-ins.
So I got
But
rid of that from the
remember,
box
while you
side,
are
from the
watching the
PC
action
side.
unfold, keep an
I
eye out for
replugged in
exclusive
cables. I made
drops
sure the
just
cables
for
were
tuning
fine.
in
I
MSI. All you
jostled
need
the
to do is
cables.
be logged in and watching on
I did
LOLesports.com
a lot of
for a chance
different
to
things
score some of
yesterday,
this
chat. So it should be
in-game
better
loot.
today. It should be better
Does
today.
love loot. So get logged in, get watching as we get ready for game 2.
So fingers crossed.
Changing up the draft. They have
If
a
it
little
breaks
bit
again,
more
they told me
agency
I'm
this
in
time
email
around. Jojo
contact.
should
To be
be
fair,
able
their
to
customer
get
support was
early
pretty
push,
good.
which means that Beishwan isn't going to have the same
So
luxury
if it
of just
breaks
being
again,
able
I'm gonna
to
take a screenshot,
invade.
send them an
In terms
email,
of the
do all
early
that.
Control though, looking relatively safe.
Ignite TP, so he's going for it.
And I'll log in, and I might be
on the
offline for a
other
minute
side as
extra
well,
today if
and
it happens,
Min
chat.
is
But it's
going
just
to
so I
go
can get all the
resolve with a big
data.
Shock. BLG, though, obviously in game 1 looked incredibly good, and they kind of continued
fingers
forward
crossed.
all the dominance that they
You
were
got
showing
200
in the
witnesses.
play-ins.
True.
They had first blood in every game but one. They got the
Look at my.
upgraded
This
boots
is a
that
fidget
feeds
toy I got
strength
from
in
my
every
kid
single
shop, chat.
game.
Look,
They got
it's this
Otacon
thing of
every
goo.
single game. Herald every
It's
but one
goo, but
game.
it's got
like
balls in it.
They were just absolutely
Listen to it.
stomping through play-ins, and now they are 7 straight wins.
And yeah, and it's funny because when we watched them play, we definitely recognized some weaknesses. But the conversation we had coming into this match,
Weird, no?
even if you see these weaknesses,
Yo, Jace, a good
you have to
time.
be good enough to punish them.
That's
And
like,
it
yeah,
felt
that's like the
in
AS, someone would use for ASMR, the weird
you
fucks.
mentioned Alvaro. I think he found some great opportunities to punish the positioning that we saw from L. The fact that BLG is often always willing to fight around these neutrals, I feel like it just played into their hand though. They drafted really well to the style that they like to
Sure.
play. And we'll see how things shift up because when you run a Victor, a
Little
Gwen,
cabbage.
you do want to scale a little
Okay,
bit more.
I assume 2v2.
So we'll see how
Once
the
Elk and On
action
catch
plays
up,
here.
will be
First for MKOI.
bad for Koi.
BLG were trying to fight for it. MKOI do not actually decide to commit to this. Now
I
BLG
mean,
are able to get
Corki's
level
damage
to
is just nuts.
themselves.
But maybe it depends on role
Motion
engage. Maybe the
not being
2v2
used
is not
there
as
by
cut and
Elk,
dry as I
one
thought it was.
Was taken off on as well, so MKOI doing a good job fighting.
If
back.
Jojo gets through the lane
Mirwin
unscathed,
gets
it's
to be
nice.
pushed in early on
Mirwin needs a
by
couple of
Vin.
levels, then he starts
Playing that
frying.
grasp, you know, you can just look for these Q trades and proc it with
Okay.
that. It is quite nice.
Here we go.
Zaun's gonna
The
in,
bullying
going aggressive here on
begins.
Supa. The cleanse came out quite late.
Oh
and the
dear.
Ignite is up
Maybe
there.
I was
they
right.
will not flash in to follow, but they get all of the
Okay.
potions down here as well as the cleanse. And Supa's just gonna have to go back to base, or he's gonna get flashed on and killed.
This is the matchup that
Supa's
we were
gonna go
talking about.
base, but look at the
Leona,
wave.
Corki, tried and true. It
Oh,
has so
dear.
much power very early on into the matchup just because of the trading pattern that Corki can provide. And Alvaro on the rel doesn't quite have the same setup when paired up.
Wukong's bot,
alongside
maybe
that
with
Kai'Sa.
Kai'Sa
You
coming
don't
back to
really have a
lane?
huge
Can we get
amount
a,
of threat, so a lot of
an
experience gonna be
engineered
lost to
gank?
Supa.
Can we
He's
set
now
something
full
up here,
level
chat? What do
down.
you
He's
think?
going to be able to catch some experience back. But
Wukong
a
pre-6 though,
very nice
just doesn't
trade from
fuck,
BLG's
fuck
bot lane.
all.
Yeah, great job.
Just bops
Alvaro
people on the
was
head.
Trying to hold that wave as much as he can, but did lose about 5
He has
out of
reliable
6
engage
of
in
the
Alvaro.
minions
Just
on
remember that.
previous wave,
Wukong
so
early
Supa obviously gonna
pre-6,
be down in farm,
it's
and
bot
very
or it's
easy to
nothing.
point out.
It's bot
Will be
or
able
rush to
close
6.
that gap as he does farm up
These other
this
lanes
wave,
cannot
but
help
Elk
him.
is definitely going to be in a much better spot here.
Whereas
He's gonna have the better
Beichuan can
base,
do whatever he
goes
wants.
back, buys a tier here early on,
I'm
as well
worried.
as the glowing
I'm
robe.
worried about BLG
We'll also say the
being
top
able to
matchup
use
going very
Beichuan
in favor here
and
in
just
the early game.
isolate lanes and get early kills.
Look for some trades where
Like
he can.
if
but
anyone gets ahead of the
now
top
she's going
matchup,
away
I
a
think
bit,
that's a
getting good
disaster.
push. Has a massive CS lead for
Okay,
now. A lot of
Mirwin
fun
just
being
lost
lost
3
by Mirwin
CS.
underneath the tower as
Oh
well.
dear, Akali stuff.
Yeah, it felt like Bin is just playing the wave. You know, Mirwin is trying to look for these trades, but Bin is just
Hello.
constantly hitting the wave,
What is
constantly
it?
getting the shove, and that makes it really difficult for Mirwin to
What
be
is
able to
it?
find those angles to look for those positive trades when the wave is always stacking in his
okay?
opponent's favor.
What is it?
Yeah, okay. They're going to go for a swap. Sending the Akali into the bot lane is a little bit of a surprise, just because my expectation was they want to keep this matchup for as long as possible, the Akali into the Gwen, because it is a counter pick into the Gwen. But I guess they're going to try and get Super and Alvaro out of this bot lane matchup where they are struggling in a little bit.
I mean, yeah,
Ben is just looking for trades.
I mean,
at 6 it's the counter, right?
Right now, but has he overstayed
Oh,
his
okay.
here? Ben could be in some trouble. Skip and slash.
Dude, my eyes just had to adjust to that double up. Oh, Ben's dead. Ben's dead. Nice, nice, nice. The mismatch in lane's really good.
Overestimating his strength there. Alvaro and Super
Really
punish.
nice.
And again, it's first
Wave
blood.
pushing towards Mirwin. Have we got any
He
coverage?
used everything to try and
Oh,
fight
Yoya?
them, and you're right that he had a
Not worried about a dive here. Okay, it doesn't happen anyway.
Flash, Ben.
It's happening
He
mid.
tried to use the ignite so that maybe he could trade
Knight
1-for-1
and
against
Jojo.
Super, but
Oh, good dodge.
Super, after being punished so heavily
Nice.
on the bot side of the
Mirwin,
map,
another
walks away
5-point
with
strike.
first blood.
And gets all the
Really
minions.
happy
This time
about
big.
that. Elkanon have got to be a
Beerwin
little bit
mitigated,
frustrated there
super
with Ben.
online.
The advantage that they were able
That's
to
what we
gain
want.
is
That's what we
now
want to
kind
hear.
of
That's what we
gone.
want to hear.
Jojo here incredibly low.
We've
but
got
Knight
great
is
scaling
very
in
low
this
on
comp.
mana as well.
Insane
Now
dive as the
moving
game
over,
goes
will be
on.
spotted here by
And
Elioya.
I don't
And
think
Alvaro in
BLG
the
can
area
match. I think
also.
BLG.
Both teams looking
Oh
to
my god, they
cover
got
for their
insane scaling
mid
as
laners.
well.
Keep Super on the top side of the
These
map.
comps
Of
run
course,
very
he's falling far
similarly.
behind in
I guess
terms of
Bin can play in a
CS
1-4.
and experience,
Maybe
but
that's
in
the
terms of
difference. But
gold,
so
thanks
can
to that
Jojo.
kill,
So can Azir.
he's not doing
The
too
comps are very
badly.
similar here in game 2 chat.
Gonna have
I think
to
it's
be
actually
very
quite
respectful.
even.
He will spot out Alvaro.
Watch out for the cable.
Jungler so
Hello?
far not really getting
What are you
involved much
doing
in
down
the
there?
action. And for Elioya, I will
Come
say
here.
this is great news.
Get
On the
up- no,
Wukong,
get
you
away
just
from
want to get that level 6 as quickly as you can. Repeatedly go for these full clears, and you hope that the lanes aren't too volatile. Mirwin
We
is
talk
suffering
together,
a little
okay?
bit in this 1 versus
together.
2. He doesn't really have many playmaking options, and he's also ran out of pots that he can utilize in the lane for now.
Yeah, mostly just playing for experience at this point. You know,
Okay.
He knows he can't
Now-
afford to take damage because with waves slowly
Who's a
coming
good
towards
girl?
you need to make sure you have enough
good
health to
girl?
actually catch the wave
Wait,
when
look,
it finally
watch Alvaro's
does
play.
come
Watch
to
this.
you.
Watch the engage.
Bin, though, getting zoned
Watch
off,
the
still
engage.
not level 6,
Oh,
as
Bin,
Alvaro's
good
going
dodge.
to take a swing
Okay, we
here,
get a bit more
does
damage on
land the
Bin.
shattering strike.
He walked
Supa
back
getting
in.
aggressive.
Wait,
Bin,
Bin
if he
is
was
going
6,
for the
might be able to do
1v2.
this round, but
No
this is
way
CFO.
we're going to
He's
get
gonna go for it
1v2.
anyway. Supa could be
We're
in some
going to get
trouble. Remember, he has
1v2'd.
no
Oh
flash, does well
my
enough to find, though.
god.
Great peel coming through from
Okay, Bin
Alvaro.
dead though.
Stun is
Over
gonna land
aggression.
with shattering
Super,
strike.
how
Bin
long
is
to
trying to play
6?
for 6. He really wants to get it.
Oh, he's got
He
needle
still needs
work.
one more minion now.
Super got
Does
tagged a
get
little
it,
bit.
but it doesn't matter because Elioya has
Oh
arrived.
my god,
And
Ben.
Elioya
Can
gonna
we
be
kill
able to
him,
grab this
please?
kill. You have to think eventually. Ben, again,
Don't yell in her ear.
overextending.
I know.
Didn't quite have the experience to
I'm
get
not
6.
yelling in her
Otherwise, he might
ear.
have been able to make the play work.
It's really interesting because you're
You
completely
want me to
right
whisper?
that Ben thought that if I can just get
I'm not
this
yelling
level
in
up,
her ear.
it'll be completely fine. Because then I can turn around this play. You could see how much damage he was doing to
girl.
Super.
She
In
wants
a
to
2
talk.
versus
You
1,
wanna
he
talk?
almost just straight up killed him. But he just didn't
She's
quite
not
have the
stressed.
damage.
She's been
Jojo
barking
gets
at the
flash
horses
out.
on the
Now he's
game.
gonna flash
Jojo
and
flash.
follow. Jojo bites his
Oh.
time, and now they're going to be able to grab
Let's
a kill in
go.
mid lane.
Let's go.
Beautiful
Let's go.
play from the
Let's
Canadian
go.
mid laner. Knight
She wanted to
didn't
come up.
hold his nerve there. Flashed
Hey, you wanna
early,
go
did
down?
not reactively flash to
go
the
down
ult,
or
and
not?
that just allowed Jojo to flash later with the ultimate to follow.
So we take stock of the game state, and Jojo now has a lead. Elioya now also has a lead. Super has been able to close the gap that was built between him
She
and
always looks
Elk,
sad,
with
chat.
Alvaro sitting on a 400 gold lead of his own. Koi off to a good start here.
She
as
always
they're
looks
being
sad.
super
Maybe she
proactive on
smells
the map,
food,
and
that's why she wants
quite
to be up
frankly,
there.
just punishing the mistakes of BLG.
Okay.
Yep, looking good thus
Koi,
far.
really good.
Soul laners here from BLG.
Really good
Definitely
start.
Not looking infallible
Oh.
in this second game, and Mirwin
Yeah.
take in that Shuriken flip
Respect.
here.
Mirwin
Now
starting
at
to
the
win
point
out the
where I think
matchup.
He just has kill pressure
Yep.
on Ben.
Yep.
With the ignite,
Vedius plays a
especially,
lot of Akali. He
Ben has to
knows
be very
Akali.
careful with the level difference.
Really does, and wanted to talk a little bit about Alvaro as well as Elioya. These guys have been so core to the success. You know, they play so well together. We saw them link up on the top side as well as around mid lane. And generally where they go,
All right, Koi
good
with a
things happen
lead.
for MKOI.
Certainly does. The best version of MKOI is when these two
Items.
are working together and they're being unlocked on the map. And
Yeah, it
we're
is.
Hopefully going to get to see
Jungle
it now.
support
Level
time.
5 still for Alvaro.
And no ultimate for
This could be a big
Elioya
fight for
or
Koi.
Jojo here.
Good collapse. Oh yeah,
So
Jojo
could be
doesn't
a
have ult.
difficult
Never mind.
approach.
Cyclone
BLG
not
just
there
trying
either.
to focus on finishing off the final grub. Should be able to do it.
They use it for the
H1
pick. They
has
use
no
it for the pick on
smite.
mid.
Elioya does.
So they're going
but
to lose
just
triple
no
grub
real
for it,
angle
and they
him
lost
to
early
approach.
dragon.
So all 3 grubs will be claimed there by BLG.
So BLG
It's not not the end of the
to
world.
Demonstrate their proficiency of playing around these
I
early
don't think they have a real way outside of bin to punish with grubs as well. Alvaro, good punish. Sorry, good buffer.
Down there, just buffering out on the Zenith Blade. We saw Mirwin was scrapping again with Bin on this bot side. Both of them do have
good lead for Jojo. Mirwin's caught up.
Could be a spicy fight if it does break
Jungle's ahead thanks to the kill. All right. Now we just need Super to get his first item, and we can start. We can look for the fight for the second dragon.
To get that Q auto poke down onto Knight, wants to keep him pushed in, and is going to be able to grab a plate here, very likely.
Yep.
Irwin is going to look.
Okay.
Shuriken flip does connect. Bin going to have to
Okay,
try to get
all
out there,
in.
but he has
Ignite.
no flash.
Wow.
Remember, he's playing
Nice.
Knight TP, no way out.
Nice.
Mirwin and
Elyoya had to
gonna be
come
able
in though.
group
I think
up
Mirwin
and
might have
grab a
gotten
kill.
needlework and dead.
I don't even know if Elyoya was needed. That looked like that
No,
was
no,
going to be
no,
a
no.
solo kill to
I
me.
think needlework would
And
have
getting
popped
some gold
Mirwin.
from Mirwin's yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But regardless, the coverage for Mirwin is really good, chat. This is what I wanted. All I wanted was Elyoya to play for Mirwin, get him a lead, snowball in the game, and he's doing that. And he's caught back up in CS. He's got a lead. He's got the push in. Mirwin, is he going to have first item? Is that a Riftmaker already? Or we go Leandri's first? What are we doing? Fate of Ashes.
And the
Leandri's
fact that
first.
Knight is going for the Rod of Ages build means that this Victor is going to be very slow to scale.
Roa
And I wanna see
build,
Koi
rubbish.
playing a similar way to
Even though
BLG
it
where
is
they
probably
should be
the build.
spiking faster,
Bro.
so they should be looking to try and fight earlier.
Absolutely are. On going to run into Alvaro.
Rubbish.
We'll just be fighting for that.
Meanwhile, my Azir is going Nashes like a Chad, like he should. None of that bullshit. Remember when we had the Showmaker grasp Azir?
Headed up towards that top side.
Ew.
Female has TP advantage, which is going to be critical
games
here
go
in the mid-20
longer,
when this next
or
dragon
want to go
does
longer.
spawn, unless we see JoJo or someone move up there to
JoJo,
match
your
and
Azir so
actually
far,
get down
pretty
for this
clean.
dragon. It could be
Pretty
a bit
clean.
problematic for MKOI.
JoJo also has a lead versus Knight this time. The lane, he's not getting bullied. Very good. Very good. That's a chair move.
That experience
That's a
difference.
chair increase.
It all comes back to that level 2 trade that happened. Ever since then, Super's been playing catch-up. and
Cannon.
to
Oh
his
no,
credit,
they don't
he's
get
caught up
cannon.
in terms of gold. But that level
Bot
difference
is the only
still
lead.
very relevant.
Elk and On
Full
have the
level
only lead in
between
this
the two
game.
AD carries. Super will have ways to claw that back later on into the game, but for now, Elk is really the strong point for BLG that they should look to try and play around if they do want to.
He might have Trinity for this dragon. 35 seconds. He wants to reset.
Now it is a very slight gold lead for Elk. And Super will be able to collect.
Does he not
this
want to
wave,
back?
close
He's
the
going to
gap.
stay
Super
for the next wave.
have maybe like 100,
Why?
150 gold, so not really an issue whatsoever.
Elk is hovering.
Question is, does MKOI want to fight at this?
He wants
dragon,
next
or will they
wave.
just give it up and allow BLG to.
I guess
continue
if
their
Elk
trade
stays, it
stack,
means
they've
that
been
Super
doing all
can't back, but I don't think Super has item anyway. Rectrix recurve, half-bound.
Training force completed for Elyoya, a very expensive jungle item. Having that ready for the second dragon.
I mean, Elk
really
not
nice
having
spike
item
across
is
the sun
probably
and sky
really
coming in
good
from the other side.
because that Gwen is
Still a
broke.
pick up for Beishuan.
Knight has a rower.
Two mid laners though.
Very fightable. This is very fightable for Koi.
You could understand why BLG might be a little bit hesitant to try and contest this.
Okay, no, they're not hesitant at all apparently because they found Elyoya first. But this is a good fight. This is a good fight, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Mirwin does the damage. Super cleans. Elk's at the back of the fight, but we're zone control. We're going different targets. JoJo with a good ulti, but we're different. We're going like this. We're going like this. We're going like this. It was a fine fight.
Super does get a kill in the background onto Elk, but he's incredibly low and he is running for the hills. Even with the gold lead, it's BLG.
Person walked on screen this time.
Knight flashes in, getting another kill, and it's going to be them
Oh
taking
my
the dragon. Just as
God.
you were saying, you're not sure if they want to fight. They're saying, yes, we do.
BLG are just so fast. They don't give you a moment to think. Elyoya, he's just sitting in the river. Flash engage from On. The collapse from BLG is quick. The response from Elk is good as the follow-up engage doesn't come through. Super is very
Mirwin
far
gets
away.
damage.
The Azir has to TP in, but at this point when the rest of
Cold.
Koi arrive, the fight
Chaos
is
Storm
already
gets him right
over.
in the end.
BLG, great decisiveness, great execution, and they're fighting again.
Now we're doing it again.
JoJo,
Elyoya no
but has
ulti
he
though.
bit off more than he can chew.
W misses.
Alvaro with Shattering Strike will be there to peel for his mid laner. BLG can't get another kill, but are continuing to try to push the pace here to keep that pressure up.
I feel like Koi continued to just get caught unaware of how confidently BLG is ready to contest them on the neutral objectives. The Victor gained so much off the back of that last fight.
What
picking up, I
happened
believe
is
it was
On
2
just
kills.
On
Really
just
started
flash
to be
Zen
fun
played.
with those passive stacks. Alvaro,
And while Alvaro had a good re-engage,
they should be fine. As
the problem with Koi was that they...
now we wait for
I
the
mean, they
next
went
neutral
different directions, right?
objective.
Because Super had to
Herald's
dive in
gonna
for
be
kill.
The one that both these teams will be
But
setting
they
their
just,
sights on.
they
Of
kind of
course,
went
the
in
Victor's
individual
gonna be
pieces where
determined
On and
by
BLG
that
were grouped as
first
3-4 the whole time.
Absolutely is. Alvaro and On just scrapping Overvision non-stop here. As Beishuan moving down, JoJo is quite low, has the ultimate in 3 seconds,
Okay.
so it's almost up here. Alvaro there to cover.
Oh, he just stood in the second part of Victor right.
Here. And of course, yes,
This
Knight
will be a
did
dive
get
if
kill.
he can't
Was a
can't
big
stay.
winner in
Bro,
that
he just
last
got
fight,
chunked
but
so
as
heavily.
was Supa, picked up a
Did he not think
Didn't
Knight
use
had
either
second
his
part of
summoners
E?
to do it either, so that is very, very nice because he forced the flash out of Elk and the flash off of
I'm gonna
Knight
open
to
up
be able
bot
to take
turret
him
because
down.
of that
So
as well.
he got both of the key summoners
Oh,
there
we're getting a
from
bit
the big
sloppy.
carries
We're
from
getting a bit
BLG.
sloppy. We have an
Kept
early
his
lead, but
line,
we've
so
lost
they can
double
force
Drake.
another fight. It's a
Both the
big
team fighting
summoner
comps, right? Both of
advantage
these
right
front to
now
backs.
for MKOI.
That
BLG,
Corky,
they're playing the map
Corky
very
Victor.
well, though. I love how they play through their pressure again. They realize that Koi want to get resets through, and so they funnel more members down to the bot side of the map, which means that Knight has free
Knight
access
also
to this
just
tower.
denied a
He's
whole
very well
wave.
protected, and he secures that objective. That
Jojo
gold
was
gap
up
that existed
900
between
gold
two lanes
almost.
now
Now he's up
completely dissipated.
170.
They also secure the feats as they
Oh
secure
boy, oh
the
boy,
first
oh
tower
boy,
of
oh
the game.
boy.
And
I
Koi,
think
they don't really have
these
much
top
that they can
lanes are both very
cross map. They do
snowbally.
have pretty good positioning on the Herald.
I
at the
think
very
mid
least. They're
laners,
able to drop
whoever
some
kind of
wards
just
down this
trails on,
topside river. But
it's
BLG,
fine. I
they're
mean,
gonna
they're
be
both
ready to
in a similar
respond. The
spot,
base
but
is
like,
actually did Knight base. He actually may have
No,
just
it's going
walked from
roller.
bot lane up towards top, and now they're ready to contest the river.
Got those upgraded shoes. Gonna use them. Walks all the way up here. And they are, as you say, ready to fight as they seem to be each and every
Now, the difference
time.
here is that Mirwin has item bin
BLG's
doesn't.
team fighting has just been so on point.
But Corky with
Teams
Trinity
have been
Force.
able to get advantages, but they have not been able to out-team
And
fight
look,
them
Koi,
thus far in
3 in the
event.
bottom
Let's
of
see if
river.
Koi can do that here,
BLG
as
group
they
is
are gonna be the
4.
first ones to
Gwen's
start
going to
this
come in
Herald.
and,
Bin is
and
up on that
crush.
top side. He can't go back
We
to
need
base.
to do
He
this
doesn't have
Herald
his
and
first
get out
item on,
now.
looking with the Hex Flash.
Everyone on Herald
Not
and out
find an
now.
angle to
BLG
go
can look
in
for a
on
fight
here
after. They
when
care about
now
Herald. They
Bin
want the fight
approaching from
afterwards.
the
Oh my
top.
god, thank you for the fruit.
objective is
Thank you so
already
much.
gone, so BLG will elect to just
Okay.
back it up and try to get a little bit of chip damage down on this tier 1.
Okay. They didn't want to fight. Maybe worried about the fact that
BLG
Gwen
very
doesn't have
much just
item.
spectators in this play.
Maybe Bin's like, I don't have
Bin
item. Don't want to fight.
will respect.
Oh, is it a greedy back?
Really respect them enough. Looks like they're going to go for it. In goes
Okay.
the Cyclone as JoJo's in on top of him. Bin, no flash. I don't know if he's getting out of this one. Flash to follow.
Nice.
from
Okay, JoJo didn't want to
Elyoya.
ulti.
And JoJo picks up the kill.
JoJo's
They
in a
are
kill. JoJo's
really
in another kill.
punishing this Ignite choice from Bin.
They
are.
certainly
They
are.
are.
And Mirwin, he's not going to lose much on the other side. Beishuan doing what he can, though, stealing all of these bot
Okay,
side
Bin
camps,
this
denying
game on
gold
Gwen has
away
been
from
a
Elyoya.
little bit slack.
But
Yo,
Elyoya's
Christmas
been
trees.
involved
What
in
up,
6
buh?
of the team's
It's been a while.
7 kills. The only ones he couldn't be a part of was
Does anyone know
the
who
2
won?
that
Someone
Super
did,
was
but
able to
yo,
pick
don't
up
fish.
in the last fight. JoJo now setting his sights on this top tower. Elkan on, quick to respond, though. It's very difficult for Koi to really convert this into any
Don't you go
meaningful
fishing.
objective secure.
Some
On
people
looking for
will,
the collapse.
but we ain't talking about it. I don't care. I don't want any indicator. I don't want any spoilers. I will permaban any of your ass.
If he needs it to try to disengage.
Mm.
Great sidestep.
On solar
He's
flare.
going to be able to avoid that stun.
Fruit.
Just gets hit by the slow. And as a result, doesn't have to trade out his ulti.
JoJo still has the ulti, and with Elyoya
Dude, that's what this whole MSI, yo, Chris, is what the whole MSI is about, buh. For me, no spoilers. 9 p.m. start, 2 a.m. start. I don't care. No spoilers.
The gold
Ow.
leads, but the map very much favors that of BLG.
I just want
No towers are yet to fall.
my viewing
Meanwhile, the
experience.
structural damage on the side of Koi, that
Loving,
tower is getting very
caring,
low. I'm excited to see
with no
the next dragon is gonna be an
indication of who
interesting
won.
one.
I mean, Cloud Soul is just so powerful, especially for a lot of the different champions in this game. You know, I think
JoJo's still
particular
good.
champions
JoJo's still good.
like the Wukong as well as the
What's
Gwen.
that problem?
I mean, Gwen with Cloud Soul is just a terror in the side lanes. It is so
Liz, what up,
difficult
bub?
to actually be able to escape that ultimate with the slowdown plus the speed up. But MKOI here in the mid lane, good timing with the Herald.
Chris,
to be
what are you
able to
doing
drop
these
this
days?
down.
You
15
moved to
seconds
Europe or
now
something or
until
what?
that third dragon will spawn. They're trying to take full control of this area, push in mid. They will be able to get this tower with the crash.
Good.
Should be able to be the first to move in towards the next dragon.
Now let's set up.
just going to keep going in.
Oh,
it's going to
okay.
get smoked down though by Beishuan, so
Good to
Alvaro
see a
gets
turret.
popped out as Bin was back
This
in
is the
base
dragon
here now.
Koi need.
You can
Koi
see he's
need
coming out
desperately.
to join. Knight gonna be
What's the
keeping
item parity?
up
We
towards
got
that
we got to
top side.
Rylai's
Rift
Azir.
Breaker has been completed there for Bin.
Looking at this
Yeah, Bin now with an item.
ward sitting
Oh
on
my
the
god!
Raptors
Like,
for
can
a
we fix
potential
this?
TP flank from the Gwen. He's being tracked right now, but it looks like, yeah, BLG's just not in a position. I love what
Big
Beishuan's
mini-map
doing,
zoom,
by
I
the way.
can't deal
You'll
with
notice
it.
him on the complete other side of the map, just rummaging through Elyoya's jungle and
Nice.
saying, is there anything I can steal? I can't contest this dragon, and that's fine.
Really
but
clean
I'm gonna get
passage
whatever
of
camps
play.
I can.
Still
If
in
I can't
Sydney?
get a camp, I'll set my sights on that top
Work
lane
is great,
tower.
you're up.
Exactly, to get some
Is that a
boards
bowl
down
of
as
fruit?
well.
It's
Either
a
drop
plate of
that
fruit.
pink as Elk is going to push Supa back
I've
here.
eaten my
Alvaro in
my
the area,
protein.
though, there
I've
to
eaten my
cover
fats.
As Beishuan
I've eaten
and Knight
some of the
move
carbs.
in, and they are going to be able to claim that top lane tier 1.
Now
Meanwhile,
I'm going to
MKOI,
have
mid-jungle,
some fruit
trying to
toast.
do the same here on the other side. Going to be able to put more gold in the coffers of JoJo, who is up to a
Good job.
1,100
It's a
gold
JoJo
lead
game.
right
We're
now.
back.
Mirwin going to be able to
We're back.
defend the tier 2 as there's no sort of
I was a little
push
bit worried,
incoming there.
but Koi
BLG,
slowed
though,
it down
will
a bit.
grab some respawning camps on
They
the
set up
exit.
their objectives well. Their vision is
Koi
playing
had a
towards
much
the
better
strong side of the map. map. It's nice.
The question is
We're not overstepping on weak side. Neowin right now is just chilling.
BLG, so far their MSI has just been utter domination in the 5 versus 5. We saw them lose that one
True,
fight
team
against
fighting BLG
G2
strength.
where they kind of
Very
pushed down
scary.
mid and got collapsed on. But aside
What's
from
up,
that, they've just been
What's
a
up,
force
Bill?
to be reckoned with.
Bin
What's
again
up,
in the
Cal?
side lane. Could be in trouble here. Pops the shroud, but the Cyclone comes in.
Nance,
They are
look at the
chasing
damage.
him down there, and
Jojo
knock
has
him
insane
down.
damage right now.
Once again,
Plus
it's the
Ryla's.
5th death
For Bin with no flash, mega value.
Don't need to team fight. They just keep getting picks. I love the way in which Elyoya is
Koi,
playing the map right now.
Koi relying on
And it's
Elyoya
right, as you
Alvaro
said,
in this game.
There's no
Alvaro
flash
will cover.
on this
Elyoya
Gwen
will play.
at any point in the game.
He's playing JoJo's
so
line.
the moment you
Playing for his ear,
overstep
play
ever
for
so
his ear.
slightly with the combined CC of the slows that come down from
I'm
the
surprised
Rylai's,
because
the
in this
ultimate
game,
from
I
Azir if
thought
they
top
need
would
it, and the
decide a
double
lot.
knockup that they have available from the Wukong.
But
It's an easy
like
pick
1 or 2
in
ganks.
favor of Koi.
Bin has just been kept down
And
so effectively
after
here.
like the last couple of team fights, after the
Always that
dragon and the
ticking
misstep
time
from
bomb
Koi,
of when, though, is going to be continuing to
Elyoya's
scale.
just playing
See how
towards strength,
Mirwin
and it's
can
good.
perform in these team fights as he is obviously
Because
out to a nice little
Jojo
advantage
is
up
approaching
a
third
level
item,
and a half,
and this
plus
Azir
the
is just
gold
going to
advantage
shuffle
there.
and pop
But
this
Jojo
comp.
is going to be the biggest problem here for BLG. The
Gwen,
question is, can they
Zin,
get in onto him?
Leona.
Can they actually knock
They
him
will
down?
go in. They will
Especially
struggle
with
to
Bin
go
being
out.
that far behind, will they have the pressure to actually get into that backline and knock down Jojo, who has
Yo,
gone
Chris.
for a relatively tanky build? He has quite a bit of extra HP
What do you think,
built
bro?
up. BLG, though,
I think comps are
again,
quite even.
They're just right to the
But-
objective. They're starting up Otacon here only 20 seconds after it
Hold.
spawns. Alvaro is going to be able to spot this. How quickly
Yo, Wukong's
can
slow,
MKOI
Wukong's slow.
respond? Because BLG are just committing
TP,
to it.
5 man.
In comes the teleport here
It's
from
double
Vin.
TP.
Mirwin
Okay, we're going to
TP
5
in
5.
as
Put the
well.
play to
Jojo there on
fruit
the side,
down.
trying to get some
Alvaro,
kills.
good engage.
Alvaro's gonna
Alvaro,
go with the
insane
full
engage.
engage.
Beach one's
But
ulti
there's
was
not
better
really
though.
any follow-up.
Oh, they
We
played to
already
the
see
4.
first kill going the way of Supa. Bin on the side, trying to do it
Chaos
again here
Storm
against
zones.
Jojo, but
Bin
Koi
getting
are
pushed
pushing
out.
back.
Jojo's still
Beach
healthy.
trying to stay
2k
in
though.
the
2k.
area
But
to see if he can get a smite steal.
Elyoya,
They're
they're
gonna
going
get
to
down
flip
for
it. They're going to flip
reload.
it.
Down 15
Elyoya got it. He bonked it. Waits for the cyclone. Elyoya carry. Look at Jojo. He's got a 3 sack. He's got a 3 sack. Knight's covered as well. Knight's fine. Mirwin sees him. Chase down, chase down, chase down, chase down. Nice. Nice. Baitron tries to super. Oh, super kites it all. But Knight's coming for him. Super run. Is Elk dead? Elk is dead. Okay. We got Otacon. We got Otacon. If he can kill Beitron, it's gigantic. Knight, flash.
Getting flashed on here by Knight. Knight
He's
is
dead.
looking and he will collect the shutdown.
Okay, shutdown is
1:36,
nice
but
for
it's a
them,
much
but-
bigger win for
but-
MKOI as they grab the Otacon and they win out in the fight.
Otacon.
Chaotic fight that was, I mean,
I mean, that was a 2 for 2.
Everyone was
That was only a 2 for 2.
everywhere. We saw movement over walls. We saw dodging of CCs. On had a really nice ultimate. to
Jojo
deny the follow-up
gigantic
coming
still,
through from
but
Koi.
Knight just
And I
caught
wanted
up.
to keep track of this engage coming through from the river onto Supa.
They
and
use
Mirwin.
Otacon debuff,
The engage
which is
round
good.
was but the follow-up is a little bit limited.
Oh my god, the
Beitron
Beitron
also
ulti was
knocks
so
back
nice
Elyoya.
because they just
The
flashed towards each
execution
other.
of the
Okay,
fight
sorry,
from
on
BLG is
on
really
died at the
good
start.
to
On died at the
separate
start.
Alvaro from the rest
So
of
it was a
his
3
team.
for 2.
But the problem is
Koi
the
did win the fight.
re-engage from BLG. They just don't have the tools. They've now used everything at their disposal, and that's when MKOI look for the re-engage.
Bin is
Elyoya
zoned off
with
the
a
whole
nice
fight.
ulti,
Jojo is
goes
such a
again,
threat.
The mobility, the dashing from one side of Elk to the other of Mirwin, and then it becomes this chase down. Elyoya is able to get this pick up onto Bin. Elk
And
ends
then
up dropping
Jojo,
as
see how he
well, but
paths
on the other
down?
side of the map, they end
Because
up getting that
Beitron's
pick
obviously looking
onto
for an
Supa,
angle.
and Knight was the one
And then
that
Elk
got
would
him
probably
so
just
many that I think
die
he got 3 in total
to
in that
try and
fight.
fight a
So this
2v2.
Victor, even though he's at a massive deficit, has
'Cause he dies
slowly
anyway.
been getting a lot of kills and gold, especially thanks to that last fight.
Christmas
That initial engage
trees.
from Alvaro would have been that much more deadly if Elyoya had the Cyclone, but it was just still on cooldown at the beginning
it's
of
a
the
good
fight.
spot.
It was only had about 10-15 seconds left, which I think is maybe partially why BLG forced their hand. You know, they tried to look for this fight with the cooldown
Dropped my
down,
fruit fork.
but it was
It's okay,
that
I claimed it.
re-engage from Elyoya as that ultimate came back up. They look for it.
Alright,
On is
wiped it.
always
It'll be
ready to
fun.
scrap here. He is back to the river. Bin is in the area as
It
well.
was a good
as
run,
MKOI
chat, but
trying
Jebs
to
will win.
maintain some control here. This dragon going to be up in 14 seconds. Mirwin is behind them. Will be spotted
Mirwin knows,
though
right?
by Bin, but Bin is down 2 levels. I don't think
Mirwin
he's going to be
knows.
able to win out in
Mirwin.
this 1v1.
Mirwin.
MKOI in the area
Ooh.
will be able to push Mirwin
Yeah,
back as
2
Alvaro
levels.
trying to
Oh, he
get
got
the
him.
backslash. Gonna get
Okay,
spotted
Bin
out
W
by
down.
Knight and Elk here are going to have a hell of a time walking through this tight
Second
corridor
cloud
to
would
try
be
to get
huge,
involved.
just
Alvaro and
stats-wise for
Elyoya
Koi.
trying to be able to put that pressure
Look at the
on them.
poke.
Base one
Look at
escorting
Jojo
his
poke. I think he's on
teammates,
third
trying to
item. I didn't
create
get to see
space now.
items.
Gonna be marking Alvaro. You can
Solar
see
flare.
Mirwin
Oh,
on the side.
Jojo walked into the core of it.
In on
Flashes,
Otacon, and they're
ulties.
looking for the engage.
Jojo's still alive.
Goes away here,
Look at
trying to
Cyclone back.
survive. Elyoya
Mirwin,
into the
Mirwin.
backline, and Supa's
Oh, he
gonna
missed.
knock down on
But he gets
Supa.
into Shroud. He
It's
gets
gonna
into
be
Shroud.
a
He's
kill
going to take it.
It's
He's going to
back
take
and
it.
forth, kills
Oh,
on the side.
Bin is
Bin
killing.
holding
Oh,
Elyoya.
Bin's killing.
Bin is gonna be able to
Oh
win
no,
out.
they want to
As well
fight.
for BLG is Beishwan and Knight.
Why do BLG keep winning fights Congrats, bro.
Another. It is a 3-kill fight here for BLG. They are not going to stay on the dragon, though, as JoJo
this
just
team
TP'd
is so good
back
at team
full
fighting.
HP. BLG will
He does
back
TP
off.
back,
No
but
one
there's no
grabs the
smite.
dragon, but BLG win
He's
the
TP's
fight.
for mid-wave.
finds an amazing ultimate onto JoJo that puts him at the precipice of death right right at the start of the fight.
Look at
Keep your
Jojo's
eyes on
poking,
and
but
his
Jojo
ability
gets
to
caught. He
engage.
gets solar flare,
finds
pin
Jojo
on.
in the river, trying to get a lot of damage down. The stun
Right on.
connects. Jojo has the
Jojo
flash,
flashes
but
and he has to
chooses not
ult.
use it. He
And then
gets forced out
Elyoya's
of the
already
fight
engaging
immediately.
back.
He has to use the
Mirwin
ulti,
and Elyoya are
the
trying to hit
combo looks
backline.
good on the back
And like
line.
Elk, bro, Elk is so hard to play the
problem
game.
is the moment that
But
Jojo's gone, they run out
because
so much
of
their
On's
damage,
engage
which
and
means that
because
fight
the
becomes
Azir is
very
so low,
BLG favored. They end up getting a 3-for-2.
even though he
but
survives,
the
it's like
arrival of Jojo means that BLG can't stick around.
Or Knight's doing a lot of work in these fights as well. He's not. Okay. Out of stun. Sidestep doesn't get out of it. Good, Knight's dead. Knight's dead. Big kill for Super. Baron's up in 20. Dragon. We get this, and then we think about how we set up vision for Baron, yeah?
Another Dragon here. Even up the Dragon score, taking their second of the game.
Small oversteps from BLG are effectively being punished.
Oh, yeah,
by
yeah, yeah.
Koi.
Two-man Dragon.
Knight's
Two-man
driving
Dragon. We
needs a lot of
cover
their
Baron.
damage. Falls to
Limit
the
vision.
wayside. And the Dragon is secure.
There's a
Now
bot wave to
equalized.
take.
Koi
Jojo doesn't have
in
TP.
game
Let's be
2 have
wary of
come
that.
alive, and they are
We almost have a
fighting
3-item
back.
Kai'Sa. It's very winnable. It's very, very winnable. On's engaging here. Solar Flare on Super Cleanse. Mirwin's coming down though. BLG are just a mega forcing again. They get scuttled because of it. They also get their control.
Always 3 or 4 strong. It feels like fighting in the river.
But look at that ward behind. Look at that ward behind. If they spot on backing, they can clear vision and sneak this.
And in game 2, MKOI have been much more equipped to deal with it. They have been fighting back. Alvaro has been there every time. On is stepping forward here, trying to get that control. As MKOI know, they cannot
my
allow
God, it's
BLG to play
unnerving
the
this game.
at their pace. They need to match it. They need to
It's
control the
unnerving.
game
It's
just
really
as much.
unnerving.
And I'm just super happy for Jojo. Of
I'm
course, it's been a
super
while
happy.
since he's returned to the international stage. He talked domestically about how he took it for granted, his first opportunity,
Because
he
even
just
though
expected to make it back
I think
over
this should
and
be
over
a
again.
Koi win.
He was denied so many opportunities.
I think the
but
comps
so
are very
far
similar.
in this series, he's been playing
Bin's
well in
caught
this
up
game.
for where he
lot
was
of
in
the
a
weight
hole.
is
He's a
sitting
2 and
on
6
his
Gwen,
shoulders.
who's
A
only down
6-0-3
200 gold.
Azir, 3 items completed.
Knight
It is
also now has
important
Zhonya's.
that he stays alive in the fight because he is so much of the team's damage.
I'm just also worried because it's BLG, and BLG's team fighting has been
He
superb.
came into the league on EG and immediately won and went, to MSI.
Cheer
and then
for
went
Mad,
to
yeah.
Worlds.
Put a
So
gun
it was
to
kinda just that
everyone
feeling of,
cheer for
well,
Mad
it's
now.
the norm, right? It's the expectation. But hadn't been able to make it back for quite some time, and now here, the first ever international league event in Canada, getting to play at home, being in a position to carry this game against BLG.
This
to be
is the first
team
international in Canada.
to actually take a game off of them here at MSI, as they have won 7
Really?
straight. But of course, it is far from over. BLG have fought back from deficit so many times, and their team fighting is just so damn tough to deal with. You can see
pick.
Knight now
Nice.
incredibly tanky. As On is
Nice.
gonna get interrupted there.
Look at
On
damage.
the recall, Jojo is here.
On
On
caught out
connects the
backing.
flash
Soul
out.
Flare.
Alvaro
Alvaro
trades the
flashes.
flash back,
Super
but
cleans
Tua
it.
goes in
Nice.
with the killer instinct and gets
Yeah,
another
yeah,
one.
don't overforce. We don't want to overforce here. We don't want to
It's a
overforce. We've got to
risky
pick.
start. There's a lot of poke on the
Baron
side
is a
of
risky
BLG
start,
with both
but
the Victor and the Corki.
what about top outer?
I think they should just
What
be
about
happy
we
with the pick
overload
with
for top
Super
outer?
losing his ulti. It's a scary fight to start.
Against
They're
Victor
thinking about
Corki.
it.
Oh, but not if Elyoya's there.
And Elyoya gonna try to knock down the Corki. The
Nice.
Corki's in a lot of trouble.
He flashes.
Away
Oh,
from
that was a
Mirwin.
good flash.
Mirwin looking to try to get back in.
That was a good
They
flash,
are
but
trying
they're
to
fighting
peel
targets
both
individually.
AD carry,
Mirwin gets back line.
Mirwin grabs the
Oh, it's a
kill,
one
and
fight.
on the other side is
It's a
gonna
one
fall
fight.
as
Well done.
Jojo Pion
Well
goes
done.
godlike in Canada, and MKOI have their eyes set on the
Holy
Baron.
Canadian talent.
MKOI finds so many picks.
Oh my
Elyoya
God.
sitting
The
in that
fruit
rush.
is gonna go
I mean,
all in
I
at
wasn't
once.
expecting it, and BLG definitely wasn't. Elk gets caught out. That cascades into another pick, and Koi get themselves the Baron
Wow.
here in game 2.
A
Wow.
Here for MKOI. They are really starting to pull away. They've claimed
Bro,
the
what
last
the
two
hell did
dragons.
D12
They've won
say?
some fights here, have been crushing Bin in the side lanes. And now really looking to try
Challenge
to
impossible,
seal the deal
bro.
here on this first win.
Elyoya just snuck his way in. Elk wasn't expecting
Well,
this
the
at all.
spoiler was just a funny
And the amount
comment.
of damage that Elyoya
Elk
was
with a
able
good
to
flash.
fight back
Super.
line.
But
No.
Jojo's gonna be in trouble here. Baseline trying to finish
Oh,
him off,
good
but
flash.
can't quite do it.
We go back in.
Alvaro there to peel just barely.
Look, Akali's on the way.
Though, coming in from
We go back
behind,
in.
and now BLG may have
Super.
overextended. We can see
It's a
Baseline
bait.
trying to
Base
finish off
one's
Super.
baited.
He
He's
can't
baited.
get
He's
over the
baited.
tower. Super makes it
Oh, they're
happen, but
tilted.
teleport
It's a
from
game
now
3.
from
It's a
Knight
game
is
3
on
in
the
equal
other side.
odds.
It's gonna be Bin fighting with Elk against Elyoya and
Surely.
Jojo, and they do push
Elyoya's
them
waiting
back.
for again. Round
The
2. Round 2.
teleport
Round
arrives
2.
there from Knight, but no more
Round 2.
kills do happen. Wukong fancies his chances here. That's a jungler up 2 levels on the
Holy
top laner for BLG.
chat.
A desperate attempt from BLG.
Really well
Beachfront
played.
Stealing away the Raptors, runs into Super.
Good direction this
Obviously has
game.
the ability to kill
And
him,
normally,
but
the West only
he
wins
just
the
doesn't
first game,
quite
then
have
loses the
resources
rest.
needed. And then a TP
Not
comes through
today.
from Knight as well.
Not today.
BLG scattered towards the end of this game.
That's a complete tilt play, yeah.
As much as they can. They set their sights on the tier 2 in the bot lane. The pings come
It's
down
not
onto
done
mid
yet.
as well.
We got a lot of standing gold.
Putting the
These
pressure
inner
on.
turrets need to drop. We set up the third dragon. That's the next play.
And while Knight is strong,
Can we get
go
tier
for a very
2
tanky
before
build. You know, he
before
has
dragon?
the Zonias, the
With
Cosmic
Baron,
Shard,
I
as
think
well
so.
as the Roa.
Look at
So he's
Jojo's damage.
miles away from Void Staff as well as Death
Nice.
Cap. You know, these kind of late game items that you really
Jojo is Knight's father
allowing
this
you to
game.
try to take over a fight. And MKOI now nearly 9,000 gold ahead. You can see the Red Bull Baron power play plus 5,200 gold with still a lot of
catch
time
H1.
left to pick up more.
We catch H1. We get jungler here. Bro, that opens the door.
Of course, not the soul.
Are you in Oz or EU? I'm in EU, brother.
Soul point. Koi bounce
I
back
live in
effectively
Berlin
from
now
game
with
one.
my
They
wife.
equalize this series up. They're keeping the waves pushed.
Okay.
Making it that much harder. But again, I draw your attention to the minimap, and you'll notice they do have
On
these
wants
wards
to ult,
as
but
possible
cleanses
TP
up.
options.
Oh, Alvarito.
He's going to preempt it, and they're looking for Knight. He
Oh,
goes
yeah,
into
second
danger,
ulti
they're trying to
coming.
deal for him,
Nice.
but Knight is in
A
lot
zero
of
ult
trouble.
separates.
Jojo goes in,
Really
H1
nice.
goes down.
Clean it up.
He goes to
End it now. End it now. End it now.
It's MKOI crushing the fight.
Nice. It's what you want. It's what you want. They use this Azir so well. El Yoya on something proactive. Super and Alvaro got through the laning phase. A little bit touch and go at times. But Koi have done it. Oh my god. NA could never. Holy, Jojo is laughing with a white flag. Holy moly.
They play the fights well.
Bin was not chilling. Bin just got cleared. Holy.
We did it! Let's go! We're profiting!
Okay.
American game.
Bro, people just standing in the hallway with phones out.
Plug that in there. Just
How are your pick'ems, bro? If Koi win this, my pick'ems are dead.
really wanted
Just
to see
saying.
from this team. Yes, the Rel.
It was a great comp, and it was great play right there. They kept on going.
It was a really well-rounded comp this time, and like the fallacies had to do with a Kali top, but like El Yoya, man, El Yoya had such a good early game. Alvaro later on, really good rel engages, but El Yoya's early game was so good.
I mean, I hope it's 3-1, maybe 3-2, but
That's this
I
guy.
think we're gonna win. Let's see.
Let's give the confidence. Gracias por la entrevista. Shocks, over to you.
Thank you to you both.
Vamos.
Thank you so much.
Big.
The lead. Kept the
Alvaro
lead.
is crazy. Alvaro's really good. Jojo, good game. I mean, Super was clinical in some of those fights as well. That bro was ulting into 3 people and getting away with it, you know? Once Leona Engage was down, once H1 was in, it was like, who gonna stop me now?
Recoup for Bin.
Okay, Bin got fisted. What happens with top lane matchup in game 3? I think Mirwin is a really good Achilles heel in the sense that Mirwin will always have a pick ready. That guy is so good at counter picks, and if he's playing well, bro, I think Koi can win. A lot of people said this is a contested matchup. NA fans are like, nah, they're gonna get, yeah, sure, cope. They said, no, it's no cope. Game 3, lock in now. Equal standings. You are wrong.
Limiting Knight's pool as much as they can seems to be a pretty effective strategy.
Glaze
This
him
Victor
on
by no
Hoo-Hoo.
means was bad, but the level of impact on game 1 compared to game 2, you could really feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do think that MKOI really did a good job of kind of like
Annie.
ratcheting up the pace at which they were playing it, right? They really did accelerate how they were playing.
Even when we win,
you
it feels
look
like
at
a
game
loss.
1,
No, that was good. That
MKOI
was good.
trying to sit back and trying to scale and trying to
Were there
just
any
kind of
comments
avoid
on?
fights.
Yeah, were there any
BLG were
hoopers,
saying,
dude?
no, like, we are
The
going
stuff
to
for
force
Whippo in the
you
Maud
to fight
game.
us. We are going to come and take everything from you
Now
if you
that
do
would
not.
be good to
And
see.
it felt like
That would
MKOI
be
could
good
not
to
match
see.
that pace. Game
All right.
2, we come in here.
Twist the fate
Alvaro
perma.
is everywhere contesting on.
Vi is still
and
up.
Constantly, we saw.
I don't know if we want to
Yoya
give
as
BLG
well
Vi.
as Jojo
I don't want to know if we
looking
want to
up
give an
in the
LPL team Vi.
sidelines, putting pressure on him. It was
They get rid of
them that
Sedge.
were really
They get rid of
dictating the pace of the
Trundle.
game
I think Vi is the next
and
big
looking
pick. Maybe they
very,
ban
very
Vi.
good while doing it.
Chat, it's an LPL team.
Leah is
Koi,
up
please,
and
Vi
had
ban.
been
If they
banned
lose
out
Vi
every
here,
time. So Leah
they don't
and
have
Vi
any other
both
big
up and
response.
available because BLG had been on red side. Exactly. They're trying to force that ban. And so you're going to have to pick which do
Talia.
you not want to play against. And I think, you know, with the Talia getting banned out, it could easily be a Vi first pick here for BLG if they want to go that route.
Ooh, I wonder if Koi will actually just take the Ari away, but then I think BLG can respond with the Syndra.
Yeah.
So
yeah, true,
I
actually.
think that it could be a
Actually,
bit of a
Knight
risk.
has the pick for
I'm curious
Ari.
as to how Koi will respond, because when we
If
talk
they go
about
Ari here
JoJo's
as well,
pool,
what
like,
do we
Ari
put
is
in
one of his
jungle?
favorite picks. It's something that he played a huge amount throughout spring.
They could also take Ezreal. Okay,
and
Ezreal was up
Elyoya has a lot of
for
junglers
Elk.
that
That
can
also takes it
enable
away
it,
from the
but you gotta
series. And
remember,
Elk's Ezreal is
Sin,
godlike.
Wukong, Panth, and
Super
Vi
not a bad
are all out
Ezreal.
of the table.
Jojo, what's
Might
in
have
his
the
eye?
pick of the litter with both his Sylas and potentially a Syndra that he could lean towards to
Sylas?
give him a good matchup.
Sylas
Absolutely.
into
I mean,
Ari.
Vienna
Okay, we
Trundle,
still
you know,
ult.
Can be a difficult matchup, but it's going to be
It's
Knight,
also a
Sylas
nice
here,
lane
getting
for Vi.
locked in. I do like
Sion
the
can
Ezreal
be
for
punished.
Supa. When
Mirwin
you
has
see
lanes
Vi,
for that.
You know dive is going to be drafted.
Mirwin
on
Aatrox,
one-sided.
what are your
It's
thoughts?
also a good takeaway
Mirwin, we
there
can
from
play
Elk.
angles. We can play a
And Bid is
lot of
just gonna
angles.
Slam down a Sion top
Aatrox
lane
not
here
bad.
and dare Mirwin to try to do something about it. And now we have to see, you know, do they want to match top lane here, or are they going to go for a different angle?
Mirwin,
and
what
try to
do you
match
got?
What we see
Mirwin, what do
in
you
the
got?
jungle already.
Aatrox is right.
Towards the jungle match.
Aatrox is right.
Now
Free
that's
matchup.
really get pinched.
Okay, Mirwin, let's go.
Elyoya, I mean, what I'll say about Koi is, I think so many of these players.
Elyoya can play Lilia. This could be a Lilia angle.
Yeah, we've seen Elyoya play all sorts
But
of
then
things in the
we're
jungle.
kind of stressing to get Nautilus. I think you go jungle on 5, honestly.
Completely fine.
You
Yeah,
could
we've
just
also
get your
seen, like,
pick
you
now
could
for
probably
jungle,
still
but then you're going
available,
to
for
lose
example.
support. And when
It's a
you're in
very good
Fearless
matchup,
and
especially
engage
if you go
options
to
are falling
Sylas
off the
and Amal on
table,
other side.
reliable
But I'm
engage
surprised
like
that they wouldn't
Nautilus
wanna
would be pretty big.
prioritize that. Instead, they wanted to
But
make
playing
sure
Nautilus
they get a
against
pretty good matchup
Sylas
on the top
is
side of the map, going into the
it's
side.
kind of
Also really
risky. It's like
interesting to see
it's like one of the
how
best
high
salts for him to
priority goes on
steal.
Nautilus. He
Has
was at his
AP
last
scaling
one,
as well. It's
kind
like
of
a one
hard
shot.
engage melee support champions that is up and available. The big four
I
have
don't know if you
already
want
been played through these first 2 games. You know, Nico, another one that you were talking about as far as, you know, being a good.
Quippo had a
engaged
video
tool.
about how to play
Clearly,
Mord
thus
into
far, BLG
Yorick.
more
Was that
concerned
after or
about poke
before the
pairings
match?
With the Ezreal, which are obviously very
Did
common.
he make it at MSI?
That's true. That's
Knight, Sylas with Aatrox ult. Yeah, it's not bad, but it's like.
What direction do you even go when paired alongside an Ezreal now?
But Nautilus ult, I'd argue, would be one of the best. I mean, Sylas with Ari ult is just great, right? You do it better.
I also think that
You
if
get
BLG is showing
you have
a lot of dive as
like
they
your
are,
E, and then you have triple
things like
Ari
Renata
ult.
really do skyrocket in value. The question is,
It's only
are you
increased
going to be able
healing.
to find hard engage?
Yeah, I mean,
from
the
your
increased
jungle
healing
pick?
is nice,
Or
but the
do you
AD
need
is
to get it from your
useless.
support, because right now there is
Doesn't
no
Petrified
hard engage.
Burst
There's
scale off
just
some AD though?
JoJo ulting forward and trying to charm
Doesn't his
someone.
passive?
And that is not going to be super reliable. So I wouldn't be shocked to just see something like the Nautilus,
Hang on, let me look.
unless they have kind of a pocket jungle pick that they think is going to do enough.
Petricite
as
has
far as the engage is
130%,
concerned.
130% AD scaling. It deals 130% of your AD and 40% to nearby enemies. It can critically strike,
I mean, I think it's
by
not
the
what
way,
they want for their maybe their 2v2 or their matchup, but they're
with
thinking
bonus magic damage based on your AD.
How are we going to play this game out?
I
You know
do
that.
really think they wanted the Braum, and I think it was a great ban coming through from BLG.
So Naught makes sense, but they're going to just go.
Caitlyn
They could go
Lux.
Caitlyn Lux.
Nico, or
Renata also
Caitlyn
very
Renata
good.
for
Caitlyn
all the
Nico.
engage.
Makes a lot of sense. Renata
Caitlyn
to me, it's
Elise.
like they have enough poke.
Elise,
Okay,
oh
so it
my
is gonna be the more
god,
aggressive
on
option. Not
Elise.
taking the Nico, it is going to be Kate Elise.
Yo, that is
You hit a cocoon,
hell
the
in
trap
bot lane.
follows it up.
Please
There's
go
an
Karma.
incredible
No, Karma's
amount of
banned.
burst. The amount of
Oh,
upfront
sorry, you've
damage
already
that
got
comes,
Naught.
you know, from that headshot, from that.
Do we
Caitlyn
think
is
Lilia's
going to be
playable in
low
this game?
for the
Elyoya, what about
Elise to finish it off.
Zyra?
Also, don't be surprised to see BLG swap early. Even though this
Elise
could
in
be a high-progression
Elyoya.
matchup, they're completely
Lee
fine
Ari.
moving the Caitlyn and Elise into an Aatrox lane and having their Sion play the 1 versus 2 into an Ezreal.
If BLG get ahead, this game is
It
over.
makes a lot of sense to me. It is one of the comfortable.
BLG have
picks
very
for the-
snowbally lanes.
Obviously, had not.
Koi
played
need to
Lee
weather
Sin
the
yet.
storm,
This
get to
split
2
wasn't
items, and
really
then it should be
expecting
all good.
So it is
Chat,
gonna
I'm
be
going to
the
run
theory they
ads.
are
Yo,
going
interesting
towards
drafts for Game
comfort
3.
there.
Koi
They
won the
have
last
engage
game.
secured here
No
with the
spoilers,
Nautilus.
please, is a reminder.
Question
Fresh
is,
games every
how
day,
will this
9
bot lane
a.m.
go? I think
Restream
a
for those
lot
who can't
of
watch it live
BLG's
because of the
success
time
is gonna
zone.
be riding on how
Yo, if you've already
Elk and
followed,
perform in
big
this
appreciation
2v2.
to you as well. Thank you so much for the
It's
support.
just
I love you
hard
guys.
to get value
I'm going to
on
run
the
3
Elise
minutes of
later
ads.
on
Why do I
in
run
the
3
game?
minutes so that you
Don't
don't get
create
them
good early
in-game at
advantages.
all?
I mean,
So that
Nautilus
the
is gonna show
pre-rolls
up,
are
is
set
gonna
for
press
60
R on
minutes.
someone, is
If
gonna
the game
get
goes long,
something
I'm
done,
covered.
whereas Elise,
You can
it is
avoid them,
very
Twitch Prime or Tier
difficult,
1,
you know,
or you can
try
get
to
an ad
push
blocker.
through
Either way,
Nautilus and
It's just
and
good to
the
have you here.
Aatrox for Cocoons.
Chat,
If you
we're
are
150
playing, you have to
followers
really breathe
away
that
from
in, and so
10K.
we'll see if we're going to be able to do it.
Oh, that's
BLG
big.
effective at is their bot lane
That's
2 versus
huge.
2. I think that Elkanon in the straight up
Do
laning
something
phase
special.
has
Hannah's like,
gotten
you got to
the
do
better
something
of Super and
special.
Alvaro.
Chat, what
Where
do
I
we
think
do?
Alvaro has stood out is you highlighted it after game 1.
I mean, I
the
wouldn't.
engages that he was
I
making
like
on that
giveaways
Alistar,
though.
even when he was getting caught
Giveaways
out,
are good.
was super impressive. In game 2,
Yeah.
he found some great
If
well
it's a
engages
challenge, Sometimes I got to jump off a cliff or something. That's kind of the level, isn't it?
And find picks. And now in game 3, I
Get
think it's gonna
oiled
be that
up.
support battle once more. They have been
Yeah, we have a
non-stop
hot tub
contesting
stream.
vision. They have been doing a great job for their teams in
Subathon?
terms of
No, I'm not
controlling
doing a
the map.
subathon again.
And there are
I've done my
keys
one
of
subathon in my
what
life. It
sets
lasts
up the
7
team
days,
fights
and
for
I
their
was
team.
cooked by the end.
Absolutely are. Also have to talk about.
Oh my God,
Nate
I'm not
Gonzalez.
doing a
You know, it is
subathon
one of his
again.
most played all time. 52 games on it, nearly a 79%.
Oil up
rate.
in the
Probably
tub. The
champion.
challenge is to get out
Now,
without
he does
help.
have good win rates on a lot of champions, but that doesn't make
Right.
it any less.
You guys have to pay
terrifying,
for the
I will
olive
say.
oil.
But I will say that, like, when we think of Knight as a player,
I nearly
Silas
died
is
last
such a-
time.
Like, Victor, I don't associate
know.
with Knight. Silas, I definitely
Slept on the
do.
couch every day.
Indra, Ari, Silas, these kind of champions, I really
And,
do
like,
think about him. Playing.
Only time I ever went outside was the German lesson.
And now they're going to try to
the
look for
path.
a bit of a
Soup
wrap
up.
around.
Soup up.
Maybe
Flash
forced to
cocoon.
actually start Arcane Shift.
Oh, he got him.
And is
Okay.
going to be
They're okay.
forced to do that.
No, he's
on,
not.
Try to get some more damage
Oi.
down. And they force out the flash. The absconded duck came through from Knight.
Okay.
Does get
Survive
that down.
bot,
So this
chat.
is tough
Survive
now
bot.
for
What's
Super.
our
He's gonna be
task? Say
starting
it back to
E-level
me.
1
Survive
with no
bot.
flash.
Survive bot.
And that means also, guess what, Alvaro? It's no longer
Our
your
job
jungle.
is to
You have
survive
got to get
bot.
out of there as well.
Do not let this
Yoya
lane
moving
go.
over
Do
to
not let this
try
gang get
to
ahead.
contest here, but as the minions spawn,
Oh my God,
loses
Alvaro.
basically all of his health.
1 minute
so now
12.
This bot side is truly
Oh, bot is in
BLG's, and
trouble.
we'll see
Bot is in
what they can try
trouble.
to do with
On's
that
going to do it a
control.
third time,
On
by the
other
way.
side, Beishwan getting a ward over
If
on
Jojo
Raptors.
steps up to the lane, On is
Alvaro's
just going to
gonna
sack
have
lane and go.
back to
No,
base.
he's not.
Will arrive a little bit late, might miss a bit of experience, and this is a pretty scary situation here for Supa.
You
and the
cheer
MKOI
for
bot lane.
BLG this game. Why?
completely
You're
love this
British, aren't you?
aggression from BLG.
Yo, this
The-
is
the
our
way in which
region.
they just
What do you mean cheer for
stormed into the enemy
BLG?
jungle with absolutely
What is
zero
wrong with you?
hesitation, knowing that
Hey.
Koi wouldn't be in a position to contest them, and now they've set up this bot lane 2v2 perfectly.
Bro, what the fuck did you
with
say to
no
Bill?
way for Super to last it. The
Ezreal
minions with
E-start
On
and
just
Nort is late to lane.
denying him
It is
that
not a good lane.
experience. Koi find themselves on the back foot right from the level 1.
Alvaro
Remember,
just wants to
Supa
queue.
is not playing Cleanse. He is
But-
playing the barrier instead.
There it
On
is.
Has been fantastic.
He got On,
so far
he's
in this
cocooned,
tournament. Get a
he's
little bit of chunk
autoed,
down. He
and
was
that's all you can do. That's
stellar
your
with
chunk.
his engages and plans.
He certainly was. He has been, excuse my pun,
They're
on
they're
point
replaying
with those
Gam at the
engages.
bottom.
And throughout plans, we saw him find so many really
They're on
amazing
point
plays.
at MSI.
And already here in this game, he's off to an incredible start. Oh,
Yeah.
They're
flashes
actually looking
in.
for the dive here already,
dear.
and I think they might be able to get it. First
Oh,
blood in the
dear.
2v2, a straight up dive onto the Nautilus.
Beautiful, just beautiful play from the BLG bot lane.
Oh my God.
Like,
Oh my
Alvaro didn't
God.
get a chance to move.
If Super
100
gets
to
more than
0,
20
they
CS in the
secure
first
an
5 minutes, he's
advantage.
done well.
Oh, Knight
Oh,
going back
wow,
in
it was-
here.
oh
gets
my
his
God, he
duck, and
kited the
goes
charm.
wide there from JoJo. Nice sidestep by Knight. Makes it so it's a bit more of an even trade, but that was really
Mirwin,
confident,
we are
to say the
relying
least.
on
I
you
mean,
this
on
game.
goes for a cocoon
Please scale
flash
in this
under
lane
the
and
enemy
destroy
tower here at
bin.
level 2.
Absolutely crazy.
Yo,
Makes it
El
work.
Yoya,
They know
don't
their
even think
limits.
about bot. Bot is a disaster. Bot, we
He's not gonna slow down.
sack
That's what
bot.
you need to do on the Elise.
Ignore it.
Be active on the map.
JoJo is just
The cocoon.
Oh, he got the
Repels
cocoon.
in, but he hit the cocoon.
Oh, he got
and
the cocoon.
JoJo
He still got his
forced a
combo.
Flash out of there. Even with the charm coming through,
Shit.
it's so hard to get that out before he can actually get
Look
that
at On.
cocoon
He's
down.
level 2.
Really
the level
great
2
play from
Elise
On
is just
already,
roaming.
making such a
What is he going?
difference.
Top?
The timing on the swap is fantastic
Yeah,
as well.
they-
because
yeah, they're going
gonna
for the swap.
Arrive on the top side of the map. The wave is bouncing back towards them. Bin
On
can
just
just
keeps
TP
moving.
back to bot lane and
Look
he
at the
can go
wave,
catch
yeah.
that wave. And again, you'll notice the
Wave is slow
stick.
pushing.
This is why it's super awkward for Mirwin because now
He's just
gonna
gonna
get
try.
zoned
He's
away
like, I
from
gotta
his
push,
farm.
guys. I gotta
Elkin
push.
On
I gotta
can
push. I
create
gotta
a
push. I gotta
freeze,
push.
And this matchup that's supposed to be favorable for the
I gotta
Aatrox
push.
is
I gotta
just going
push.
to be very difficult.
W missed.
Yep, it's favorable against the Sion, not against 1v2 here against this bot lane. And Sion, notoriously one of, if not the best at playing weak side. So he's going to go down towards that bot lane and be incredibly difficult to punish here.
Swap for BLG is
Mirwin
fine.
just trying to stay
Swap
in
for
experience
Aatrox never
range
fine.
and-
Yep, it's perfectly done.
Super's
by
at 20
BLG.
CS at
This
4
early
minutes. I
game
guess
has
because of the
gone
swap, he got to actually push.
exactly the way that they wanted to. You have to swap back. You need to get the bot lane 2 versus 2 back into this matchup. The TP is available for Mirwin, and I don't know if he'll committed on the bot
Because
side. of the map.
Aatrox will not be
Alvaro
able to
looking
play.
for a play
Aatrox will
in
be
mid.
useless.
Does have
It's
his
really
flash
smart from
available,
BLG.
Knight up.
Oh, he gets the level 3.
It's not even about grubs, right? It's just literally the fact that Sion down in the matchup will eventually just start being, living hell.
Off of that early first blood
And if they make the Aatrox useless, the Caitlyn will be strong anyway. The Ezreal won't be able to do anything in the game.
Can't do anything to slow him down. Alyoya and Alvaro
Jam Cutter, what up, bud? Jam Cutter, I sent you a DM.
Onto Beishuan. They spot him, and Beishuan's going to be behind his bot lane, making sure that there's no angle for a dive.
Wave state.
I sent you a DM just now.
Very good
Just now.
Falcon on. Jungler now making their presence known.
Just got it.
Schwan
Good.
Here
Good to
is
know.
going to look. Remember, no flash available on Super. Can they find the angle? Q flash, of course he hits
Super-
it. The
Super had
advantage there as
flash.
well. The cocoon, though, blocked by Alvaro. Beautifully done
Did
by
he?
the
Or he
Nautilus,
just
but can
E'd?
he get away now? He's in trouble.
Oh, okay, doesn't
Flashes out
work.
to safety. Elyoya
Mad,
arrives,
good
trying to take down Beishwa. Beishwa
rebuttal.
in a lot of trouble.
Oh, Yoya
Now
here, the
pushing back
coverage.
the MKOI jungler.
Bro, I must love the news
Well-handled,
chat
though,
because
by
I love
Super
saying
and Alvaro
coverage.
to get out alive.
Good patience from Alvaro and Super.
Holy.
Super has to invest the barrier very early, but Alvaro, he body blocks the cocoon.
Well, Super
to
flashed
make
that. I
sure
don't know
that
what
his
it was.
AD
It was the
carry can
E,
get
I
away
guess.
to safety. I thought that Elyoya actually had a kill angle there onto Beishwan,
Okay.
but he decides not to overextend. And
Jojo
instead
and Ari is having
chooses
good
to
time in the lane.
retreat.
Knight's about to hit
Good
6 though.
damage comes through from Jojo in the mid lane matchup. No TP available.
Can we
on Knight.
move Jojo? Can we keep
Jojo gonna
moving?
try
Like,
and interrupt the back? No. Going to allow it to come through. We'll be
can
able
we
to
get
a push off and
Jojo
a quick
at 6 to start
to
moving?
base.
Can we start
A lot of
skirmishing?
farm is going to be lost
Look
here
for
by
sides.
Knight. So at the very least for Koi, the mid lane
From
matchup
your
is
3
going
favorite
well.
streamers, big.
But meanwhile on the weak
Big,
side,
that's all you can
Big,
ask for, isn't it?
he
That's
has
all you can
nice
ask for
farm
in life.
advantage.
A bit of
The 2
jamming.
versus 2.
Not
Alcanon
taking
have a huge
instead of
lead.
D-shield. Yeah,
Everything
true.
going the way of BLG here in this early game.
This is
Instead of
Jojo's
D-shield?
second split here, in the LEC. He's
I mean,
the first
yeah,
import
but I would
to
take
EU
D-ring.
from NA. Definitely, really
Do you really
leveled
think
up in that
D-shield will
second
make,
split.
the
NA
matchup
was
for...
famous for his
It
laning
doesn't stop
phase.
magic damage,
I
it
think
stops
that
auto
started to
damage,
really
no?
shine through in the second split and in
Are you talking about for the
playoffs. We can
heal
see here
passive?
Again, making the most of this range versus melee matchup.
I don't know if D-shield is
He'll
correct.
collect the CS and he'll be up
I don't
back
agree with that.
again about 2 full waves overnight.
Decided to go for the early Oblivion Orb.
CFO, no, I'm gladly here to answer any question. You have Blue Panda in the second series. Remember, no spoilers, chat. No spoilers. I haven't seen the series. I haven't seen any of the series. There's a restream for the people that can't do it. I keep saying that because people keep alluding to the fact that they're going to come in and be like, I'm going to answer questions about CFO. I don't want to hear it. For the second series, at the end of it, sure.
On is doing everything that he's supposed to in this early game. Very active
Only
on
get
the
spoiled
map.
by the results
He's
in their
finding early
lolly
kills
sports
for
and
his
fighting
team.
balls. Why did you
Now
do
they're
that?
threatening a dive.
Why did you
Remember,
go and
Elise
spoil it for yourself?
fantastic for diving. Back when she was a jungler, that was her biggest strength in the tower dive meta.
My heart just
because
can't
of her
take it
ability
again.
to
Yo,
reset
I don't
down
care.
to aggro.
And Beishwan came up there and he hit 6 by soaking some of that experience.
Your heart
So
is
now
fine.
Has that additional
Okay?
power of the level
Your
6
heart is
ultimate
fine.
unlocked.
Haley, give him
And they have
give
their
him time.
own Ari Vi with the stolen Ari ult here
We give him
on
time.
Knight. So definitely gonna have to be careful there around.
Chat,
the
we
mid
got to
lane.
be careful.
Elyoya
You
knows
know, we
that
got to
he
like.
is hovering
I'm not
here,
mucking
trying to
around
soak
with
some
these
experience and see if he can get his own
potential
level 6 as Knight can
potential
go aggressive,
spoilers.
will
You know.
get charmed. And nice sidestep there from Jojo, but the stolen ulti is going to be used. Elyoya, though, here to try to push Knight back, and Knight will
Yeah,
have
give
to
him time.
retreat
Give
back
him
to the
time.
tower. They don't
It's
get
like
the
it's
ultimate
like
off of
almost a
Jojo, so
spoiler. It's
still
not a
will
spoiler, you know.
have that critical playmaking tool.
Maybe he's a BLG fan.
Bit of an experience
I don't know what
advantage
kind of fan he is.
for
Give him 10. We'll give him
Knight,
10.
even
Give him
though he
5.
finds
Give him
himself
5.
so far behind in terms of farm. This matchup definitely not going the way that Meowin wants. Of course, it's still relatively early on in the matchup. Sion is a beefy guy. It
I know
should
as
get
we go
better
on in
the
the
game
tournament chat,
continues.
spoilers will potentially get
That's quite
worse.
the CS discrepancy that's being built in the
The people that have been in here and make a mistake or
that
something,
Meowin
or
hasn't
like
gotten back to
if they don't
basic.
do a hard
He
out
just bid up
spoiler,
the push and then he ulted
we
back
give
to
them
lane.
we
So
give
you
them a
can
little
see
bit.
the buy obviously
When
much
they
better there
fucking
for
when they
Bin.
come in first time and they
Does
spoil
have
straight out, you
1200
ban them.
plus combat
And you send them a
stats,
message,
gold worth
cat
combat
jam,
stats after that D-shield,
and you
where
say
it's
you're
just
not
the longsword
worthy.
on the other side. So expected that Mirwin would be getting
Good
bullied
trade.
from that spot, but good
Okay,
job by
Jojo.
Bin to get
Come on, man.
priority, to get push,
Come on.
and to be able to
You're the
get
one
that
winning
advantageous
lane. You're the
buy
one
that is
winning lane.
taking away
What was a
a lot of
disaster?
the point of power here from MKOI and BLG.
And they're just going to get
are
everything for it, aren't they?
immediately over to these grubs. It looks like
Are we going to dragon
are
trade? Because
moving
Elyoya is
down,
top.
but
Elyoya is
I'm not
clearing
sure if
towards
they're
top.
actually gonna fully commit to a contest. First grub is already gone, and I think
It's
they're
all
just going to
three.
have to give it
It's
up.
all three.
I like what Elyoya is doing though. Look, he's shadowing the lane. I wonder if he's going to try for a lane gank if he can sneak in behind. Still
Didn't
the
realize
fog
the
of
second
war.
series. Well, bro, don't
Just
worry
wanna
about
get
it. Then
spotted
you're
out
not
by any
fully spoiled, eh?
minions.
MKOI won second game.
It is always
And it was
bit
a good
risky
game. It
here
was a really good
because
comp.
Elyoya is in the
Elk
area,
just
but
came down
Beishwan
from
is
Repel.
here
Elk is
on
dead.
trouble repels
Nice.
in and just gets
That was
blown up.
so
Teleport
that
coming
was
in as
so
well
bad
from
from
Jojo.
On.
They want to continue the chase. In goes
Nice
Elyoya.
Elyoya.
getting Elk
Oh, got
low.
both of them.
Elk should be able to back off and survive. A great
Really
play there,
nice.
though, from
Elyoya.
MKOI.
There's
Their
always
jungler
faith
was
in
waiting.
Elyoya.
Bin,
On
though,
just
on the
That
bot
guy
side,
just
looking
ran
here
up.
for
What
more.
was he
Mirwin will
doing?
have to base.
He just
And
repelled in
finally,
front of
we'll be able to
everyone.
get another buy.
So they moved
The
the
last
Ari
time I saw
into
was
top
G2
lane. I
Gam.
wonder
What
if
happened
Jojo just
before
wanted
this
to
one?
be ready for the play, but having him on the top side of the map to catch this wave,
Before
get
this
himself
one,
play, I think is a completely fine play. Look at how much
the
of an
Western
advantage
team's
he has
G2
built
versus
independently
Gen G
overnight.
was like, oh my
The
god,
TP
G2
response
game
is
1,
gonna come
holy
through from
moly.
Knight.
And then game
Gonna be
2,
able to
3,
sidestep
4
the
became
jump, and
reality.
now they can
And just got
get
better and better.
their AD
Canyon put on
carry into the mid lane
a
in that
Korean
shorter
jungle
lane. It's much safer for Super
performance, bro.
and
That was
Alvaro, but
insane.
it also
And then
opens Alvaro up to start roaming. Now, of course, the truth
FlyQuest
is that,
versus AL was
sorry,
like,
the same is true
oh my
for
god,
On,
wait, maybe
who's
fly
already
quests
out
are really
map,
good.
getting some deep
And it's like,
vision
wait,
down
no,
onto
never
MKOI's
mind.
bot side of the map.
They're just getting hand stiffed.
Mirwin needs to be careful here.
That's
He
what
should
happened.
be aware that he's on the weak
And
side.
here we are.
Yeah, On hit the vision plant. Even though it didn't go towards him, they likely noticed it. And we'll see if they can put that pressure on. Alvaro moving down here,
For the
wants to be
dive.
in the area
Mirwin's
to cover.
fine.
And
He's
Mirwin
got
is
ulti.
being respectful, seeing
A bit of
the
HP
BLG
as well. This
bot
guy's
lane
alright.
duo down here. Nice little trap connects though onto Mirwin.
Elk doesn't have his first item yet. Elk, I think, should be a lot more ahead than he was. Than he is.
Advantage, honestly, all
Elk
things
is not
considered,
that far
big.
ahead.
It is just 300 gold for Elk over Supa. And when you consider how the
Do you
level
think
one
the
went,
swap screwed
losing
them?
your
Do you think
flash,
really the
starting
Caitlyn should be
your
swapping
support
at
gets dove
320?
at level
In
1.
hindsight, maybe the swap
They're
isn't
very
good.
close here.
Again, though, BLG,
The swap was for the sake of
it's
putting
the same as
Caitlyn
the
and
true in every
Elise in a
single game now.
2v1
First
versus
dragon, first
Aatrox.
grubs. MKOI
But the
not been in
swap
best
lost
position
tempo
to really
because
contest these objectives.
Super
It's
was
not
able
the
to
end of the
push and
world. They'll
reset
still
the
have
wave
ways to
and then
fight back
match.
later on into the game.
And then On also
quite like
fucked
what
up.
BLG
I
have
actually
done by
don't know if the
sending
swap
Bin
was
into this mid-lane matchup. Again,
Kate did lose
Sion,
CS on the swap. Yeah,
very
that's what I'm saying.
effective on the weak
I
side,
don't know if
playing
the
in
swap
2
was
versus
actually
1,
good.
whereas Mirwin is getting bullied quite a lot.
It's one of those things where
Still
people
ways
just do
away
it in
from his first
isolation. Yeah,
item.
swaps are always good for like 2v1.
Oh, Alvaro gonna flash forward
Okay,
here.
yeah,
That's
but
gonna
On
hook
is
on
just going to
On, but
repel, no?
No one's even near you. So
Was that
that was, I mean, just asserting some dominance.
I guess he was aware that Alvaro
He got
had
Hex
his
Flash, that's
ulti
what he wants.
available.
Looking here onto Jojo. Jojo has popped the
kill.
flash and interrupted the Iskona dunk with his
Oh.
charm. He wants to go for more. Tries to get some
Oh.
healing back. Knight backing
Not
it
enough
out.
damage.
Jojo waiting
Vi's
for his
hit.
cooldowns. But Bin is missing from mid lane, and he knows it. He has got to be careful. Realizing that Knight
Good
could have
spacing from
backup,
Knight.
Jojo decides not to go for more.
Great awareness from Jojo. He's been playing
Okay.
exceptionally well.
Koi,
in the
this is a
1v1, but
really
now
good
he's
game for
switching
what's
to
happened.
dive.
The whole squad
Bin's
is
still
here.
there.
Q
What?
flash, ulti to follow.
Oh
He's gonna
my
get knocked up and
god.
knocked down.
Oh my
Knight even
god.
grabs
Bro,
it
I...
with the explosion off the Q.
Chat, small feedback for the broadcast.
Great awareness
For the broadcast. Can you guys tell me when you see
from
Bin's here?
Jojo. He's been playing exceptionally well in the 1v1.
Guys, I need to see Bin's moving up.
But now he's
Bin is
exposed
just
to a
behind him.
dive.
The whole squad is here. Q
MSI
flash,
makes
ulti
me
to follow.
sleepy.
He's
Well,
gonna get
Panda,
knocked up
that's
and
why you
knocked
wake up
down.
at the time that
Knight
I'm
even
waking up.
grabs it with the
You watch it here
explosion
with
off
me.
the
It's
Q.
okay.
Nice play from BLG, rotating
They
up
pinged
and
exactly where he
helping
was.
out
They knew
Knight.
he was coming
And
up.
just like that,
But also
gold
as an
lane
observer, I just wanted to
completely
see
gone
it.
for Jojo.
It's that classic of, bro, why don't you play safe? You know, my man is sitting underneath his tower. He has his flash available. He even gets it off, but it's still not enough to get him away to safety. A good collapse comes through from BLG. They found a really nice window.
They found the
where
one person
Alvaro
who is
could be in a
ahead.
position to respond, and now that lead that Jojo had built, it disappears.
Yeah, and that is so
No first
frustrating
item for
to be in
Elk
that
yet.
situation. You're slowly
Super
building
is
this
so
incremental
happy
advantage
that
over
this
10 minutes
game
of
is
laning,
like
and then one
even
big
enough
play
for him,
from
you know?
BLG, and it is just
Ah,
gone.
Bin missed cannon.
Bin definitely going to be a bit of a problem here. This guy is getting incredibly tanky. And Beishuan now level 9 on the Vi has had
Mirwin now has
Thunder
Thundered Sky.
But Knight is going to be able to finish that rocket belt.
Mirwin in isolation of
BLG
this
are
lane
starting
should be
to hit all of
fine.
their
Bin's
one-item
going mid.
power spikes,
What's he going to
looking
do? Drive?
like
Where's
they're
he
in a really
driving?
good spot.
Towards
His
Super?
mid is just gonna be
While
ulting
BLG
back
open
out
up
to mid
bot?
lane to
Oh, it's a
cover,
macro
while
time, isn't
BLG
it?
attack this
He's
bot
going to
lane
cover
tower,
mid.
looking
He's going to
for
one-shot
first strike of
mid
the game
wave.
here. Try
He's
to
going to then
that
move
much
top
closer
after
to
this, isn't he?
beats.
Just really nice lane assignments from BLG overall.
Yeah, he
They're
TP's
going to
to
secure
top.
the first tower of the game.
Oh, it
They
was
can
just- it
catch
was
the
just
mid
smart.
wave, then TP's to top to catch that wave as well. Koi just have no response on the
Worldwide.
map. Yeah, this early
Mr.
game is
Worldwide.
just domination that
Can we play the
playing
sub
around this
notification
Caitlyn
every
very
time
well.
JoJo's
What felt like a
dies?
small lead before is now quickly
maybe.
ballooning into a big one. 1.9.
Yeah, MKOI, yo, Tomato, game 2. MKOI took a game off BLG.
Even had the
It was a
audacity
good
to
game.
watch that wave
They
down
played a
in
front to back
that
comp.
just to deny that extra
And
bit of farm.
BLG
That's
kind of threw a little bit
1.2K
around
individual gold lead for Alvaro
around
the Super.
Atakan Classic.
Like a minute ago, it was 300.
But like JoJo had a
It is
pop-off
crazy.
performance.
They're playing the map very, very well. Credit to Bin, was mid
JoJo.
lane, roams top, makes a dive happen,
And
ults
then,
back mid, covers there from Supa, TP's top,
what did Mirwin play
covers
last
the
game,
push
chat?
from Mirwin. He is everywhere
Mirwin
right now,
Akali top
and
versus
really
Gwen.
playing his role well.
Soul Laners did so well, and
Gwen did
Elyoya
the
was
right
just the
thing. They
glue
wanted
again.
to try to go for
I don't know if
plates
you guys watch me in
elsewhere. They
LEC,
said, okay,
you'll be
you're
like,
gonna commit 3,
I
4,
talk
5.
we
We're
talk a a lot about Alvaro El Yoya,
But
but if there is an engine on this team, it's always El Yoya.
In multiple lanes.
We talked a lot about engines. That's like the analogy of like who keeps the team together. And it was always a conversation about El Yoya.
Was simply dominating with the rocket belt completed, and this is the
Ahead in CS versus Aatrox, yeah, but
it does delay.
you got to remember as well there was a swap. So while Elk and On sacrificed a little bit of their, excuse me, CS lead,
and with the Herald spawning
Bin
in a
got
minute's time, the Dragon in a minute
Bin
and a
got a
half,
lead because of
BLG,
it.
they're in a much better position when it comes to being ready for a fight.
Elk is ahead again. Elk did get like all plating spot was shared, but mainly him.
Every single time it feels like Elkanon moving in, trying to get some more information.
It's definitely not like super cut and dry this game.
As far as the plates are concerned,
I still think BLG.
Really gotten that payoff that they wanted.
I think this comp needs a snowball.
As well as the Elise, they've been aggressive. They've been attacking towers.
Because otherwise, I think Koi can fight in an item's time. I think an item or two. I think Jojo just needs to be there because he went orb early. So because he went the pathway to Morellonomicon, he's a little bit behind of his first item. Whereas Protobelt for Knight. Only one dragon. Oh, good charm.
Nice trade.
Protobelt.
But Knight is just getting aggressive. Elyoya is in the area, but they're not sure where Beishuan is, and they don't want to force the issue. Jojo definitely took the bad end of that trade, so Knight.
At least G2 for flies a reasonable time.
The advantage that he gets. Elkanon continues
Elyoya
to play
is mad.
for
Koi,
Prime
yeah,
here in
true.
mid, while
He
Bin
is the
up
team.
there on top side, fighting with Mirwin.
Let's have the Sun and Sky completed. Should make the trades a little bit better for him. Will connect the cocoon, but obviously...
This at least will be useless, though.
There to avoid the hook coming through from Alvaro. Both objectives are now spawned.
This at least will be useless, and they have a Nautilus. They have a Nautilus for very committal melee carries like by Silas.
As you can see, Bin already moving down over towards that Herald. Beishuan
Bin
moving
is
up in the
spacing
area.
him.
If Mirwin is not careful, he could get jumped on, but Alvaro and Elyoya are aware of it and are moving in to clear out vision.
No, First Blood doesn't give any more gold. No, that was removed when Feats came in. First Blood is 300 gold. It's the same. Oh, as I say, at least it's going to be useless as a pick. Alvaro gets oh, he doesn't get to ult. Knight gets to ulti. Elyoya get out. Now Elyoya get out. He's been.
Elyoya's got to get out of there. Is
good W.
Trying to be knocked up by Bin,
Okay.
but we'll be able to.
We expect to lose early objectives. This is the way this rolls.
Get back to safety, but just like that, commit some flashes,
Alvaro got
commit
caught.
the TP, win the fight before it really even starts.
But we were just talking about how the scariest part about this was that Knight has way more control on the side lane now. Like, he had such a deep push on that bot side of the map, meant that he had way more time to make this play happen.
Just taking
and he wasn't
everything.
really
BLG's
necessary
comp
to make
is
the
just
kill
go.
But that fight could have ended so much worse.
It's so
for
clean.
Koi.
They're just taking the game.
Lucky that it was
Elk gonna jump in? Who's jumping in? No, they just shepherd it.
warfare once again.
Gone.
They're going to secure the mid lane tower.
TP flank. Beishuan.
Jojo going to be trying to
doesn't have flash. You have Q. Oh. No way he gets out, right? Guys, he doesn't get out, right? Beishuan turns it into an ulti. He's dead. Good shutdown. We got to reset. BLG can't re-engage on this. Their solo laners are busy.
Getting a pick here.
Dragon over Koi. Let's stop stacking now. Let's stop stacking now.
Not going to respond to the play. He has no
We stop the
TP,
stacking. We have
so he's
more
just
options
gonna
coming
push
into
out
mid-game.
bot side.
2
The
item
question
Azrael,
is,
2 item
can
Ari
BLG
mid-game. That's what we
still
want.
Look to contest at these objectives.
And then we Elyoya to find
Doesn't have
resets
the
and fights, and then
confidence to
boom,
serve
we're
the
done.
Dragon.
Resets with Aatrox, with Nefiri, with Ari. This is a reset
It's a
comp.
risky play to make, and they need to catch that
One
wave
pick
'cause
opens the
Knight is a full
floodgates
level over Jojo, and
for
he's
Koi.
continuing to grow that lead.
That's waiting. Knight's
He's
going to try and steal
hovering.
this. He's going to try
I
and
don't
steal this.
think he has any real kill threat, but I think he can be cheeky. Steal it. Oh, the Grom going to give away his position.
Okay. He stole Nefiri ult, which is interesting.
The Nefiri ultimate, so he's going to have that ability
Extra
to dominate
dive.
the backline.
And he probably gets reset, doesn't he?
Because Koi staying on the map, they actually have
Jojo,
a
you've
reset
180'd
after
on
finding
him.
that pick
Yeah,
and
Pizza,
mid.
I'll be
It's now
honest.
basically
Like, I
impossible
called
for them
that guy
to
pretty
contest
bad
the
in
Dragon.
winter, and
They
then
just
I
go back
said,
to base, spend some of the gold that they
no,
picked
I
up,
was
and
wrong.
it's gonna be
I
another
said, you know,
advantage gain
he's
for BLG.
not a bad player in general. He had a bad
Sheer
split.
domination from
And when he had a
BLG
good
so
split,
far in this early game.
yo, I was there for
Two
it.
towers in their favor,
He had a really good
every
split.
objective secured, the kills and
Why
the
did Jojo
lead.
wait in the bush after
And the
TP
small
finished?
advantage that Jojo had disappeared off a single
Dunno.
play that happened on the top side of the
Maybe
map,
he
and
just
now
likes the bush.
It's Knight who runs the side lane.
Yeah, exactly. It's very difficult.
If you get a level 1 kill, you can't get a longsword anymore. True.
As he does level up to
So what you're
12,
telling
but
me is
still
they should
Knight
reduce
most of the
longsword to
way
300
13.
gold.
It is going to be working in
got it.
towards that second item.
Or
Essentially
bring
that
back
Rift
First
Maker
Blood
coming
gold.
through here as Knight just constantly fishing in these
Nothing
side
wrong
lanes.
with that.
Looking to
Nothing
see
wrong
if
with that at
anyone
all.
will overextend if there's an
Kalalayan.
angle for a pick. Trying to put that pressure
They use
on.
the
And
lyrics
sometimes
from,
the fact that he's just stepping out of vision
what's it
like
called
this
again?
is
What's it
making
called?
it so hard for MKOI because
Queen.
you don't know where he is. You can't actually step up. You can't farm these waves. You always have to pay respect to the
Come
fact
on.
that Knight could be in the area.
I'm sorry, it's a mini stretch.
He's going to choose to reset for now. I wonder if he's actually got another upgrade available to him.
We got rapid fire second for Caitlyn.
He's going to get the Fiendish Codex.
Elk did not go for Infinity Edge
CDR
second.
available.
I'm pretty happy with that.
The game will slow down now. There's no real objective to play for. BLG will likely set their sights on the
Because
top
you're playing
tower.
against an
They'll use
Ezreal,
the
I guess.
Caitlyn mid lane, get that push,
Is that
and then
the-
they can
is that the
start
logic?
rotating into the top side jungle.
Is the
Alvaro's
logic
done
that
a
you
good
need
job
the
of clearing
space
out
from a
what
comp
Vision
that's going
is
to
trying
close the
put
gap on
down,
you
but
instantly?
BLG, their objective is
I don't know
clear,
if
and
rapid
they're
fire
looking
makes
for
a
pick
difference.
right now.
I think Infinity
they
Edge
want
does.
Mirwin. Elyoya is
Oh,
in
didn't
the
get
area. We'll see
Mirwin.
if they can try to turn it around. On
Maybe it's
looking
okay.
here for the
Mirwin can
Cocoon.
ulti
He's
this.
gonna be able to follow it up.
He can't
Beautifully
move.
layering to CC. BLG knocking
Maybe
down
Mirwin
MKOI's top
thought he
laner.
could flash
That's just a misplay
afterwards.
from Mirwin that
He should have just flashed.
The objective feels obvious on the map of what BLG is looking to play
Yeah.
for. That top tower is the only objective they really
I
can play
do
for.
think
And so
that 30 seconds,
if he's
Adakani
in
can just
his attempt
TP
to
and he
clear out
still
the
has
wave, he gets
ulti.
picked off.
He's got components of
If he
second
finds
items, so
himself another
Sterak's almost there, or Shojin, whatever.
grow the leads.
Maybe not flashing was a big play.
Trying to
30
get some
seconds
vision
to
back on this top side, but again,
Adakani.
it's going to be bin unanswered.
He's going to be up.
in the bot lane.
They'll
This
have
has
push.
been the story. BLG
Someone just needs to
playing the
respond to
map
bot.
in this
Just
game,
don't TP
constantly
bot.
pushing out,
If you TP bot,
forcing the
Bin will have
response
ulti
here
and
from
TP.
MKOI.
We do not want to TP out
Building
Aatrox
these
bot.
incremental advantages slowly but surely here.
But no one's responding to it.
throughout these
Elyoya needs to
last
sprint
20
beeline.
minutes of the game. They
He's
have
going to
the
walk
first
it.
two dragons. It is going to be Infernal Soul that is up and available, and they have quite a high burst.
Bin
high
just
damage
got
composition
shoved
already.
and denied
That
CS.
would make it very difficult.
Yo, this is
for
a
MKOI.
200 CS
Super trying to look for some
Scion.
hope, but it was warded out, and
Good
Knight
sidestep.
fishing with the absconded
Knight
Duck.
is
They
tanky,
can
bro.
bring
Where
straight
is
here
that
on
health?
JoJo, who is gonna
Holy.
really get pushed back. Knight is
Oh
looking for the
my
soul.
god, he's
Billy just
clean.
straight up finds it.
Bro,
Dives
he's
under the tower,
oh, he's
knocks
so
down
clean.
JoJo.
Knight,
He is not
international
afraid
Knight does not exist at
whatsoever.
this tournament,
The
as far as I'm
laning phase
concerned.
is over.
Knight has been carrying game after
In the
game,
side lane looks
series after
monstrous.
series.
Elyoya
Like,
getting bullied out of the jungle. A tower is locked down as well.
Nako tried to do that and he got fried, and
Could
Knight
have
just
a
did it like
serious
easily
problem
while
on
looking
their
at his
hands.
watch.
Knight is so strong with Elk right by his side. Some serious gold advantages.
Damn,
the
bro.
Riftmaker going to be secured.
Why is Knight
And
ahead again?
JoJo just can't trade back at this point. In the extended fight, he steals away the Ari ultimate,
my
chases him down.
God.
He
He just hit
connects the
everything.
stun underneath the tower, and the tower
Oh,
just
that
can't do
guy
enough
knows.
damage. That reaction is
Oh.
appropriate.
Oh yeah, it's like you could do that.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Yep. See, there you go. I mean,
Oh,
JoJo
wow.
Just realizing that's the position he is now in. Knight just went so aggressive.
Oh, wow.
And JoJo didn't
Oh,
want
wow,
to just
yeah.
use the ult
Wow, indeed.
really early to try to retreat. And by the time he popped it, Knight was just in on top of him with the stolen ultimate, kept that pressure going. JoJo in the area, but down 2 levels now. Elyoya is here, as is Supa.
Elk is
They
still
may try to
ahead, as
overload
you
a side
expect.
lane, see if they can find a play.
Knight
They're gonna
is
spawn
now
out
the real
Otacon
issue.
On a base one
I'm
in the
telling
area
you, Knight
here,
is
but
now
again,
the
Bin
real issue. He's
not
got
being answered
Riftmaker.
right
This
now
guy's just
in
playing
the
full
bot lane.
skirmish build.
As BLG just continue the
He's
full
gonna
court
brawl.
press, constantly pushing up all these lanes.
Koi going to look for their
forcing
pick. They're going to
MKOI
dive. They're going to look for
respond
their
to that.
reset. And it's never going to be on Knight, is it? He's going to go Zhonya's or something third. Zhonya's against this comp feels really annoying. Bro, Zhonya's on BLG has mega value into Koi. It's not even just the AD purposes, right? When you have timers on Koi's comp, timers on their ultis, where they need to execute now. Zhonya's buys so much time. Zhonya's
We
is
did mention it earlier. Elk, still a thing. Level 13 on the Caitlyn.
going
A lot of
LDR
range
third.
available to him.
Elk, no IE.
But I'm just like, I'm trying to think of how
No
Koi
IE.
really went from this
LDR for a
position, 'cause
Nautilus Bruiser comp.
JoJo, it just feels like this RE is
LDR
so
white?
weak compared
Or are you
to
going
Knight.
Mortal?
15
Maybe going
on the
Mortal
Silas. He's
third.
the highest level in the game.
Nice, Mewin.
And I feel like that he
Does not do that much
feels
damage with
unkillable, To
Shojin.
be honest, I just feel like that Koi just don't have enough damage to deal with this Silas. He
Yeah.
has so much HP. He also has the
Yeah,
healing
well
that
said
will
by
come
Vetty.
through from his W.
Okay, Cocoon.
Very aggressively here. It's just fighting back and forth, and yeah, it is going to be really tough to knock down Knight. Another dragon has spawned though. BLG.
This is
they
third
lose
dragon.
the soul
BLG
point.
just gonna get it. They
Point
just
one,
chunked.
Nothing to do with it. They're gonna see if they can just
BLG's
continue to
objective
farm,
setup in the
find
series
some
has been really
advantages
good.
elsewhere. JoJo
Okay,
just
outside of the
stays up
Otacon
towards
last
that
game.
top side, but you can see already BLG pinging on towards Otacon, so they're gonna try to take this dragon and then go up. And they just will never give MKOI
JoJo doesn't get
time.
turret.
It has been a theme in this series.
Yeah,
both in
there's
game
just
one
been
and now in game 3.
there's so
As
much
soon as
pace with
get
BLG
any
jam
sort of
cutter, you know what I
edge,
mean?
They're going to show to every single objective, force you to fight,
Okay.
or just
Fnatic
get further
6-man
and further
roster
behind.
with Wonder. Is Wonder? No. What do you mean
are
thoughts?
quickly running
Is
out
that the
of options,
rumor?
it feels
Wonder's going to
like.
be sub-top?
Super has done a good job of bouncing back into the game, but obviously the difference
Well,
in
why would he
goals
be a
lies just due to
6-man?
all the
Oscar Innen's not
towers
confirmed.
and plates that were secured by Elk earlier into the game.
Is Oscar being confirmed? Has he been confirmed as of last night or something?
Use it as a means to force fights. Right now, though, they don't seem super enthusiastic about forcing anything in the immediate
Here comes
future.
H1.
Starting to shepherd
Oh
the
my
for the
god, the
fight.
bin
He's just
angle.
charging on in,
But they're chunky. No one's there from BLG yet. Dismantling Smash doesn't really do anything. H1 was looking for an angle. Maybe this is good. Mirwin, they're finally getting to play their angles. But Mirwin doesn't get anything. On, maybe depth charge. Oh, it's janky. Where's the setup? Yeah? Oh, that should have been so much better for Koi. Why didn't Mirwin just hold his position and then send it?
Staying in the area as MKOI now have their eyes on the Otacon.
They got too angsty. The buttons didn't work. BLG cooked it, and then MKOI cooked it. 1 for 1 in the kitchen. Idiot sandwich. Bin just reset. We're spaced so differently. Look at On. Flash Cocoon. Oh. Koi, that was such a good angle. Why didn't they pull the trigger?
Great patience from BLG.
I think Mirwin misplayed.
He's pushing for more. He's going to use the last tick of the
I don't know.
ulti to try
Let's
and
see,
close
let's
the
see.
gap. Elyoya is going to be forced out of his jungle once more. Super is lying in wait. Is there really a play here? I don't think so. BLG choosing to disengage Knight. He's just
Come on, replay,
doing what he can
replay.
to be obnoxious.
I want to
Going
see
to stick
replay.
around for an extra wave as well. He'll tick over to level 16. We look back
Look at this, look at this.
is
BLG
the second
fried
half
this
of the
play.
fight. Look at the HP of Jojo.
No,
Look at the HP of
wait.
Alvaro. The
wait.
positioning just isn't ideal. There's not really a good
No. I refuse. Here comes production value. Here comes production value. Okay, here's it. Like BLG, cook it because Bin's there early. Look at where Elk is on the map. Not there yet. Also, Knight's TP is half a second delayed. H1's like, I'm going to go in. No, disengage. Bin gets chunked, half HP and less. TP for Knight finally comes through. Mirwin surely, chat, fries here. Surely Mirwin just stays his ground, fries them, and then Koi send it. The problem is, Mirwin tries to get towards his team and then depth charge onto On, where depth charge could be used. Elk is not here. They have numbers.
As Knight arrives in the teleport, Mirwin
And Super is mega scared here. Like, On...
Can't find him with the chains. On in trouble. Depth charge going to be coming out and will connect.
They're just super scared there. That's the difference between an Eastern team and a Western team. I mean, okay, sure, maybe FlyQuest would send it there and it'd be a lot better. I don't want to stereotype. But any team I know, LPL team, would have that angle and they would fry.
Not going to allow it to reset. But it's Knight.
And then they get cooked.
And it's BLG
and then the flash on.
the
Sorry, chat, I had to go back because
onto the
I wasn't happy with the replay. I don't want to see the back end of the replay. I think the start of the replay is more important.
BLG with nothing but domination here.
Damn, bro.
Here in game 3. They're at Soul Point. The Baron is alive. Otacon secured. Hook.
Nice. Alvaro. Oh, redeemed. Alvaro. Hook. Max range. Elk caught.
Right now. They're quite behind.
Let's clear some of this vision. Let's start it.
How does Alvaro keep finding these engages?
I don't know, bro. Alvaro is crazy. Alvaro is crazy.
Really important member of BLG, but Knight is still alive.
Oh my god.
Be able to connect. Knight does have to flash out there.
Alvaro 2 for 2 in the last 10 seconds. Looking for a third. Bin. Or pulled back Baron, saved his life maybe. Dredge line, almost got him. Has to disappear. Bin charm, nice charm. Turn for Bin. We don't need Baron, turn for Bin. Bin ulti out. Mirwin is doing what I wanted him to do last fight. Just play the side, play the side, play the flank. He's got an ulti, he's got flash. Look at him, this is good, this is really good. Baron's gonna die. All off Alvaro. Alvaro is so good.
Unbelievable. Alvaro is saving the game for MKOI. We've praised this player a lot in this
Alvaro
series.
is
Like
stepping up in internationals, bro.
Supports for so much, and a much-needed pick happens. The ward gets cleared out.
Look at this.
He feels safe here, and why shouldn't he? The Hex Flash comes over.
What?
The timing is perfect. The Q comes out, rooting himself.
Nah. Alvaro is not human. That's insane. Yo, check if that guy speaks English. I guarantee you it's a different language.
Have found a lifeline.
I guarantee you he does not speak English as his first language.
At the very least, it's closed that gap. It's brought them a little bit more tight. Yes, they are. They're catching up.
Exactly. They are accelerating, and we'll see if they can keep that pace going.
Really solid.
Still be a big problem,
Sorelda's third. What are we doing?
Meant that BLG really did not have a lot of consistent damage going
third.
into that fight. It was very difficult for them to
what
try
do you
to
do third as
navigate
Aatrox?
without the Caitlyn. In here, of
Oh,
course, still is that brick
sensibility.
wall, and you still have
Nice.
the looming threat in 40 seconds of this
Elk is
Soul.
not
The
that far
question is,
ahead.
can
It's
MKOI
winnable. He
with
went
the barrel
LDR
stop
third.
them
We
from
have an
getting-
Ezreal going
Mirwan's
third.
just
He's
been
going to have
very
Shojin.
quiet in this game.
Yeah, he
but
has.
in that last fight, he was just keeping on and Beishuan completely
Yeah,
out
yeah,
of
he
the
was doing his job.
And
That's
I
all that
think with
matters.
his damage can't afford to be
Alvaro, when's
underestimated.
your next
Level
hook?
16,
25 seconds
Although
charm.
King does
Good
connect on
charm.
the
Oh, and the
Super
damage from
forward.
Super.
Rocket Belt used to dodge the hook from Alvaro.
It's 4v4 mid. TP going to be burned first from Mirwan.
is gonna become a problem.
Bin's doing
He's
what? Ping's coming up. He has to walk in.
The
True
ult
shot
from
barrage hits
Ezreal is
Elk.
good. The poke damage is good.
Now we've lost TP though.
And Mirwan gonna get
Mirwan's
spotted
just going to
here
face
by
check. He doesn't really
Beishuan.
care for
Beishuan
now,
liking
but
his odds in this fight does get a nice little bit of
Bin's
chunk
coming
going
up.
on now. He's at the point of the game where
Mirwan's zone controlling. They want mid
difficult
turret
as he
that
leads
bad,
the
but
way.
it's an overforce. I think it's an overforce. Super's alive. Super's alive. No, he's not. He's dead. Oh, Knight. Oh, we overforce for mid.
He's looking for Elyoya.
Damn,
Once
bro.
more,
Like, we...
Knight and Beishuan. They team up.
Mirwan's trying to capitalize on the fact that there's 3 members in jungle, but Beishuan just queues over the wall and just flash engages in. Like,
as Knight goes hunting, can't find more, but what a beautiful
they're
engage
going
for
to get
BLG.
Soul.
Knight just takes the hope from Koi and crushes it. A fantastic engage comes through from the Silas. And the Soul is secured. And the MasterCard price
Beishuan engage
we're
was
gonna
crazy.
get to see
Yeah,
the
yeah, it
engage
was,
that comes
but-
through from Knight in the mid lane. He's going to steal away Jojo's ulti. And he's going to find the right target. Super is the play. He's like, oh, Jojo's ulti. And he's going to find the right...
But if Beishuan's here, like, it's an insane engage, but it's an overforce mid. 100%.
Super is the play. He's like, oh, Beishuan sets it up. Knight with the quick follow-up. The hook comes through to try and
Alvaro
keep him
tries
alive,
to save it, but
there's little that they can do to protect their AD carry.
Just when MKOI thought they had a way into the game, they get a pick, they get the Baron. You can see the frustration there.
Mel's that saying the same thing, bro.
Coaching staff.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Nice indeed.
Did I hear nicer
Credit to
pog?
Beishuan. I didn't see that in the initial play, but you're right.
Alvaro wards it too late. Well, Mirwan knows he's there. Mirwan's keeping control on that like bottom of that flank.
Shut out immediately.
Yep, and you can see the damage that this mid-jungle duo put out here from BLG. They now have the Soul. The Infernal Soul going to make things that much more difficult for MKOI.
I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's just
the verdant barrier there from Jojo. They are looking at Elyoya.
like Koi
Trying to
overforcing
put some
mid.
pressure on him.
I think
Knight now
might have just
level
lost the game.
17. Massively up in experience over most of the members there of MKOI, though Mirwan is quite strong, is level 17 himself. But BLG just so confident in their positioning in this game now, they're just going to invade, stay in the face of MKOI. This is what they
Why they
love
said press
to
and
do.
taking tower. They want to open
Constantly
mid turret and go to
forcing these
dragon.
difficult spots, and
They want to
it is
open
becoming
mid turret so
harder
that
and
it's
harder
harder
to
for
deal with.
Elk to
You can see
walk
the
up in
Soul
mid.
burns HP, over 1,300 now, passive health that
I
he
mean,
has
overall
gained
they get deeper
from that.
vision. They can play this They can play this like dive comp with Ari and Ari Nefiri. And it's a lot easier when you have deep vision and BLG. Easy to make a mistake.
Quick work of the objective. They keep Bin in the mid lane, and they have done throughout this
They
game.
have range
moving
with
him off
Elk.
onto a side lane, not even using him
Their
as a front
sieging
line, but
because of Elk
just
is
as an
just
extra
so
point of pressure
exceptional.
on the map.
This guy's gonna have an
TP
Infinity Edge
is gonna
fourth.
go and catch the mid wave from Jojo, but significant damage is already done to the structure.
Yeah, I mean, Jojo
No
is now
outers,
probably
no
trying to
turrets
see
for
a
Koi
trade
yet, by the way.
For a tier 1 tower. They haven't even knocked down a single tier 1 yet.
Anything in this game.
No, but
Aside from the
Jojo
Baron, I guess.
didn't have time to actually be able to knock it down. He had to defend his tier 2. Finally, it does fall to the
First
minions,
turret.
so they are going to be able to at least get one tower. We'll see if they can do
Oh,
something
Knight
else.
proto
Good
belt
poke,
so he
though,
can
onto
steal
Ana
ult.
Supa. Gonna take
Knight's got
that
Ari ult. He
ultimate
just
from
proto belt so he
Caitlyn
can steal
right
ult.
to the face. Down about half HP. Has no life steal in the build just yet. And it is making it really difficult as Elk at every opportunity.
Oh man, he's
just
gonna have an
throwing that
IE.
in the hole,
He's
straight
just
at
gonna
Supa.
one shot.
Well,
The
the good
super
news for
hard
Koi
game,
is
Elder
that their
flip.
base
Elder
still
flip
in
game,
a,
maybe
healthy
Baron flip game.
spot. The bad news is that every single fight seems to be going the way of BLG. With the Soul secured as well, it's just so much additional
Bro,
damage.
Knight is having.
Elder
Knight
could
is
be
like.
a potential win condition for Koi.
Knight's having an insane series.
And the
Back
Magi,
again.
of course.
Magi's the clock.
I mean, of course.
Yeah, I think
it's
Knight has been BLG's best player.
The man loves to read, and he fills those pages
On has
with
had
quite a
insane
few
series
stories.
as well.
The Baron spawning in 30
But
seconds.
Knight is. Oh my
Forced
god,
a
Alvaro
from
flashed.
and he kind of has to. The trap was laid. The
He just
damage
did.
was about
What?
to
He
be
just
dealt.
didn't know where. Vi was, I guess.
The pressure just
How's Elk on
continues.
Infinity
Tomboy
Edge? He
pushed
has
in,
Infinity
Midway
Edge here,
pushed
and
in.
it's
More vision in the enemy
kind
jungle.
of 07.
Denial, denial, denial. That is the game plan for BLG. Give them nothing, but take from them everything. And you can see our observers highlighting it for us now how little Koi see on the map.
Oh, but
Okay.
they may have an angle here.
They got on. Nice. Nautilus play, baby. Can they get Elk as well? Now they're going to go for mid turret part 2, but Knight's coming in with Ariel. Depth charge used on Knight. But look at Base 1. They are going to 4v5 this and win, aren't they? No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, they aren't. No Ari reset for Knight. That's nice. Protobelt. Oh my god, he got them. Oh my god. Oh my god. Trisha Barrage killed Knight. Good timing, super. 2v2.
It is bloody fight in the mid lane there. 3 for 3 at the end of the day. But Bin and Elk stand
And that was a
strong
bad fight for
and
BLG.
push
That
back
was
the
just
MKOI
bad.
members.
Like, that was on getting caught and they equalized.
With Alvaro finding another massive hook. But the end is going to be Elk breaking into the base, securing their first inhibitor of
That's
the game.
no IE.
And Super
Yeah, that's
can do
no
nothing
IE yet.
about it. The immovable
inhibitor.
wall that is Bin will act as a shield.
Okay, chat. I'll
No
tell
one
you
is
one
gonna
thing. I'll
be
tell you
up.
one
There's
thing.
no crazy TP
All you in
plays.
here. I'll tell you one thing.
He's still going to get hit by the ace and the all. The Baron is
It's
alive.
still winnable.
BLG, are they really going to overstay for the bot tower as well? I think this is a little bit greedy. They need to get back to base, need to get the resets off.
Is
if
it?
they
He's
wanna
got
be in a
demolished, Betty.
position to contest
Do you think?
the Baron.
Yeah, next wave. Okay.
Still feeling confident about their ability to do so. Bin pushes in the wave there. Gotta say, Alvaro has been heroic for MKOI.
Certainly has been.
Where Alvaro is 6 out of 6 KP.
In this series, I think. And JoJo obviously having
There is
an
Manjai's
incredible
on Knight
series, but
again,
Alvaro,
and
even in the
Infinity Edge
losses,
just finished
has
for Elk.
really been the one to give hope to try to find these angles. But BLG have
If
been
they get
stalwart.
Elk or
Even
Knight,
when someone is getting picked off,
which
they're
is
looking
hard.
for the re-engages. They're confident in their ability to find angles
Koi can win
to
the rest
make
of the fight.
fights work.
Mirwin has just not been involved this game.
Been that brick wall, it feels
Outside of
like,
that good
and now
zoning around
BLG
Baron
already
before,
starting to
Mirwin has
get
just not been
immediately
involved.
Spotted there. And Supa trying to help push Bin back.
Remember they got Infernal Assault with Elk.
Trying to get some control
Knight
here.
just
Knight,
clears
though,
the way
level
by himself.
18,
5
has
members
this
coming
all
in.
all
Baron's
Ari
gone.
ult. And this
Baron's just gone.
MKOI
They might
cannot
collapse.
find a way in.
Knight with ult
It's an
might
easy
collapse.
Baron there, and now
Bin
looking
gets
for the
Alvaro.
gank. Alvaro in a lot of trouble, has no
North's
flash.
dead.
He's caught out,
North's dead.
and on flashes
Here it
in,
comes.
hits the
Here it
cocoon
comes. The
onto
wipe.
Supa. Can they find the follow-up?
Oh, it was good while it lasted. It was good while it lasted. Knight has Majai's, and he has Zonya's.
Great kiting out from MKOI. Supa, though,
Holy.
going to be hit by the ultimate from Caitlyn. And pokes him down as Mirwin gets one back. Mirwin, though, trying to run away here. He is in a difficult position because
maybe the
Elk is
shades
still
shouldn't
up
have
and
connected.
alive. MKOI fighting
Knight-
back as
Knight
best as they
just
possibly can, but
accidentally took
Elder
an
is
E,
on the map.
bro.
And it's BLG with the extra member. It's BLG who are heading straight down there. And it's MKOI making the choice to just give up that
don't know.
Elder.
I
They're
don't
gonna
know,
TP
guys.
JoJo to top lane and just go for the bounties.
The fights just continue
It
to
really
go the way
hurts
of BLG.
when
Bin
Koi had a
is
way
the
back
one
into this
to
game,
initiate
and then
things,
that overstay
and
on
he
mid
does it once
ruined the whole
again
game for them.
without any hesitation. Once
That hurts.
the Baron is secured,
You know what, Aran?
BLG
It's called
wastes
in the
no
Cars
time
universe.
in trying to
No,
force a fight
Hate Watcher
against
Harry,
Koi.
what is it
They've
called?
done a good job of making these fights so difficult for Super to play. JoJo, it feels like that he just tickles the members of BLG. He can land some good charms, but the damage just isn't coming through. Meanwhile, Knight on the front line is just eviscerating
I don't get
anyone
it.
that stands in his way. He stepped a little too far, and
I don't
Mirwin
get it.
was able to get a nice shutdown. But now with the Elder, BLG
I
are
drove.
looking to
I
close
ran.
out
I
game
drove.
3.
And we'll see if they're
Oh.
going to be able to do it. BLG have
Okay.
all the pieces to the puzzle, and they're going to look for Alvaro
Okay.
here. Great buffered hook to the wall. Does keep
I
the wall
ran,
for now.
I drove.
Lost all his stacks in that Magi, so did have to sell it, but picks up
Don't
the
time
shadow
him
flame.
out. That was good.
Good
I had
bit
to
of
think.
poke
I had to
there
use my
onto
brain
Elk,
for
who
that
does
joke.
not
It must have
have
been
any
good.
lifesteal really
If
in
I
the
had to use
build.
my brain for a joke, it's good,
So
no?
is going to
I
still
laughed
stick
though.
for quite a while.
Well,
We can
Crixie.
see Supa
Hey, then it's all worth it in the
hits
end,
him,
isn't
and
it?
He is right back
You get
to
it,
base
Hannah?
pretty much. Has to try
What's
to step back,
Iran?
heal
What's
back up
Iran
with
called
this
in the
Fade
Cars
Scepter.
universe?
It's gonna
I
be up to
drove.
wave clear here, but it's not great from
See,
MKOI.
she
And
smiled.
BLG, you already
Your
know
mod's
they're gonna be
unbanned.
posturing aggressively here, trying
Wife smiled.
to
It's
get
like a-
in the face of MKOI. MKOI are just
Wife
trying to buy
smiled.
some time as JoJo almost just gets one shot there. Down incredibly low, almost got executed by the Elder here.
They're gonna
as
end the
BLG
game.
now
Bro, look at the
eyes on
ballers.
Nexus
They don't
Towers
muck
here.
around.
First one getting incredibly low. JoJo back out
BLG
for base.
don't muck
Mirwin fighting
around.
on the
Come
side
on,
against
fight us.
on
Come on.
Bin. creating
pussies,
space
come on.
here for Elk.
Bro, any
All
other team
BLG
would like
need to do
skirt
is
around the
keep
back.
Elk
Bin
alive
just
and
walks
keep
up
that
and
man
BLG is
firing,
just like, yeah, we're
and
doing
he
it.
is going to get the rest of the job done.
Come on.
The first Nexus tower
Come on.
has already fallen. BLG pushing in. Great. Zonya's there
Okay.
from on. Is going to be able to immune it.
What?
Look at that. Elk just one-shots JoJo, and that should do it. Mirwin going forward, trying to make something happen, but he's going to fall as well. It's BLG crushing the hopes here of MKOI. They look for
Oh
the
my
the base,
God.
but Elk will not allow it. This man
Oh, there was a window. There was a time. This could have been an MKOI win. This could have been an MKOI win, I'm telling you. This could have been an MKOI win. This could have been an MKOI win.
And then they push out Alvaro as well. On.
I mean, yeah, the bot lane got ahead, but there was some, Alvaro had some insane punishes. They'll show it. They'll show it.
100%. Because even in the early laning phase, it was some difficulties, but he
I
was
mean,
able
Knight
to
is
work
worth a
alongside
highlight.
the
Like,
bot.
Knight was
The action
clean,
was
right?
very
But
Knight
to their Baron, and Basewan's able to get the
Knight was
flash
definitely
plays.
MVP worthy. Holy.
Okay, I guess we'll take the Ari away so you can't pair your.
They're 100% on all objectives this series. Where does that go?
But this was a
It's in the game.
We just talked about Alvaro.
Dude, Alvaro was insane.
Breaks my heart after this, though.
Hex flashes over the wall, find a pick on Elk. Then they play the Baron
He also
situation
walks
out.
past on Cocoon.
Even looking at me.
The Baron was good. The Baron was fine. This.
Yeah, this was a sad one because Mirren gets pushed away. So, like, then Beitron gets control
But
of the
look,
Raptor
after
pit area.
Mirren gets
They
pushed
use that
away,
as a front
move to
take this
Dragon
fight
here
onto.
on this wave.
That's right, Supa. He
Move to Dragon. Dragon spawning. Just move.
Q flashes through, get Supa, then you get
So
to see
greedy.
the silence.
That's just bad
I was
setup. That's just really bad. Come on, guys. We're better than that. We're better than that. We're better than that. That was bad. I'm happy Koi are a real team. True. At least they're a real team. Actually, you're very right. Super did some damage.
For this next
At least they're a real team.
champions, they've been in this before. They played 5 games in the playoffs as well. They can.
No. Hydrate for you, sure. All right, Gam. All right, Gam. Yeah, chat. He called Gam. All right, chat. Next game. Next game. Come on. Come on. Match point for BLG.
Get ahead. This team.
This is the first series for Koi. Remember, they go to a lower bracket if they lose this.
That you
And
make.
likewise for BLG. When this goes to a game 5. Let's go. Take us to another game 5.
Impressive supports in Europe.
Take us to another.
Goal positions.
Come on.
I
No 3-1
have
against the
been
West
so
again.
impressed
Let's
with
not
how
do
he's
that.
actually
Let's not do
played
that.
here
Give
at
us a game
MSI.
5.
You know, I do think he has been very on point.
Since when are you
thinking
cheering
back
for
to that
EU?
last game,
Bro,
he's
I
finding
cast
the Q flashes he
LEC.
needs to. He
What are you
is
talking about?
creating space for his carries. He is putting pressure on the MKOI carries. You know, even that engage from the Raptor pit.
Bro, as a beast.
After Alvaro finds
Hello.
this great pick, they get the Baron.
Bro, I've
It's
been casting
immediately
LEC for
engaged.
2
Q
years. What do you mean,
flash,
since when am I
finds it,
cheering
Knight
for
follows
EU?
up, They kill Supa, and just like that, any momentum that MKOI had was gone. And I
It's an
think that Baseline
extension chat,
definitely
so there's no
deserves credit for
spoilers.
how
Look, I
well
can't
he's
even,
playing
I don't even get
against
time codes.
perhaps
I have
the
no
best,
idea
if
how
not
long
one
the
of
VOD
the
is.
best junglers in Europe.
This one is called, it's for Firefox, it's called Anti-Spoiler for Videos by
Fearless, the
Daryl
drafts
or
really do
Kenan
get
or
tested this late
John
into the
or
series.
some dude's name.
Trundle ban,
The one on
BLG,
Chrome is by
Kalista
Dennis.
first pick from Supa, definitely looking like
Honorary
a Renata
European.
bot
I mean,
lane.
chat, to be
I
fair,
wonder
I'm
if BLG will look to
Ukrainian
try
and
take it
33% of
away.
my blood
Are
is
you a fan
German,
of the
apparently.
Kalista?
So
Because so far, Kalista winless at the tournament, and
Kalista
has
B1.
been getting punished pretty heavily by these range bot
They
lanes.
banned the
Like,
Lucian
again,
Nami bot
if you
lanes
just
for
go
BLG. This is a
Nico,
nice
plus
start.
Any sort of range bot
But
lane,
how do
or
I feel
even
about
like an
Super on
Ashe or
Kalista
something
now
along
that
those
Nico
lines? I do
and
feel like Kalista
Skarner?
really struggles in that 2v2, and it can be very tough to get value. How confident are you in the pick?
Well, I'm not at all.
Oh, very,
I think
very.
The two champs that Europe really shouldn't be playing is Twisted Fate and Kalista. But hey, Supa has to have confidence in himself, and his coach believes in him to bring out the Kalista. The Sejuani
Kalista
response
Nico.
into the Skarner
Sejuani,
is really much
Jone's
of a
banned,
surprise,
picked
and
early in
there's
the series to
Renata
get
to
Kalista
pair
Renata.
alongside it. So, like, if this does go to a game 5, we're getting very deep into the pools for sure. But I think BLG have gone for a very safe approach. Reminder that Knight is
Ashe
a very
Nico.
good Nico player as well. There's always the
Yeah.
possibility of them flexing
But
into
I
the
think
lane.
Ashe
Our
Nico can
assumption
deal with
is
Kalista
that it is
Renata
going
bot,
into
right?
the
Isn't
bot
that lane still
alongside
good
this
because
Ashe,
of
which
the
is
strength
just
of Nico?
a very strong bot lane 2v2.
Nico lost like 20 damage on Q, but I mean, people still play it bot.
Have in their back pocket.
Absolutely. I mean, Ashe is the one that I called out because I think this matchup is so impossible for both Renata and
It's
Kalista,
funny,
both of
in
these
the-
champions
in-
struggle into
in the
poker,
EMEA
right?
Masters when
They're
we were playing on
really good at dealing with
25-12.
hard engage. You have the Kalista
And remember,
ultimate to
Nico
be
wasn't
able to
changed
have your Renata
25-13.
block and engage,
As far as I
pull
know.
him in, he knocks
As far as
someone
I
off, and he
remember.
throws over the hostile takeover. But Ash
People just
doesn't
would
really
not
care.
touch
You just
Nico
seem to get
bot
hit
anymore.
by
They're like,
volley
oh no,
after
damage
volley,
is
you're
down, we're out.
outranged, you're
But then
gonna
you
be
get to
slowed
higher
down
levels
by
of
the
play,
Ashe.
and they're
Sets
like,
up for
it still
Tango Bar
provides so
very
much.
easily
It's still
for
so good.
Nico, as well as all of the little poke and harass that
It's
Nico
interesting,
can
just
throw
the
out.
levels
So
of play that
I think
change
it's
the
gonna be an
opinion.
incredibly difficult position here for Supa and Alvaro.
People have different first
Plus,
names. Yeah,
it
it's
means that
crazy.
Alvaro is not on a hard engaged champ. He has, in their losing games, been the one to bring that spark of hope, the one to be able to actually find these engages.
2v2, I'd give to BLG.
We'll see how
I just
they're gonna be
assume
able
that
to
BLG
navigate
going to
this.
be
As
fine
I
based on
really
the
like
spot
what
matchup.
BLG has put out in these first 3 picks.
Also, Skarner versus something like Kalista as well.
One of his most played from spring. And honestly,
I
one
would
of the most
also
impressive
maybe
yards
get
in
rid
the
of
world,
Ornn
so
in this
Koi
comp.
definitely showing
Because
that
if Knight
respect
gets something that's
towards
with
that
solid
top laner.
DPS,
We'll also see, it feels like BLG's really trying to
Bin
pinch
can
that
play
pool even more. They're really
tank as
testing
weak
Jojo
side, I think
because
it's fine.
While some pressure has been put onto Knight's pool,
I mean, but the thing is, they
like
might
the
ban
same thing we said
Renekton.
for Jojo,
With Sedge,
again,
they
when we
might
think
ban
about him as a
Renekton.
player, Ahri,
Mew and
Tilly,
Renekton,
Yone,
thoughts?
and Azir are usually the champions that we've
Jace
seen him have a lot
gone.
of success on. In the finals,
Maybe
and against KC,
BLG
he
want to
brought
play
out the
Nara
Cassidy
on
out of
4
nowhere.
and Canopic for mid.
Whether that's
Cassio
a
in
good,
playoffs and stuff
yeah,
too.
the Cassio as well. So it's not that he doesn't have these
There's
picks,
Cass.
but
Okay.
we'll see what he's got prepared for
Cass
us.
ban against Kalista Sedge. Oh my god, that would have been so good.
I think that Jojo wants Rise.
She should almost perm pickle ban everywhere. What, you talking about Nico?
Extreme
Yeah.
comfort here for Bin. So if he's going to be
Wasn't
blind
that the
picking
girl
that,
that made
not
Paint
surprised
the
me
Town Blue?
whatsoever. I do think we are likely to get a Rise.
Is that her
here
name
Jojo,
from the
and
start of
question
Worlds
is,
2024?
Is that Cassio
The
ban,
finals?
is the fact that some of these other picks are already out going to be enough
Ooh.
to protect it?
If Bin goes Cassante,
Just because I think that
I mean,
we wanted to
Mewin
look, and
could
that's
just play
exactly where
Renekton.
Mewin would have gone. It was something he brought out in the finals, and he had a
Get enough of the
monster
early
performance
lane, play
on
with
against
Sedge.
Broken Blade.
But if you
Cemented
go
well is pretty good.
Renekton,
I'm curious as to what Mewin has prepared into it.
you
If
have
he's got something
disengage,
spicy, or if
but
instead
is
he
it
wants to play
enough?
it safe with something a little bit more generic. Why though? They need to
And
lock in
Bessa?
their mid laner
And Bessa
their
good?
top laner.
And Bessa good?
And Bessa is another one that I feel
But
like
you don't have
so far
Silas for
MSI
mid. Do you want a
hasn't
melee
really
mid?
been as strong. She
you're
was
committing
kind
at
of a
this point. You're
staple.
all in at this point.
Games, I think.
Yeah.
I think you need to
Coming
be.
into MSI, obviously she was a staple throughout every meta.
What
throughout
does
the world,
JoJo have?
but
What
here
AP
at
mids are
MSI,
left?
She just hasn't quite been as effective.
Rise?
Still something that we've seen come through from Mewin before.
Are you game enough to play
Things
Rise
playing out.
against
so far, their
what is a lot of
composition very
picks?
skirmish
You
heavy,
are.
a lot of team fight options, and now with the Rise locked in,
Knight.
strong
Oh my
ability
god,
to play
historically.
through the side
But dude,
lanes.
Syndra. Oh, the Syndra lane.
BLG
It'd be
locking
pick, it'd have a
the
bit of
Syndra. I
range.
think it's a really good matchup into the Rise.
Oh, it
You have a
is.
huge range
Oh.
advantage with both Syndra
And
and
top
the
plays
Ashe.
weak
You have a
side.
lot
I
of
think I
hope.
like BLG's
And I
draft.
like
I'm
the
not going to
response here
lie.
from
I think I like
BLG,
BLG's
giving Knight
draft.
another one of his comfort picks.
Knight on
We saw it in the
Syndra
previous game when you give
against
this
the
man
Rise
agency, when you
lane.
give this man comfort, he really
Koi
does thrive.
need bot
Yeah,
to be
absolutely does.
successful.
Second most played
They
all
need
time,
bot to be
54
successful.
games on it,
They
nearly
need
78%
everything on
win
bot.
rate.
Jojo,
This
I
guy
want you to get
is
level 6,
insane
hit
on
bot,
the Syndra.
get it ahead.
To me,
Otherwise,
was
I
the
don't know how
initial
we played this
iconic
game.
before Knight. Obviously, the Ahri then became
Because
so
I'm
famous
worried
later
about our
on,
damage
but
output going
this
into
was a pick that
Skarner
he
and
was incredibly
Cassante.
famous for in the LPL,
Good luck, Rise.
dominating solo queue on.
All right, chat. I'm a
Finding
bit worried
the
about
lane.
Koi's draft.
I
Yo,
will
but
say, I like the
either
matchup
way,
for Syndra,
we're
but
here.
that being said,
Appreciate
if
everyone who's
Jojo
being here. I'm going to
can
run ads now
survive
instead
the
of get them in
early game,
game. I
to
do
the
the
point
usual
where
ad
you're on Merc
spiel
Treasure on
because
Arcane
T1s
Plus
are Twitch
Zero
Prime while
all of a
avoiding
sudden,
them.
Syndra can't
I make sure that I run them at least so you don't
and then
get
it
a
can become
pre-roll.
very, very
Pre-rolls
difficult.
are
So,
dog
you know,
water.
Jojo is
They
gonna
are
have
the
that potential
bees.
advantage.
What's the
There's not really
the bees'
anyone on the other
elbows?
side that wants to
You know,
side
bees'
lane
knees are the
against
cool
the
things.
Rise,
Bees'
so that
elbows.
is a
Bees don't have
potential
elbows. They're
advantage
crap.
too. So
They
we'll
don't need
see
them.
if they're gonna be able to
I run
find
them now
an
either
edge
way.
there,
Jam
but
Catter, thank you for
Knight
telling me
has
Cat
been
Jam as
incredible,
usual.
I think throughout
He's
this
a big
entire
kiss.
series.
All the follows and all the love, I appreciate it.
A Western
Stream stream hasn't died yet today, chat. Hopefully it's
taken
fixed.
2 games off of BLG.
If it is not, I will continue to investigate.
One
I
is the
promise.
most. So KOI have the opportunity to make history today, but if history is
Bring
doomed
back
to repeat
Pigeon.
itself, then BLG is looking to close the series right here, right now.
If it's another 3-1 against the West, I'm going to be upset.
From back in the day, one of our finals.
You sipping? You got an ad block, huh? Yeah, you got an ad block there.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was our
A bit of an ad block there.
Spring finals, I believe it was.
I just have a way with words.
Where the Pigeon
I'm
landed
just a
on the
poet.
stage and was just chilling there the whole event long. And people started having pigeon
BLG,
signs,
Jai-O.
cheering for the pigeon and stuff. It was definitely a memorable moment. As BLG out on the map here again, you've got to respect what they can do at level 1. This team really will punish you, as Alvaro will get eyes on BLG moving in.
Sweeper coming through from Elk to clear out any wards and get some deep vision of their own. They won't actually spot that. Oh, no, they will. KOI, though,
they are kind of collapsing.
Can they collapse?
No.
Mirwin this time is hovering around, ready for a fight. Oh, he's going to
Mirwin,
spot them out.
he is.
Dang, so this is going to be a full scrap here.
Okay.
Mirwin is in the area.
Good
They
handshake
do
dodge.
spot him. Bin is going to be going back to
If
base.
Beige
Question
One
is,
starts here,
does Bin
it
cancel
will
that
be a
straight
horror
around
for
or will he
MKOI's
complete it?
bot.
He completes the base and he's going to be heading
But I
straight
think you
out
just go blue
towards
anyway.
top. You can see Mirwin is
Drop a
heading
ward
very
spot.
safe path
El
for
Yoya.
round. Doesn't want to run into Bin in the bush.
I have a
losing
feeling
the
El Yoya
equilibrium
might have to do a
like that.
3 camp into
And
some
at the
like
end of the day,
wraparound
BLG gets
cheese
some
shit,
vision
you
down,
know?
but will not continue
Because of the
to try
ward.
to
Oh, he's
contest
going
the ball.
blue. He wants a path towards bot anyway.
Still playing with confidence, emoting on the stage.
Yeah, because they got a good red buff ward.
So both junglers going to be starting on the top
Defensive
side
at
of the
top.
map. I feel like the story
Bot,
of the series has
bot,
been
bot,
Elk and
bot.
On get push in the bot lane 2 versus 2. And I think they're going to look to try and do it again.
That's all they're going to do.
On's positioning in the lane to already try and chip away at
I
the
didn't know
HP
ad
bar.
block
It's very
worked
difficult
on
for
manually
Alvaro
rolled
to really
ads too.
trade back
It
this early
should,
on.
but I just
Does
don't
have a
know which one
handshake,
works
of
at the
course,
moment.
With the range
I'm
advantage
gonna say to
that you
people
have
because
on top of
regardless,
the
Twitch will
Ashe,
run ads.
It's just very much a
It's about it's
BLG
under my if
favored
it's
bot
under
lane
my
2v2.
Yeah, absolutely.
if it's under my tutelage, the ads will be better. Silver Scrapes incoming, bro. That guy cursed it.
The first strike procs.
The draft looks good on Koi. You think? I don't think they have enough damage.
Clearly, with this rune, just going to be playing to farm. Going to be looking to poke. Doesn't want to get into.
I don't think they have enough damage. I think they need an early lead.
Jojo's going to be playing the wave, and Knight is going to be trying.
Who the hell said the draft looks good? They're all about enveloping bot.
Because Rise does have very, very strong wave clear, but is pretty heavily mana-gated early on. You do need
Spotted
to
El Yoya.
push in the waves and look for constant bases to get those early mana items, the tier, the catalyst, and really start to scale into the game.
Derek, she got a trauma stare. My trauma stare is
Push in the top lane 1v1.
I'm worried. I'm just worried about the draft. I think it's easier for BLG to execute, to be completely honest.
Looking to play very safe because they didn't really get much.
Wouldn't you say? What do you guys think?
On the Raptors that you can
How can you pick Kalista so early knowing you get beat so badly by ranged lanes? Well, it's more about the support lane. Kalista is strong because her 1-2 item spikes are incredible. And a skirmishing like this, if you just send it, look. And El Yoya came down. They knew El Yoya was pathing bot. Maybe a little bit early. Maybe just went through river. Cleanse. Here's the problem though. Here's Beige One. Oh, the flash. And he's got nothing else. That's it.
As it is going to be 3 summoners for 3 at the end of the day. Both of them off of Alvaro
because the strong, look, the strong all-in power even early, like that's what you get.
Off of Elk and the heal from On.
It is a strong 80 carry. It's playing for the lane. Simon, I think the answer is always like, because you're playing for a winning lane. Oh, it's such a fake. Oh, it's such a fake. Oh, he's dead. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, Beige One, the double round was so good.
I mean, there was no reason for Beige One to leave.
Doubled down, doubled it round.
Extension comes through from Alvaro,
All in,
and they
got
quickly
down.
convert it into a kill. First blood secured, and what was supposed to be a play that alleviated the pressure from the MKOI
made it worse.
instead increased it. As BLG
On a
secure
ward,
their
though.
first advantage of the game.
Absolutely do. Jojo.
I think it's on Mirwin.
Back to lane here, has the tier in the boots.
Yeah, it's up for them to press go buttons, but I think if Super doesn't have a lead, I think if Kalista's behind in the game, they're going to severely lack damage. Think about how it transitions. Think about how the game transitions. Where's the damage going to come from? Rise? Yeah, I mean, Ambessa is a bruiser, right? So
that power farming going, trying to make
Ambessa is also an important aspect, but like, I think she's more of a role player this game when you have a Kalista Renata lane.
The swap coming through, as we've
So they're going to mismatch lanes, but
these
Alvaro
series,
and
both
Super
these
want to be in the
bot
2v2.
TP being committed now.
Vamp Scepter instead of boots. Surprising. Kalista normally goes boots because her ability to space, and don't you get bigger jump from movement speed? Oh, he missed the CS. Don't you get bigger jump from movement speed? Isn't that how Martial Poise works as Kalista? More attack speed or movement speed? The bigger your jumps or the...
Alvaro's going to be denied the opportunity to secure that control ward. I like that Jojo is
It's
hovering
only
in the
boots
fog.
tier.
Doesn't have the level 6 yet, of course. But once he does, the threat
Movement
of a
speed doesn't
potential
affect-
side lane collapse
okay.
becomes very real.
I do think Mirwin's going to have quite a
It's time to
difficult
look it up.
job in this game when you're thinking about how he's going to play out team fights and the amount of CC that's over on the other side. You're having to deal with Tangle Barbs, with Pop Blossom, with Ash Arrow, with Skarner Peel, all of these tools as you're trying to fly in there and find access on the back
character
line.
and appearance.
You're really going to have to
League
be on
of
point
Legends.
with those engages when they go for him. Because really, it's...
The fuck is this? Who
pretty much
cares?
Cinder
I don't
Ash or
want... Dude, I'm not
bust
here
from
for the
Mirwin.
lore.
He's got to get back there and be able to find them. 2v2, going all right.
The range and speed are modified by the tier of Kalista's boots.
Really
What?
prioritizing the
Base
life steal here
distance
to
is
try
when
to
a
withstand some of the
minimum
poke
of
that is going to be put
boots
on.
tier.
But Elk out to the
What?
early tier 2 boots is going to make things that much more difficult. He's just posturing aggressively constantly here with On. They're always looking just for the poke and prod. You
Weird.
don't even have to hit your E.
Boot
you just
tiers.
constantly Q poke them over and over.
No, not
as the
law.
Nico.
Law.
It's pretty much
Lore.
unavoidable. Like, it's such a big
Not
Q.
the
The
interviewer.
aura always
Lore.
gonna get at least one tick of it. Proc your scorch,
LORE.
proc your comment, and
League of
slowly
Legends
whittle them
lore.
down.
Damon, shut up.
Super
No, not Law and Order.
positional things
Guys,
considered.
English
Elioya
has 3 of the
wasn't
same
spotted out on any
fucking
vision, and he's looking
words
for another
sounding
play.
the same,
No
alright?
summoners available on Elk.
Yeah, and Elk is kind of the anti-timing here. JoJo is on the roam as well. They're
Bro,
gonna
I
look
don't
for
hate anyone.
Rumble
What
is
the
a
hell?
cooldown, but JoJo's in the area,
Oh,
and
shit.
On has
Nice.
nowhere to go.
Good
Gonna
punish.
be knocked down as he tries to flash
punish
out
El
the
Yo-Yo or
safety.
bust.
JoJo flashes in, hits him with the
Jojo
grabs
realm
the
warps
kill.
up. You heard it here first.
Jojo
Do you realm warp up or
did
realm warp
have
to the
commit
lane then
the
move?
summoner, so Knight is looking, has the stun available.
Good.
Beishuan's hovering in the area as well.
They are looking. JoJo no flash. Beishuan not level 6
It
though. Doesn't have
takes
any ulti to
a
follow this
mission
up.
to make
Fox
sure
the phase
that
rush,
their bot on
means
BLG
that
falls
Jojo's able
behind
to
and
gain
Super and
movement
Alvaro
speed
can just
necessary to get
farm.
away to safety.
It
Level
takes a
5
mission
still
of
on
Jojo
Elioya,
and
doesn't
El
have
Yo-Yo.
his ulti available, but they're looking
They
to
are just
contest
pieces in
the
this
Skull and
game.
Crab.
Yes, Ambessa will
Map, and Koya made
outscale
the
sides.
Smart decision to
I don't know
concede
if
this
Bin
objective.
becomes mega killable. I guess it depends on the game state.
Gonna be able to grab the scuttle, but
you know,
no one's starting up the dragon just yet.
think
So it
flash
hasn't
for that
been
is
a
worth.
absolute rush towards it for
Yeah, fuck yeah, it
BLG
is.
this game, as they have been really consistently loving to play
They got
towards
on.
those early dragons.
Jojo got a
start
kill.
that threat of soul
Plus
as fast as they
2v2
possibly
threat
can here,
mitigated.
but haven't started
So I
it
think
up
that's
just
worth.
yet. And we are going to have the grubs here spawning in 30 seconds. So
Oh,
there is
it's a fake
potential
one.
to have a trade of the grubs. Of course, they were desynced in a patch a while ago when they took away
They're
the
just
double
playing very
grub
confidently.
spawn, but
Yeah.
given that there was no early
We like to
action
see.
towards that dragon, there is the
Now, if he
opportunity
gets
to kinda
cooked
try to
in the
play
next
the
3
map for
minutes, you'll
trade.
be then saying Flash wasn't worth because Knight gets a stun and Beishuan gets a kill.
Want to get those smoke trades relatively
Or
soon.
vice versa, they both do
The
it.
stuns coming through from Knight have been consistent. It's going to take a bit of a tower shot.
It's not letting Jojo back either. He doesn't have TP.
This TP is going to be available in a few seconds. Now Elioya hitting level 6. Level 6 for Super as well. Elk. These
Right, now
ultimates
here's where
are
the
becoming
business end comes
available,
in.
and there it
Elioya,
is.
Looking for Knight.
nice.
Flashes away though from the glacial prison.
Grubs are being taken
Grubs
though.
being started though. I like the idea here from Koi, get the pick on mid. Maybe they can then convert that pressure into.
But they've also just thrown
a Grubs
ulti.
contest,
Elioya no
but Elioya
ulti.
saying,
Jojo can't
okay,
reposition
doesn't
with
convert
ult
enough. I
either.
just said I'm going to turn my
Neowin's
attention
where
towards the dragon.
Neowin has TP.
Would be
No, he
their
doesn't.
first-
This is
first dragon
triple
of the-
grub.
of the series.
This is triple grub.
We'll see. I mean,
Morning,
it's gonna take a
yo,
while
AC,
to
what up,
actually
bro?
knock down if it is just Elioya doing it.
The tools take out of Ash right
may
away, so
wanna
Phyllis
try to
should have more
challenge here,
uptime.
but Mirwin coming over.
Yeah, they do, but
and
they're
is
going to
gonna
land
help
it.
Finish this off, so it should be MKOI's dragon here. They will be able to effectively get that.
If
trade.
Ambessa
Force
ult
out the
miss,
flash.
misses,
Gonna be pretty
Sedge
happy
ult
about
misses,
how
bro, what do you
things
do?
Go with that, all things considered, especially because when you have that split push advantage,
A lot
on
of
someone
stun
like the
tools
Rise,
in
being able to take away
BLG
some of the
that
early
don't have big
dragons
cooldowns.
means that they
Tangle
can't
Barbs.
pressure you to group for a
Syndra
fight
stun,
with a really early
Ishtal
soul.
thingy
Your
with,
first dragon's being
you know,
taken
the
out
W
8.5
from
minutes
Skarner.
and went to your team. So
Like CC
Soul
that
is
comes from the
so
chain
far
of
off
bin.
into the game.
There's a lot more tools. That's why I think it's easier to use. Whereas if Yo-Yo Mirwin's ult misses, either one, it's like, okay, now what do we do? Fate's call. Send in Renata. Renata is going to get fried. And they've also got range, you know? Don't miss anything on MSI. Koi got game 2.
Significant, of course, but a lead is a lead.
And then outside of that, everything else is fresh. We're hoping that Koi can take us to a game 5.
Close, thanks to the extra bit of gold he's getting from the first strike, and also just with some good farm coming through from him.
I mean, Ninja tweet. Ninja, I don't get how professional league players just miss.
As we've seen before, once they have a foothold in the game,
Did he say that?
it's very difficult to knock them off that control that they have. You really have to be super proactive. You have to knock them off balance and find a way to wrestle control away from them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think range is going to be the struggle here for MKOI.
Yeah.
There's a lot of short-range characters here over on their side.
That's what I was saying in draft chat. It's really hard to operate versus Syndra, Ashe, Skarner. Sorry, Syndra, Ashe, Nico more like it. Pick leads into engage.
Any sort of big
but their
CC
starting
or
tool can
engage
always
that
be
could
used
come
from
through.
range, right?
H1 looking here for
Ooh,
Jojo.
ult
Great
misses.
sidestep
Jojo
with
good
the baseline,
sidestep.
but the Ashe area
Ulti
is
early
going
from
to
Knight.
connect here.
But
Now
problem
they're
is
in a lot
this.
of trouble. They're just gonna
He can
give
sit
it
at range.
up, but
There's
on
on
goes
engage.
in, interrupts the
Easier.
realm war from
On
Jojo.
disengages.
He's gonna be okay.
Sedge,
Elioya trying to turn this around.
Sedge.
On to
Ult,
Knight.
nice.
Trouble has no flash from earlier, and they're gonna
Almost
be
had
able
a
to
stroke, stroke, I think.
Down. Jojo
Yeah.
gets a kill back as
El Yoya
one for
is
one in the mid lane.
A
locked
nice
in.
ulti from El
El
Yoya
Yoya,
to
really
lock
nice.
down Knight. means that they can trade back because
Nothing's
the
up.
arrow from the bot lane from Elk connects onto
Is that where it was
Alvaro.
from?
He wasn't able to do anything in the skirmish. And in the 3 versus 3, it looked very BLG
Is that where it was from?
We see the engage comes through from Baseron.
Arrow.
The arrow's going to connect onto Alvaro.
Oh, that's why Alvaro was there.
And then on from the
I don't know why
flank as
Alvaro
well.
was just stuck.
Chains the CC.
Did not
and
look.
then
I was
he
looking
gets
at
a nice
Jojo.
ultimate, scaring. Oh, another
His Impale was down. 2v2.
Back
And they win the 2v2. Go super, go super, go super, go super. Nice Renata roll. We're hitting the right target as well. On's dead. That's a double. That's a double. That's what we need. That's what we need.
Double for Supa. The MKOI bot lane roar to
Nice.
life.
You know, Simon, you asked me before, why pick Callista?
So why
That
hesitate? They had nothing
Callista,
that they could
even
use to
before
fight
one
back.
item parity,
Force
even
the engage
before,
as quickly as
you know, like,
can. And just like that,
once you
Koi
get
come
some levels on
alive
it,
here
once
in
she has
game
boots
4.
as well, boots
Really
tier
nicely
2 is
done.
always
I
so
mean, the
nice.
range advantage is on the
It feels
side
really
of
good.
Elk and On, but if you can
Now,
close
Koi,
that gap,
as
get
far as I
in
know,
on
need
that
tier
Ash
3
on
boots.
Just
Nico.
fling your support.
There you go.
True.
That's the engage tool. Throw him on in there.
It really caught Elk off guard. They were saying, you know what, just go. Yeah, exactly. They have an ult available. He
Bro,
has
look
the
at this.
flash. He doesn't use it.
Plus,
The cleanse
Renata
comes
ulti
through,
with Callista
closes the
passive
gap,
on her tethered,
gets the
which means that she
execution,
gets
and then
extra
on,
damage.
well, he does
It's just
what he can. He
crazy
gets close to actually
dueling.
getting the kill back, but Super has more than enough
That
damage.
feels so nice when you play
Of course, has
Callista
to
with
bail out
Renata.
there as that extra bit of
Good,
security.
good, 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 good,
Really
good.
good punish there from MKOI. They knew the cooldown.
Will she have enough space? I mean, this is what I talked about. Range is an issue. They need a lead. They need a lead.
Fight back. They did hold on to their flashes though, and Alvaro, of course, spent his flash.
there
as
arrow?
well as the ulti now, and all going to get fired down.
Oh my
Jojo
God, good
has the
flash.
Flash at Beishuan looking though, will be hit by the Rune Prison. Locked up and not allowed to follow through. Bin now going
Bin's
on
ulted
top.
in
He's
the
gonna go
wall.
all out. He's looking for Mirwin. Can he find
Missed
him?
Mirwin.
Giga
Bro,
wants
Bin
the
missed a
solo.
lot. Bin
Will
missed
he
a
be able
lot.
to make it happen
Mirwin,
here?
cooldowns win.
Looking
Ulti,
confident,
flash.
forces
Nice.
the flash there out
Nice,
of
nice. We got
Bin.
flash out of Bin.
Well handled there by the MKOI top lane.
They got Jojo flash, we got Bin flash.
Waiting for the shield to
Dragon
disappear.
115. Let's set up. Do we have Rod of Ages for Rise
Kill angle there,
yet
and it seems
after
that
this
Mirwin
wave?
felt the same way. Bin is going to
Yeah,
be forced
Roa
back to
stacking
base.
nice and early, please. Do we have first item? We have Blade from Super. We don't have really any big items. Husker's not enough.
Jojo here.
If
Remember,
Jojo
he has
dies here, that
no
is a
flash,
dragon
but
for
he clears up the
BLG.
wave too fast, so not going to be an
He
opportunity.
just has to buy a bit of time.
Bin
1
just wanted
minute.
to force because he
Jojo
had just
doesn't have
finished
TP
his first
either.
item, right? He has the ice wall.
Okay, he gets
So
away.
he comes
Nice.
back and he says, "I'm going to force an all in." Eclipse is not yet done. But
I feel like
Mirwin
without
playing
arrow
it
tipping
well,
him off, they
able
kill him.
to hold his nerve. Doesn't even have to use the flash, so gets
Maybe.
the advantage, even though Bin was up items.
Okay.
Super wants to back in now. 40
soon.
seconds.
Elyoya steals away the red. Oh,
Elk
actually,
doesn't
will
have
he
ult.
succeed in this steal?
We'll find out. Beishuan's coming in. He wants to contest it. It's going to be a smite fight. And Elyoya just
All right,
walks
there's a
out
small
of there.
lead through bot.
Beishuan gonna be
Jojo
able
has
to
been
grab
playing
it.
really well in this rise. He's got Rod of Ages. We've got Callista with Blade. It's a big item
Again,
pickup.
back towards the side lane does have the row
Kraken
now,
for
so
Ash?
that's
Yeah,
gonna be
Blade is
taking
so
out
much bigger.
Has the Merc Treads, has the tier. So he is scaling, and he's going to be quite tanky, and he has to continue just vacuuming up farm in the side lanes, being that
All
point
I
of
want-
pressure, because BLG really doesn't want to be answering
All I
him
want
insides. They want to
is
be
a good
grouping
fight
up. They
around
wanna
Super.
be engaging fights.
Alvaro
and
saves
looking
that
for picks.
ulti for the
So
jump
the
on
more
Super
Jojo
because
can
they
draw
will
pressure to those side
they will
lanes, I think
send
the
all
better
the
it's gonna
picks
be for
out.
MKOI.
They'll send everything out.
Agree.
But once that's down,
See if they
oh
can
boy,
that.
do we have business.
Ultimately, though, KOI have achieved their first objective,
Hates
which
Eclipse.
is
Eclipse
avoiding
I mean,
BLG
Eclipse is fine. The
getting a
shield is
huge
insane.
early game
You,
advantage, which
you
again,
can't
on
hate
game three is
Ambessa
how
Eclipse.
they
It's the most
snowballed to
broken item on
victory.
her.
Here
We
in
shield
game
bash
4,
and
the
W.
gold is practically
Nah,
dead
man,
even.
that's
The items
it's
are
unreal.
pretty fair.
Having shield
across
bash in your runes
the
as a
landscape,
tank
and as we
bruiser
get
is
closer to this dragon, it's gonna
makes
ultimately come
Eclipse
down to
all that
execution.
much more broken.
BLG have some
It's a
very
defensive
talented
item with
individuals,
offensive
and they found
capabilities.
some
Like
great fights, but
it's
KOI
way too well rounded.
been
It needs
able
to
to
be
go
nerfed.
toe to toe with them as long as they can find the
Skarner
right
can
angle
follow
of
the flash,
attack. The
true.
objective is started off.
BLG are killing this incredibly
But-
fast. MKOI not going to have anything to say
But
about it. It goes down
there's no
in a
fight.
hurry, and now there are pings over onto Jojo. They know he's
Arrow.
in the side brush, and
Oh
this time
my
just
God, again.
barely doesn't connect with that Ash arrow. They
Thank
had
God.
that deep
Otherwise, he
wards.
was
They
dead.
saw
That was
him
tier
walking
1.
that forward
Maybe it's
rush,
tier
and
1
they
anyway because
decided to
Baytron
go for it.
hovering.
Part of me thinks it's the same one that he flashed earlier.
I think Koi are going to play for top.
He's going to have to give up this tower.
Jojo.
This Baytron very deep
Impale.
here.
Oh, side steps down again.
Nice utilization. of
Baytron
the
has
phase
hit
rush
no
there.
ults this game.
Procs it, gets
That
the
is
move
our
speed,
saving grace.
and he's got the fancy
0
feet to avoid
ults.
Good cross map though from Elioya.
Yeah, it really
Recognizing
is.
that the jungler's gone
Really
far
is,
too deep
really
on the
is,
bot
really
side
is.
of the map. He's going to set his sights
Dude,
on this
all
Herald.
Jojo needs to do is play safe,
course, those
and
bot
somehow
camps
he's doing
once
it.
again
Somehow
gonna be
Jojo has
taken
not
very
died this
good
game. They're
at
sending
just
everything
stealing
at him.
away camps.
He's TPing back. As I said that,
No
please
ulti
don't die
available
now.
on Beishuan, though.
He clears the wave.
JoJo is clearing out the wave.
Realm
He's
warp.
going to try to realm warp to safety.
Oh,
Beijuan flash forward, sends him into the wall. He's going to try to go back to the tower to finish it
Yeah,
off.
no,
He
he's
can't
dead.
quite do
As
it.
I say
So
that.
Beijuan getting very low. JoJo
Knight will
low
get this
here
kill.
as well, but no
Knight
one in
or
the
Elk, it
area
doesn't
for
matter.
MKOI to help him out. They're going to be able to donate the kill here
Okay,
over to Knight.
that's a shutdown as well, isn't it?
He's
No,
going
it's
to be
not.
able to grab it. They do
Just good
finally
gold.
take down JoJo.
Harold going to be used
Koi with
in
the play mid.
lane to open up this objective. It was a bit of an ambitious
They need a
TP,
couple more autos. It's not
TP in
going to
response,
take
the
it.
bot
That charge is
tower
not killing the
falls.
turret.
Koi losing some control over the map as that mid tower
If they got
stays
top as well, that would have
alive.
been an insane
Getting
trade for
into pushing an
JoJo. They
extra
lost his
wave in the
TP
bot
though.
lane as well. Mewin doing
His
what he
realm
can on
warp's
the
down
top
for a
side
little
of the
bit.
map, but that tower is still very healthy.
BLG denying
Nice
away,
punish comes
denying
through
away
from
bot.
BLG.
They can cover
They
for
get
top as
themselves a
well.
1K gold lead once again.
And you can see just
Knight
like
still has
that, again,
TP.
Knight out to a significant
TP's
gold
1 for
advantage here,
1.
about
Mismatched
650
lanes though
in
with
his
top and mid.
favor. Even with the early kills there for JoJo.
I'm just worried about the
Feels
game
like that
state. I'm
work
really
can
worried
so
about the game
easily
state.
get wiped away, just
I think
like last
Super
game, you
needs
had the
to
incredible
keep
laning
snowballing this
phase.
game. They need to keep the
Then,
pace up.
does get punished
Koi
on
need
that
to keep
1-9
forcing.
from BLG, but
Because
Mirwin
every time
trying
BLG
to get
slow the
something
game
back on
down,
his
like
side.
with
Should be
this
able to finish
range
off his
draft,
tower,
they're not
but
going to be able to
might
play
be
into Syndra.
overstaying
They're
his
not going to be able
welcome
to
a
play
little
into
bit.
Syndra in
He
this
did do
Cassandre
so.
Arrow.
Ash Arrow comes
That's why
out, knocking
BLG's
him
comp I
dead,
also
and
prefer
Mirwin
because the tools are easy to pick off.
intelligently does back off and still had
I think
tag on
Ash
the
Arrow
tower,
scatter
so
the week.
he
I mean,
still
like,
probably got
bro,
the local gold there.
the safety of range versus a comp like Kalista, Rise, where they need to send it to get into range. I mean, it's up to that's why it's up to Mirwin and Elyoya. Mirwin's Elyoya's engage misses, the game is done. I'm telling you, as the game goes past 25 minutes, Mirwin and Elyoya misengage, I think it's done. I think it's over.
Always doing when there's no waves to play on, they're trying to be proactive on the map. They are inherently a very proactive
H1
team.
Skarner's not the
sometimes
best.
to their
I've
detriment.
heard that. I think I've seen that.
But so far in this series against Koi, it's
Chat, I didn't watch
worked in
that much
their favor.
LPL this split.
17
I wasn't doing
minutes in.
MSI, so I was
The
also
goal
like,
difference is
well,
only about
I don't want to be
500s. A lot of that sitting
routine
on the
with
mid
watching
jungle
LPL,
for
you know.
BLG.
I don't want to be another
Neutral
curse
objective's
streamer.
still a ways away, so the priority right now is
That's why I
just
like
continuing
MSI,
to farm and working
you know?
towards those second items.
Doing a restream when no one at 9 o'clock in the morning, the day after the game, is doing a restream, that's big for me. That's huge. I feel like I'm providing a service that's different.
There were some moments where MKOI, I think, brought it back a little bit in that third game, but still BLG felt like they were mostly in control. You know, after the early laning phase advantages that JoJo was able to get.
Okay.
He's vibing.
Head dog. What? How do I get that?
Having a great time. Listen to the
Patreon was Aragon hating him and saying he's trash. Yeah, Aragon does not like him.
Brother is chilling.
LPL and LCK this year has been
He's
impossible.
enjoying this series just like we are.
Bro, with first stand added into the
Listening
mix,
to the sounds of
with
nature,
triple
the
split
sounds of Rift,
in the year, like
and soon
LoL
the sounds of
Esports has more
violence.
games than ever.
Koi and BLG.
It's so hard to absorb.
Posture in the mid lane. Unbelievable. They moved
Stupid
it.
o'clock? No,
Difference.
eat. Why is stupid o'clock? That's right.
He's still alive. He just teleported.
We can actually sleep at night.
Thank God. Crisis averted.
Look at JoJo on the bot lane. He's very aware of how
I'm aware.
precarious his position is. It's a good ward to spot out Beijuan, but he can't really approach that bot wave.
Mountain Soul for this comp of
JoJo.
BLG. There's
have
no
been
way they
really
rolled a
doing a good job
Mountain
of
Soul
keeping
for a
deep vision
Skarner
and putting pressure
Cassante.
on him.
Really?
JoJo has not really been able to cross the river whatsoever.
Koi,
so
you
as
take
much as he
this. I
wants to be
believe in the
putting that
fights a
pressure
little bit
on the
more.
Towers, being that split push threat, he has not
There's a
really
good
been
soul
in
for
a
the potential
position
last
to do
game.
so because they haven't ever had deep vision. You know, when you
think
look
it's-
at the mini map,
it's
there's
still-
really
it's
nothing
very
past
winnable
the
for
river,
Koi.
right? Like there's nothing here.
Where are the
besides these couple
pixels?
Wards from MKOI,
Where-
some of these kind of defensive wards down here.
Where are the
but that is
pixels?
really about it. And without those deep wards, it's really
We're in the
tough
same
for
time slot
JoJo
for
to actually
LCP.
be pressuring these
Ooh,
towers.
that's good.
Anytime he
That's
steps
good
too
then.
far forward, he could just be getting jumped on by the Skarner.
That's
He is.
good.
He's already
Wasn't
experienced that
LCP
once
was
before.
late at night, wasn't it, for OCE in New
But
Zealand?
again,
Mega late?
Koi couldn't ask
you
for
going
a
over
better
there?
position, especially when
Okay.
we think about how the series has gone so
Kingdom
far.
Come Deliverance 2.
They're a team that
KCD2.
have confidence in themselves
What a
and their
big
ability to play
mouthful.
the fights, but Beijuan looking to take some of that
Okay.
confidence away.
Irwin potentially in some trouble here. He is very
ultis
far.
first.
He's trying to buy time for Elyoya, who is coming down.
Mirwin
Here
ultis
comes
to
the
get out.
teleport as well from multiple
Mirwin
members.
looking for the
Knight
flip.
and JoJo
This is
both
going to turn into a
rise
big
to
fight.
the
Arrow
Elyoya is now
hits
here.
nothing.
They chain across the
Maybe a
lane,
fight
doesn't
for
quite
Koi.
connect. JoJo trying to turn
Look at
this
this. They're
around.
in
They
range.
finds two
It's
men
good.
in Hale, and Knight
Syndra
is
ult
here
though.
as well. He's
CC,
gonna go
but they're
on.
in
He's
range. They
taking
moved into
JoJo
range.
on a trip
Realm warp.
that he does
JoJo's
not
out.
wanna be on. Nice
Knight might
one
be
back
dead.
to safety
Oh
though
no,
on the
the
other
flip
side.
back from
But
Binny
Elk is
Boy.
here.
And
Elk
on.
is on flashes.
Oh, the
Knocks him
tools.
BLG
The tools are
knock 'em
too
down.
easy.
A couple kills going their way.
There's always
But
an
at the very
engage
least,
option.
MKOI did get back one.
What's that? You've
with the
used
kill on the
everything. You're in
baseline.
range.
The collapse was
On.
just faster for BLG. The arrival of the Nico was the game changer needed. Koi you saw how they felt confident.
Betty's
in
used
that
the
play.
word game
They were the
changer now
ones
because
chasing
he's
after
learned Magic
BLG
the Gathering.
with knowing
And he
that the
likes
bot lane
talking
was
about game
arriving.
changers.
The TP comes through quick.
I mean, to
but
be
that
fair,
rotation that already comes
he's
through
better
from
than me at
bot
the game
side
now
of the map
somehow because he's
means
a
that the
nerd.
arrival of the bot lane turns the fight
Oh,
in
he's a
their
nerdy
favor.
nerd.
A nice
I'm a
ulti
nerd, but
comes
he's a
through from
nerdy
Beishan
nerd.
to connect
That
up to
arrow
two.
was close.
All of the
Jojo
damage is
instantly
thrown
flashed, but he
onto
got
Jojo
impaled.
to try and shut him out
Knight's
of
in
the fight.
range though,
He's
so
then
I
taken
thought
out
it was a
by
good
Jane
start.
into a 2v2.
Like Koi
There
actually turned this.
starts to be
Beige one
won
dies,
by the Koi
but then
top
look, bro,
jungle duo.
the flip
But
from
then
Bin,
Elk
they're
and
stuck
On
here
arrive. They get a
on
nice
clean
combo
as
off,
hell.
and they get themselves
And then
2
Super
kills.
and
If
Alvaro
Super
aren't there.
Alvaro had been a few seconds earlier, it could have been a big fight for Koi.
Yeah.
It ends up going the way of BLG.
BLG back to live.
Here we do it again.
Right
We do it
on
again.
this dragon.
No
Elliot
ultis
trying to
up
see
though.
if there's
We got
an angle.
Kalista
He's
and
trying to
Aro
be
up
in
though, and
range
they're in
of
part of the
that
fight.
smite here. Will he be
Arrow
able
is
to
up.
steal it away? Can't
They got
quite
Dragon,
get it.
Mountain Stacks.
Was a flip,
Scatter the
but
Weak.
it
Look at the
is taken
range.
there by Beishan. Alvaro.
The range and they're
A
out.
little bit of poke from Elk and Knight, but BLG
It's
have
just
the
so
objective, and
difficult.
they're going to be happy
It's
to back
difficult
off.
to walk
Koi has
anywhere when
positioning on the
BLG have full
mid-wave, though.
information.
That tower is getting very low.
Thank you
The
so
fact
much.
that
I'll
they'll be
start
able to clear
Wolves.
this out means that they should be able to secure this objective.
There could be an arrow.
More members here, but Renata's going to go back to base, so no, they don't actually have the power anymore. The
Scout
threat
the
of the
Weak.
Syndra
Yeah.
is that they're too hesitant to approach the tower. And it's an objective
If
secured
Mirwin held his ult,
BLG.
yeah, I mean, if he, well,
holding
but what did I
control of
say?
the
Hey,
game for now.
let's go back to the notes. Who's the cartographer in the room right now?
Did not teleport down for the play.
Okay.
Jojo
Who's
does
the
at least push
cartographer?
in the way, but cannot threaten that tier 1 bot. Isn't safe to be able to walk.
What
up
did I say
and
at the
get any
start of
damage
this
down
game?
on it. Just doesn't have the vision to really
What did I
do
say
so.
about Mirwin's ulti? What did I
Otacon
say
has
about
been
Oyoi's ulti?
such
What did the streamer say?
Big draw for BLG. Like
Who
every
wrote it
game
down?
feels like it spawns, they
Who
go there,
wrote
they
it down?
force a fight, they force an objective. This time though, the game is quite close, so BLG not looking
Who
as
wrote it down?
confident to just straight up start the Otacon raid on spawn.
No, I said law, League of Legends lore.
A lot of the damage up if you
My
want
God.
to. That is on hovering on the bot river.
Bro, Simon
Chip away
Bolivar,
from Otacon to try and
you're fucking, I'm going to send you
force
down a
Super
boulevard
Arrow
in a
to take
second,
the
bro.
long way around. Elioya.
Cartographers make little maps.
They're going to go for Jojo.
Okay.
Jen Lair right
So,
to the base. There's
who
the
made the
platform.
map?
There's the Impale. The CC is all getting layered. Jojo is tanky, but he's not tanky enough. And that might
Dude,
just be
Beich
what
one,
they need.
Beich
They
one,
try to
maybe
go for
cooking,
more.
maybe
Now they're
Beich one
looking
overcooking.
here for Elioya. Zubin's in break
Nice
position, though.
Elioya
They'll
ulti,
also
sorry,
take over
Alvaro
from
ulti.
Beichuan is
Beich
left
one
to
is an
the
inter on this
Wolves.
Skarner.
They get a kill. It costs them a lot, though, and MKOI answer right back.
I mean, I was really worried for Koi there because BLG, they
Bro,
have been
Beich
throwing
one is
out
an inter on
arrow
this
after
Skarner.
arrow, and Jojo just oversteps in the mid lane. The quick collapse.
The silent
once again from
cartographer.
BLG. They are just
Nice.
so fast
Good
at
Halo
punishing.
reference.
Now
Okay.
the jungler's gone.
We're going to
The
flip the
fact that he
Otacon.
overstayed is well
There
good.
is
The
no
fact that he
smite.
got punished means that the
But
spider's
guys, let's
available
not
for
forget
Koi.
we
They
still have Syndra.
the Kalista as well.
We
He
have to
wants
space
fight.
this back.
Keep your eyes on Mirwin
They
on
have
the flank.
Rend and Smite. This should be free.
To threaten Knight as well as
Looking
Elk
for
here as
Mirwin.
This is getting lower and lower
Knight's
and lower.
walking in.
BLG just gonna
This
have
is
to
Ren
give it
is
up.
the
They're
kill.
gonna try to turn
They got
around onto
Mirwin though.
Great engage here
So
from Wolves.
Otacon for
Gotta
Mirwin.
really
Mirwin's
follow.
dead.
Do they have the damage to
Right?
actually knock him
They're
down?
turning
He's
it.
gonna go in.
Elk
Elk
instant
is in
cleanse
trouble.
flash though.
Flash out to safety.
I don't think you win this
He
fight.
knocks him
Elyo, I
down,
don't
but
think you
he
win
could
this
be
fight. I
the
think you
one
want to
in
get away,
trouble
get away,
now.
get away.
Here comes the McHales, but he
Oh,
just
that
gets
Scout of the Week was
control
out
of
of
the
range.
lead by
W
Knight.
slows.
Alvaro now in trouble. Is going to have to get pulled in there by
Close
the Fates
game.
ball. Kalista keeps
Otacon is
her
a big
support
win
safe.
for Koi.
At the end of the
Actually,
day,
BLG got
MKOI
so many
do
flowers
walk
because they're
away
ahead.
with Otacon. Jojo
There's-
here
they
has
didn't
to
get that
be a
many
little bit
flowers.
careful. Elk trying to
Elk is
space
just-
him, but Jojo putting down so much
Holy.
damage onto him. Jojo now running for the hills here. Beishuan coming in. The teleport's going to be
Oh
coming back
my
from Knight.
God.
The Impale does not connect. As On is there looking for the Tangle Barbs. They can't close the
Oh
gap
no,
for
no,
Jojo.
super, super,
He
super,
gets
super.
out, but it does cost the cleanse now on Supa as he arrives. and
Watching
takes the
Beich one
damage
on this
from Knight.
Skarner gives me hope.
So
I actually think they
stressful
can win this
playing
game.
against BLG because anything you try to do, they fight you for it.
I want this minion. Well, I'll fight you. I want this jungle camp. Well, I'll fight you.
I mean, we're looking
True.
back at this play, and BLG wisely recognized we can't contest this. this, so let's just collapse onto Mirwin. And it's a good engage. The chain CC looks good. They thought that they've got the pick, but he throws out the ultimate to get away to safety.
And then Mirwin, granted, that's how he gets out. But Elyoya cues in, bro.
They've used too many resources. He ends
Chat
up
is Knight just going to have a mega lead again and one pump someone.
So it ends up being a kill in exchange for the Arakan. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the arrow gets used
the crowd
onto
is full
Jojo
because
in
the T1
midway.
fans are out
He looks
early.
Like he's in a very scary position.
The T1
but
fans
he's
are
just
ready.
barely able to get away with
T1
his
fans
life.
sell
The
out
goal,
tickets, that's for
again,
sure.
we find
I also
is
think
even,
Koi fans sell out
and the
tickets.
fights
But
continue to
I
be
think
the same.
mainly
6 to
KC
7 the
T1
kill
fans,
score.
they sell
You can see
tickets.
in that last fight, though, Knight has the upgraded ultimate.
What happens to the loser? They go to the losers bracket. No, the losers bracket gets eliminated. But we're not in no losers bracket today, chat. Tomorrow is losers bracket. As far as I know. I'm not looking at the rest of the schedule because I don't know.
You can see nice little advantage for
But no one spoil. No one spoil. No one tell me losers bracket who's in it. If you spoil, permaban. I'm fucking. The other day, someone did it where they're like, No, it was like on day one where they're like, oh, in the playing stage, they're like, oh, it's going to be GT versus GAM or some shit. And I'm like, bro, we're on the GAM series. That guy got permabanned. That guy is fucking cooked. Today is Fly G2. Yeah.
So.
No, Fly G2 is not a spoiler. Chat, we saw it yesterday. I'm sorry, I'm not. Look, you've had a day. If I've restreamed it, it's not a spoiler anymore. It'll now be streamed twice. BLG MKOI is currently a spoiler. I do not want to know who wins. That's a spoiler. That's a perma. G2 going to be clapped. That's not a spoiler. That's just wrong.
BLG at match point. MKOI looking to do
no,
what no
Western
Western team has done before. Take a second game of BLG
Give
in a
me
series.
cake. Someone send Gruesome some cake now.
It looks like BLG's not in a position to contest.
No, Gruesome, your foot is fucked, bro. I saw that.
Going to be able to finally take down this
bro, get some ice on that shit.
Mirwin as well
now.
as Jojo do team up to knock that
Tino
one down.
undisclosed
so
location. What is your name?
Here is secured by
Thanks, bro.
MKOI. 200 in their favor now. 100.
Good.
It's basically
Good. We got Dragon because BLG are playing topside. They're playing for Baron. They're playing for this turret. They want to open up the map a little bit. I mean, yeah, the Dragon's good. It's a long game though, chat. Really need to buckle up.
Getting scary. Knight on this syndrome.
Knight is 3-1
is
3.
Next to help melt through the front line. Aldoya starting to build up those resistances, but he's really the only tanky member. As Knight.
What next?
Closer and closer to level 16, a level behind Jojo thanks to the Rod of Ages.
It's all about this Baron Force. 3-item Syndra. He's got the flower. He's got the Crypto Bloom.
As well as the additional tankiness, stacking up that armor and MR.
Crypto Bloom for range?
And I'm going to be interested.
Isn't Void stuff just better?
Here. You know, does he feel like he needs a QSS on top of the cleanse?
Like, does the healing even work? Crypto Bloom, yeah. This is a crypto. So he's got cryptocurrency flower.
A lot of options here. There is a tremendous amount of magic damage as well. You know, when you're looking over at both the Syndra and the Nico. So
I just want to see how my pick'ems are going, bro. Don't do that. Don't go to your pick'ems.
Magic resistance now coming
Just stop it. You're stewing. Stop it. Chat, don't go on your pick'ems. Don't do anything till after the series. If you're coming here to watch it fresh, don't go there. Don't even open internet. Go talk to your wife or your son or your mother or your father. Go talk to your family in the morning. Have a bowl of milk. Just do anything but that.
Chipping away.
Okay.
Seeing what he can.
Is there only one series tonight? Oh, big.
I'm keeping my eyes on the minimap again. Jojo
I thought it was 2 again.
Koi have to
but don't say which one. Don't correct me and be like, no, yeah, it is. Wait. Talk to your daughter if you want. Yeah, do it. I do it. I talk to my daughter every morning, I think. Every morning? I talk to my daughter. Every day. I talk in the belly. In the belly. I talk to the belly.
And we saw BLG trying to group mid, and then both.
I let her know. I say, don't play League of Legends.
I
say it. I say, don't play League of Legends.
It is going to get tougher and tougher to potentially take.
Why do they have to plaster the results everywhere? Because they're annoying. But don't look at the pick'ems. Bro, I don't. The only internet I use in the morning is like language, or I use something financy. I'm not teaching a Dota too. Yuck. That game is so trash. Let's make everything broken, then nothing's broken. Bro, yeah, let's make the learning curve even harder than League of Legends, sure. That game is so bad. Yo, Menoise.
Has had his third done for quite some time.
The Crypt Bloom, along with the Large Rod, now secured.
Large Rod.
I feel like we're getting closer and closer to that game-deciding fight. I feel like on
I'm worried.
Have the advantage in the front
I'm worried about Koi taking a late game fight. I'm worried about Koi.
Their ability to find picks, the rise
3-item Callista. Blade is good. Terminus of the fight is good, but she's going fucking protein shake fourth.
BLG do have some really good engage tools. If you overcommit there, well, hostile takeover can be a game changer.
Yeah, I mean, they are literally, Koi relied on this top jungle. Show me something magic. Show me a Realm Warp that gets Alvaro in, where he gets like a 5-man ulti.
I can feel it's like on a knife's edge right now. It can easily swing either way.
It's on a knife's edge. Arrow. Alvaro's isolated. Super, you need to ult him. Super, you need to ult him. They're going to turn for it, but no one's here. Mirwin late TP. Mirwin late TP. Jojo's in. Pop Blossom defensive. Oh, yeah. Mirwin not dead. Oh. Hold.
As BLG can't stop him. It's Knight and On still around here, but no one
Okay.
falls for MKOI.
That's
and
fake
they have
Elk.
their eyes
Elk
on the
was
Baron.
dead. Elk is dead.
Mewen.
Be careful. Does Knight have ulti? Oh, he got it. Oh my god, they overstepped. They entered. Whoa! It's an ace. That's an ace.
MKOI secure the ace. They get themselves the Baron. KOI with a fantastic team fight.
How did they win that fight? Bro, Jojo flipped the angle, flashed in.
Beautiful Baron. It was such a tense moment.
What?
Such a close back and forth.
What
My
did they
goodness,
do?
I thought that when they threw Alvaro in, it was just going to be disaster.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like Alvaro had been caught out, that it could be problematic.
Death time is too low. They can't end.
Mira
They got Baron
so
though.
much work done. And the
Bro,
initial play
scatter the
here,
weak
you know, when they
miss.
go for that flash forward onto
Arrow,
Elk,
look at the
really
target
turns
selection.
things around.
Knight's on Alvaro, everyone else is on Elyoya. Elyoya disengages. Insane Alvaro ulti. Goes back in, flashes. Elk's in the middle now though. Elk is in the middle, and look at Jojo. Look at Jojo. Bro, Jojo is spreading the syphilis to everyone.
Unkillable on the front line in the middle of 3. He
Oh
was
my
unstoppable.
god.
He procs the grasp, he's healing up from that, and he autos one
Nice.
member after another with Sundered
Nice.
Sky.
Really
and he's got
nice.
a ridiculous amount of healing. He just crushed them. And Jojo helping to set that up, you know,
Oh, that was
finding Elk.
like
Mirwin
that
gets
was
in there,
that
and
was a
Mirwin really
masterclass.
got the
That
work
was a
done.
masterclass of a
Both
team
Supa
fight.
and Mirwin now out to about a 2.5k gold lead. There's the Jack show done now for
Oh my god, they
Supa.
can do it.
Good luck
6K
one-shotting
gold lead.
him
They can
now.
do it.
It's
They can
gonna
do
be
it.
incredibly difficult here for BLG to be able to just
They
delete
stop.
that Kalista.
They stop any semblance of a Dragon Soul. They move to their own.
He's got to be cautious of the
Scatter the weak. Mirwin, come on. Let's not get caught out yet.
Do they commit everything?
Do they get
here?
Dragon?
don't
They do.
need
They
to
get
use
Dragon,
more,
but it's a
does
shutdown
cost them
tonight.
Quite a bit, multiple ultimates.
But Jojo, they're going to drag
is gonna be
TP.
up on
Maybe they
this
can do
top
something
side.
bot.
Teleport
Maybe with
coming
TP.
in here from Bin to answer. But Jojo's still going to feel confident about his positioning. Does have that tower pretty low.
He's out with
Bin
phase rush. He
not
can
gonna be
probably
able to win
back.
this 1v1. You have to think at this
They
point.
can do something about bot maybe. Problem is range still.
Nice TP response comes through from BLG.
Ooh, Mirwin.
The stuns from Knight are terrifying.
And Bessa walked out of that.
Super
I mean, yeah,
very
but
cusp
bro,
of-
now you wanted a question about Eclipse. Eclipse with Sundered Sky with Shield Bash. Like,
BLG have slowed
look at the
the
damage, and
pressure
then
down.
look at with Grasp. Look at how much health
50
she has.
seconds left of the
I mean, it's
Baron.
not just Grasp's item choice. Like,
MKOI would love to
bro,
get
and
more.
Bessa is.
Looks
And
like for
Bessa
now
is
they're
so
not gonna be
broken
able
as a
to
champ.
without Mirwin.
What's her
Just don't
weakness?
quite have
Her
the
long
numbers.
cooldowns early. After that, everything else
Jojo
is
playing
kosher.
safe. He's not actually insta-pushing that top wave. He's waiting for another wave to connect on the bot side of the map. And MKOI trying to play with all the waves
You know-
that they have right now.
Yeah, and you can see the
Mirwin should have immune
about
the
500
Ash Arrow.
additional gold earned
True.
after the initial kill of
What,
that
by
Baron.
buffering ulti in?
Of course, still a massive gold swing, especially when you're considering the 5-for-0 right.
Oh, you
before
mean
that.
like by pressing alt,
Huge
it doesn't
for
actually,
MKOI.
he doesn't
This
have to
one
ult in,
definitely
just
has
ult
been
the other way.
Closest game by far, and it's MKOI that
Fuck her
come
up after a
big when
W's.
they need it most.
You
They're
also
on
need,
so quick. They've extended themselves
I think
out to a
Serpent's
4,000
Fang
gold lead.
would be really good for this
USS
team. No one's
now
picked up
in
Serpent's
for
Fang.
Supa. You have the Mikhails,
Who
you
does,
have the
though?
Locket there for Alvaro to try to protect him. You have 3 ways to
Chat,
cleanse
is there a
CC
magic-
now
is there a
between
magic
Supa and
Serpent's
Alvaro.
Fang?
It's going to be so impossible
That does more damage to
lock
shields?
down this Kalista.
And I will say, it's just so
It
cool
cri-
to
it's not
see
Crippling,
Supa
is
in
it?
the position that he's in. Of
Is there a
course,
magic Serpent's
when he
Fang?
made that deft comment last year, of course, he was memed.
No,
he was
there's
made
not,
fun
is
of
there?
a lot, but it comes from a place of confidence where he wants to believe and he has to believe that he can
Wouldn't you
compete
just
with the
stand
best
still?
in the world, and he gives so much credits to his coach.
Shadow
the
Flame used to have
confidence
that?
He helped him believe in.
There's a
and
magic black
the fact
sleeve
that
up.
he can come here today and play
And
like
Shadow
he's
Flame
playing
has
with that
magic
level of
true damage,
confidence,
right?
getting that triple kill in
Oh,
that
it
last
was
fight.
magic
That's the
true
type
damage.
of
Has true
performance
damage,
that
no?
fans have come to expect
So
from
below
Supa, and the fact that
35%?
He's delivering here in Game 4, looking to bring MKOI to Game 5. Is great to see. We'll see if they
That
can
Ash
close
is
things
weak.
out.
That
BLG
Ash needs
is
an
no
IE.
easy
Fourth item
opponent.
IE coming.
The gold is still heavily in BLG's
At IE,
favor,
I think
but-
Koi
sorry,
still have to
Koi's
fear.
favor, but later and
4K
later into
gold
the
lead,
game
it's
we
good.
go, that
2 minute
gold
30. That
matters
dragon,
less
that
and
mountain
less,
soul
especially
would be
as
such a
these
good
4
denial.
finals are being completed.
Yeah, Death Cap done now for Knight. That is
It's
a
not
big
over
one
yet. It's not over
for
yet.
him, and Elk going to be working in
We have to
towards
be
that infinity
mega
edge. Those are
careful.
the 2 major items that they are looking for their carries to really ramp
Let's
up
play
the
through
damage.
Jojo insides.
Yeah.
When
Way
they
too
try and
tanky
overload,
on to
we
mess
look out
around
the side of the
with.
map.
It's really just
There's so much
up to
pressure
being able
in
to
this like
find
1-3-1,
Elk
this
and
broken
Knight.
1-3-1.
Can you find those carries?
Keep
Maybe
them
able
out
to
of their
knock them
jungle.
down, or will the potential counter engage there from
We can do this.
BLG
Just don't
hopefully
walk into
impress
Night
them
zone
that
control.
MKOI are
Just
gonna
don't
be
walk
looking
into
for.
Knight's E.
The Baron, of course, has expired. It's going to be up again in about a minute and 30 seconds.
Yo,
and
I
they
can't. What
have
up?
potential
Seven's
soul
Fang
here at 2
straight up
minutes.
reduces the
And
amount
I'm
of
sure
shielding,
we'll
while
do a
Shadow Flame
lot
does
of
more
work
damage on shielded
building
enemies.
into the
Ah.
kind of composition that BLG
Maybe
have,
Shadow
where
Flame
most of their
should
damage
be the
really is
last
burst
option for
and
Knight,
is
but I don't know
upfront
if we're going to get
besides
there.
just the Ash.
There's a lot of shielding on this team, actually. There's a lot of shielding, and I don't think BLG are mitigating it at all.
On the back foot, but not down and out by any means. The arrow from Elk, always an option for finding a pick.
Doesn't have the shield thing anymore? Yeah, okay.
Yep, he is cooking.
He wants to live.
Yeah.
And I feel like he has the tools to do it.
I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense when you think about the kind of composition that BLG have. Again, they have so much upfront
That
damage.
wouldn't
but if you
admit.
can
Look at
survive
Elyoya.
that
He wants
and
to
be able
fish.
to actually get into that back line.
Fake
Saw how much
Elk.
healing he did last time. And it
Also,
was
just having
pretty
an
frightening.
extra shield going into the fight definitely just makes you that much harder to kill.
Yeah, also with Mountain Soul Shield, I forgot. I mean, it just adds.
Trying to
Yeah, what up,
turn
man? How you
things
doing?
around as Knight will just pull back this red buff. They'll look to burst it down, and we'll see if they can do that. Will be able
Yay.
to grab it, so nicely played there
Global
by
red.
BLG, securing the red buff for their team. So
Mirwin should do another wave into reset. He's got a
wants to push in that bot
Bloodthirster
wave, but he
4.
realizes he's very
Mirwin's got a
isolated from his team, doesn't have
Bloodthirster.
the teleport available. They have good vision control
No
as well.
Shojin, just
He realizes, no, it's still too
fucking
dangerous, so he's
healing.
going to keep pushing in that mid wave instead.
If they get Mountain Soul, they win. I think so.
Now have come through
I
here
think
for
Mountain
BLG.
Soul is a game
Infinity
winner.
Edge as well as the Death Cap are completed. Jojo, of course, has yet to
Then
start
you have to
working on
ask,
his Death
are they
Cap.
killable?
Will be coming down
I
the
think
pipe,
the
so
answer
this
is
game
no.
does continue on.
I said it was going to be very hard, but BLG didn't really scale. I mean, they lost that big fight.
Find him out. But if Elk steps too
And
far to
there's
the side,
massive
Mirwin
leads
may
now.
Just go for him or Knight.
I like Elk's positioning, though. He's staying very close to his team. He's
Look at that right
avoiding
flank.
that
There's
fog of war.
Mirwin
Mirwin going to be
on a ward.
spotted.
Show me full vision. Show me. Observers, don't do this. I want to see full vision. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Confident to try to start a
Okay.
fight themselves.
Yeah, they're not
here.
on Baron,
They're
obviously.
the
Yeah,
ones now being choked out of
yeah.
vision,
I don't know
trying
what.
to
I'm not cheering for
reclaim
BLG
some
chat. I'm
semblance
cheering
of
for
control
Koi.
here by going
I'm
through
used to
mid lane
cheering
here
for
with
the
Elk
LPL
on the
team.
side. Elyoya threatening on the other side as well. MKOI kind of have this 3-man squad in the mid lane.
Mirwin has an angle here.
To be used onto Jojo as he got
Mirwin
caught
angle.
scatter. Bin now being
Bin
pulled in,
dragged.
has to use the path maker to
Unstoppable.
get back to safety. Getting
Elk
chunked
is making it
down
hard
a
for
little
him.
bit there.
Mirwin not
Any
spotted
amount
out.
of health could really make the difference in a fight that
Mirwin,
is
it's
feeling
everything.
like
It's
gonna be this
everything.
close.
Mirwin, everything in this fight.
Elyoya's
Oh,
gonna go. He
Yoya.
does
It's
spot
fake.
Knight.
It's Knight. Scout of the week.
On trying to block
Okay.
him out, though.
Oh,
They are
Alvaro
trying to
misses
keep back
handshake.
stage one now,
He's chunked.
taking a little bit of
If he
damage.
walks up,
Elyoya
Knight
decides
will
not
one-shot
to
him.
go for it. Didn't want to
Scout of the
commit.
week again. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
getting
Alvaro. Alvaro.
Yeah, he's in a
Good.
lot of
Dodges
damage. He
up.
took a lot of damage.
Jojo coming for the
now on
flank. Elk is
Trying
just
to get
ordering.
some
That's fake Elk.
chip
Scout of the
damage.
week.
Ooh,
Oh my
another
God,
hit
Knight.
onto Alvaro.
Oh.
Knight doing some huge work in
Where are
the
we going?
skirmishes. Oh, they're going
Dragon.
to go straight towards the...
Oh, man. Soul for Baron? Yeah, that's worth. Elyoya flashed.
Make the call to actually go for this. BLG say, you know what? We got
Oh,
the
yeah,
vote.
that's worth.
Take
What the
Baron.
hell? That's
You
so
get the
worth.
soul, but the
Yeah,
soul lasts
BLG are
forever,
doing
so
Baron.
BLG are going to have to try to get a lot done with this Baron buff, or the trade will not be worth it.
I don't think it's worth it
Question is,
ever.
Can they find the angles to really
I think
force
Koi can start a
the hand
5v5
here?
with Mountain
Try
Soul.
to get in there,
Easy.
try to look for dives, try
That
to
was
close
the
out
worst
game, or at
trade.
least
I think
create a
that was
massive
bad for
advantage with
BL.
this, because otherwise,
Nah, that's
MKOI are gonna be
fraudulent.
so
That's
happy
fraudulent.
with the trade.
That was, yeah, Jojo just going down. That was clean.
Pressure on the bot side of the
clean.
map, going to steal away what camps he can.
Did you see the flash? I saw the
close to the
flash.
40-minute mark.
Hence the, yo, just
Tell
flashed.
that-
I saw that.
I mean, the gold means very little this late
At
into
least,
the game.
at least BLG has standing goal.
BLG
Like,
still have a
yeah, they get them
strong
standing
front-to-back
goal. But
team
do you
fight
think any
composition.
standing goal changes the fight? I guess
Koi,
maybe for Syndra.
They have quite a few creative ways of
We
getting
do have
into
a-
the back
a
line,
full
and
build Ash
something
with
that
2
you
control
mentioned,
wards.
Azale, was
I think she needs
ultimate
GA.
can be the game changer, can be the difference maker, especially when they were clumped up around that Baron area. It hit like
Top
3,
Blossom
4
changes games,
members
though.
and just kind of keeps BLG clumped, which then gives Mirwin so
Top
many
Blossom
playmaking
enables pick.
possibilities, and it buys a lot of space for
Seeker's
Super.
picked up the
So
Knight.
positioning is going to be crucial. And this late into the game, you just got to remember that everyone does a lot of damage.
It's
A
worth for
single
both. If
misstep
BLG can just
from
drag
a
and get ace and
carry
lose
or a
both.
mid laner, you're likely just
They get
going to
aced,
get
yeah.
one shot. A flash isn't going to be enough to save you, but a bailout could very well
Yeah.
be the difference as well. So
I mean,
there's
look,
a lot of small things. It's
listen
ultimately
to
going to
it,
come down
Billy
to
Boy.
execution.
I just don't think the standing gold and the ability to mitigate Koi from pushing is worth. Because I think the soul is game changing, and I think them playing for a pick,
well, the next
Ash Arrow or Syndra Stun before Dragon, so that they can get the third mountain, would have been bigger. But maybe they couldn't, and maybe they're just like, let's just go Baron. We do what we can.
It's going to be really hard for Knight to be able to pick him off.
Best of the
quickly.
shit decisions.
Plus dealing with the bailout, the locket, the
H1
shield
on
as
Skarner,
well.
I never want to see it again.
Could be coming through.
Arrow
Look for
connects.
Mirwin. Mirwin is gonna be
Impaled,
connected
missed.
onto it. There's the
Scout of the
ball
week
from
gave
Ball,
range.
but here comes the hostile takeover,
Really
and
good
it's
Renata roll.
off by
Oh
Elf. They
no.
get the first kill,
Bro,
and now
they even into the Skarner ult. Bro, scat of the week. Just ruined Skarner ulti.
Just to buy some time. BLG just like that.
Oh my God,
Find
damage from
Mirwin
Elk.
and burst them down, and
They're
now they're going to
sieging
continue the
incredible
push here.
grubs.
Jojo gets
Oh,
actually
Jojo's
stopped
found.
on the recall, so
Jojo's
On
found
is
by
just going
On.
to harass him. BLG are going to try to
Oh
keep
no,
going.
oh no.
They're going to try to threaten the
Oh no,
base here
oh no,
as On
oh
is
no,
just
they're gonna
chasing
they're gonna
after
try and
Jojo,
end.
not allowing him
They're
to
gonna
get
try and
back,
end.
and he
They've
is
got a 4
most of
versus
their way
3.
clear at this point.
Oh, they're not gonna let
BLG
no, no,
going
this is not how it
for
ends.
the
This is not how it
throw.
ends.
Can Jojo
Come on,
get
Jojo, get back.
to
Do you have a
his
run
team?
warp? Do you have a
Now
run warp?
getting
There it is.
Grillo, gets
He's
him to
coming
the
in.
center. He's gonna
But is
take
Elioya
some
gonna be
damage
alive by
out
the time
for
you're
the
there?
match.
Turret
As Green
gone.
steps forward, the
Jojo's here.
Pacific
Jojo's here.
already
We
down.
fight. Fight for our lives. Fight for our lives. They're
Doesn't do
flashing. They're on the
anything.
Nexus. Stop them. Stop them. Stop them. Stop them. Stop them. Jojo. Jojo.
Finish it off. Elk and Knight make it happen. Knocked out the
Oh my
Nexus.
God.
The series and crushed
That was
the
so
Hulk of
winnable.
Europe. It's
That was
gonna
so
end
winnable.
3-1 off the back
That was
of a
so
pick,
winnable.
Just like that.
Just like that, a single misstep is all it took. A quick collapse onto Mirwin into a game-ending play. They made
Oh
the
my
Baron
God.
look
100% worth.
with the
Look.
Baron empowered minions. They ran
Look.
straight down mid and they just ended it.
It was in the
BLG
end.
will take the series 3-1.
Nah. Props, dude. Koi, props to Koi. BLG, that was an insane call. On just permanently harassed Jojo, found him in a flank backing. Ewan has flash. Tragic, just like our region.
Pick off Mirwin.
Chat, do you think that Koi is not better than FlyQuest? I do.
And he is their wave clear.
Mirwin, the weakest point in this series, Mirwin was weak.
It's cooked. They just focus the Nexus and that's it.
In this series, Mirwin was
The
weak.
series in an efficient way. They make the comeback happen.
My pick'ems are saved, but my heart is not. Mirwin had an okay game, I thought. Did he not? Can I get? I want replays. Or are we gonna get a
Yep, we'll have to see what happens.
interview with
And
who?
Wendy, who are standing
Elk.
by.
I can't hear anything.
And it feels like they're the team who challenged you the most
Okay.
so far.
True.
首先，恭喜你们获得今天比赛的胜利，但是也要问
Mirwin
一下，
was
可
the
能你
weakest
们
in
对于
the
你们
series. I
对手
mean,
的一
of
些
course.
看法，因为其实 MKOI
No,
这支队伍
actually-
在 LEC，大家总是会觉得他们在面对到对手，总是有着非常充分的准
Argue
备。所以
super
说
in
想
early
问一下有
games
什么
was
看
weak.
法？
我觉得这一次他们也打得
Mummy, I
非常
want
好
cake.
然后从第二局
No,
还
chat,
有
we watch
第四
interviews,
局其实
and then we
我
go
们
next
打得
game,
比较
next
激烈
series.
然后在第四局就前期我们也就是中期
I wanna hear
的时候我们也
interviews
练什么
entire
但是我们
tournament.
后期翻盘就能感觉到他们整体阵容还有他们个人实力都打得非常好吧。
I must say, MKOI is a great team and performed so good today, especially for both game 2 and 4. We just made so many aggressive fights, and especially for the last game, we were like kind of in a
FlyQuest
disadvantage
G2
situation. They
for
put
tomorrow,
us off
or I
guard,
mean tonight, but
after
you know
that, we
tomorrow.
just be able to make a comeback. So I really would like to give a big shout out to MKOI as well because they did so good in all the team fights and also in the macro.
G2.
Focusing a bit more on your performance after the play-in
No, in my
stage,
pick'ems
you
I put
said that you
FlyQuest.
were
I put
warming up,
FlyQuest to
getting
win.
used to the
I did
stage, and
FlyQuest.
also
I think it's
you
a
had to
3-2.
get
I think
better at the
FlyQuest
laning
wins.
phase, especially. Do you feel like you
But
improved enough
I feel
to
like
your
G2 will
standards?
level up.
那么记得，其实，在入围赛结束的媒体
Traitor.
采访当中，艾克选手
I
有
watched
提到
G2 in the
说，
play-in
可能
stage,
入
bro.
围赛
What could I
对
say?
你们来讲，更多的是一种热身和热手，还有很多地方需要提高和进步，特别是比如说像对线的部分。所以说，你觉得可能
MKOI
回顾
over
自己今天的
BLG.
表现，自己的队伍
There
是
is a
否在
world
这
where
一
they
方
win
面
that,
可能
true.
说有所长进呢？有什么样的看法？
因为在入围赛的时候，其实我觉得我们
If
整个队伍的
G2
身体状
wins,
态
I don't care about
没有
pick'ems.
那么
That's
好
true,
吧
bro.
然后
Yo,
在比赛上
Kimiori,
面表
that's
现出来的画面其实也没有那么好。然后今天的这几场比赛，我自己觉得我们
Using
相对
brain
而
today,
言
aren't we,
是
Jed?
比入围赛的时候发挥的好一点了。然后但是自己就感觉自己也个人失误还有掉点还是比较多吧。然后就希望就自己就好好复盘，然后在下一场比赛的时候能够做得更好，打得更好。
I must say, maybe for the play-ins, we didn't have a very good health condition for the whole team, and we didn't like have a very solid gameplays as well. But I think for today's ball lane and laning phase, together with On, we were able to just do it better and better. But still,
True.
for myself, I made some mistakes here and there, so I really need to do more reflections and maybe do more feedbacks in order to have an even better
Holy
performance
elk.
on stage.
Ramping up here at MSI, and I do hope you are
Humble.
feeling better. You often said that